Today we're checking out some of the scariest SCPs of all time, starting with an SCP that will crawl inside of your body. I don't know why we watch these for you, but we do. So please, if you enjoy this, leave a like.
Lights flashed, panic at the apartment complex like a storm. People rushed out in a blur, doors slammed, footsteps thundered. A family of 3 pushed forward, struggling against the frantic crowd. The mother kept a tight grip on her son's hand. The father led the way, shoulders hunched, clutching a duffel bag packed with their most precious belongings.
It's gotta be a fire.
The mother shouted over the noise, her voice sharp with fear. Her grip on her child's hand was ironclad as she scanned the corridor for a path through the panicked crowd.
Not just them, everybody's
Something's wrong with that kid.
Amidst a sea of fleeing residents,
Something's wrong with that kid.
Stood still. His
Looks like Where's Waldo?
A red
No!
striped shirt and a whimsical beanie made him stick out like a sore thumb.
Don't tell me this is a Where's Waldo SCP. I swear, Alec. I swear, you know I'm afraid of Where's Waldo. Do not.
It seems like it might be Where's Waldo if Where's Waldo was an SCP.
Look, this SCP's got crazy powers, and its best ability is its ability to hide. Just like who? Waldo.
You don't want to find Waldo in this universe.
Let's just say if you find him, you're dead. And I think this little boy's about to find him.
His calm was unsettling, his eyes hidden
gotta be
behind
kidding
round
me.
glasses, scanning the crowd
just
with
gross.
an eerie detachment.
You got the same
No one
glasses
looked
as
at him in
Alec.
their panic. No one except the little boy tugged at her mother's hand.
I knew it.
pointing.
Oh my God,
Why isn't
he's
he
dead.
scared? Before the mother could muster
Nobody
a
else can
response,
see him.
the alarm choked off as abruptly as it had started, and a voice
Oh my
washed
God.
over the PA system, its tone
Oh, he's gone.
unnervingly calm.
False alarm. Please return to your apartments.
Relief washed over the
Whoa.
crowd in a visible
Whoa.
wave. Let's
What
head back,
just
the
happened?
father said, his voice still carrying an edge of unease. As the river of people reversed its flow, the family of 3 turned back towards their apartment.
I don't think it's actually false
The little
alarm.
boy glanced
I think that
over
was
his
Where's
shoulder,
Waldo.
searching for the oddly dressed man, but the man in the stripes was gone. Unbeknownst to the
That
boy,
kid's so dead,
a
bro.
strange wave began to ripple
Probably.
quietly across the wall behind him. Silent and stealthy, this undulating shadow trailed the unsuspecting family down the dimly
I
lit
already hate this
hallway,
video. Oh my
following them
gosh.
all the way to their doorstep. Once the family of 3 was back inside their apartment, the door clicked shut with a solid thunk. The little boy immediately went to the window, his little face smushed up against the glass, his eyes scanning the empty street below for any hint of the striped oddity.
If I was that boy, I would just go right to bed. I wouldn't be looking for that scary, creepy guy. Because in my mind, if I visualize him and I see him, that makes him real. But if I just close my eyes, go to bed, that means it was probably just all a dream and I can maybe get past it.
Well, I'm starting to think that maybe this is similar to Shy Guy, where if you look at Shy Guy, he's going to stop at nothing to come and then kill you. So I think that because he saw Waldo and found out Waldo's location, because you're not supposed to find Waldo. The whole idea is Where's Waldo? You're trying to find him, and he found Waldo, and Waldo probably did not want to be found, so now he has to kill the kid.
But the figure he was looking for was not in the empty street down below. What are you looking at, darling?
Oh my
His
gosh.
mother's voice
You ever
pierced
heard
the
of knocking,
silence,
Mom?
Sharp and sudden, snapping him back to the room. Sounds of clanging pots and the rhythmic
God,
chopping
Jack's-
of vegetables filled the kitchen
Jack's scared.
as his mother busied herself with dinner.
I'm
The
scared.
domestic noises clashed eerily with the boy's rising tension.
Go to bed, little boy.
Slowly, the boy turned away from the window, his heart still racing.
Oh my God, Waldo's in the room.
No, he's not. There's no way.
His
Yes, he
voice
is.
trailed
He's on the
off,
No, he's
wall.
not. No, he's
Don't
not.
say
by
it.
the images swirling in his head.
He's having hallucinations. I don't think it's real.
for dinner, honey, his mother instructed, brandishing a spoon with a flourish, as if to shoo away his
She's a super
lingering
nice mom.
fears.
She has nice hair,
Obediently,
too.
the boy slugged off to the bathroom, the image of the peculiar striped man still spinning in
I
his
think
mind.
he's just having hallucinations. I don't
Make
even think
sure
it's
to
real.
wash those
Having
hands like a
nightmares
good boy
tonight.
would.
His mother demanded from the kitchen. The little
No,
boy
Mom!
sighed deeply.
Yes, Mama.
He replied, his shoulders slumping with defeat. Even if he told her, or even his dad, what he had seen in the hallway, it wouldn't matter.
Nobody would
They
believe
wouldn't
him.
believe him. Not in a million years.
He's
the
so
little boy
cooked.
proceeded to roll up his sleeves
He'd end up
and
in some
twist it
mental
open
hospital.
the faucet. Water crashed into the basin, a mini cascade echoing in the tiled room. As he lathered his hands, meticulously scrubbing
God.
between each finger like a good boy should,
Where's this guy gonna
something
pop up?
eerie began to unfold.
Oh no,
just
not in the
behind him.
mirror.
The bathroom wall, usually so plain and
I hate
inert,
this, I hate this.
started to warble. It pulsed
Why?
subtly, the paint and plaster undulating like the surface of a
Whoa,
disturbed
whoa, whoa, whoa,
pond.
whoa.
But
Make
the
it,
boy,
Grandma!
absorbed in
Make
the
it,
serious
Grandma!
task of washing the germs from his hands,
Daddy?
remained oblivious to the wall's strange ballet. Turning off the tap, he reached for the towel. The wall behind him
Oh
was
my
now
God.
more liquid than solid.
Please just tell me he's
my
finally
God.
hitting
A
puberty.
soft, chilling
Please tell me that's the
whoosh
worst of
filled
it.
the air.
Oh,
The
it's a
sound
No!
black
Oh
hole.
my God, it's Waldo.
From the rippling wall, the striped man emerged,
Daddy
materializing
chill, daddy chill,
silently.
daddy chill,
He
daddy
stood
chill.
there.
Wait. Daddy, chill.
He
A
does kind of look
ghastly
chill.
figure with empty eye sockets that stared unblinkingly at the small boy's back.
He hasn't noticed yet.
As
Are you
the boy
insane,
dried
little
his
boy?
hands, his gaze remained fixed on the mundane task, unaware of the menacing entity just inches
He's really
away
washing
from
his
him.
hands.
Where's
Just
Waldo
as the
was sick
striped
of
man
people
took a
finding
step
him.
towards the boy with a final swipe of the towel,
Nah,
the boy flicked
bro.
off the bathroom light, plunging the room into darkness.
R.I.P.
The mirror's
God.
reflection blinked out, the striped man's ghostly image swallowed by the sudden night. Oblivious
not
to the close
attacking?
brush with danger,
Oh, he's
the boy
good.
skipped back to the kitchen.
He even
to
knew.
warmth and laughter
He's
and
good.
light.
He's good.
That
He
boy
sat
deserves
himself down
everything
at
that's
the
coming
kitchen
to him.
table, pulled out his notebook and began to draw. His crayon skated across the paper.
Do not
tracing
draw
the
Waldo,
outlines of
dummy.
The striped man
He
he had
is.
seen. His parents, meanwhile,
He found him.
continued
He
their
found
culinary
him.
dance in the kitchen, chopping and stirring and seasoning.
They've been
creating
chopping
a
that
symphony
celery
of scents that
8
filled
times.
the air. They were too wrapped up in the task at hand to notice the subtle shift in the atmosphere, the way the air seemed to hold its breath, waiting. As the
what is
boy
it-
added
what-
the final touches to his crayon creation,
No!
unbeknownst to anyone in the room,
killed
that
yourself.
same strange warbling wave crawled along the floorboards like a serpent, circling around the family. The boy's parents laughed over a shared joke, the sound a bright
Oh my
contrast
God.
against the creeping dread
What the
just
heck
a
is
few
that
feet
pot?
away from them. Then, a sudden chill swept through the room.
Oh
the rhythm of
God.
chopping
Parents have to
vegetables
notice
was
by now.
almost soothing.
These
The
are the
knife in
worst parents
father's
ever.
hands making a
Cooked.
Stop
consistent
cutting the
thud
celery!
as it met the cutting board. Beside them, the wall began to move like a wet wave of water was trapped beneath the
can't watch
surface.
it.
They're
Hate when
cooked.
that
A
happens.
few steps away, the little boy glanced up from his drawing, his
Daddy,
eyes
chill.
widening with fear.
Quick prediction before they're cooked. I think this is gonna be like the origin stories of the Where's Waldo books, and the people are gonna get trapped inside of the book.
I think this is post-book, if I had to put my guess on it. I think that the books have already came out, and Where's Waldo is sick of people finding him in the book, so he turned into an SCP, and now anybody that finds him and confirms that they find him dies.
Where's Waldo gone wild? I like that. He's having a little summer fling.
Well, I would be fine because I could never actually find Waldo growing up. Those books were pretty challenging for me.
They were tough. Those and the I Spy books were very difficult.
Yeah, I Spy was tough.
His crayon so hard it snapped. Paralyzed with fright, he
Oh my
watched
God.
as the wallpaper's pattern began to swirl hypnotically, distorting into a liquid-like flow. The boy's
Did you
heart
pay your
raced. Terror clutched
taxes?
his throat so tightly that he could barely breathe. The boy's
told you
father,
not to
still
find me, little
unaware of the
boy!
nightmare unfolding beside him, continued chopping
know you
the
didn't wash your
vegetables.
hands after you
It
pooped.
wasn't until the boy's face
He's
drained
cutting
its
celery
color,
again.
his
He's making me
small
mad.
body
He's actually
stiffening in
rage baiting
terror,
me.
that the father realized
Everybody
something
asks,
was
where's
wrong.
Waldo? They never
Hey,
ask, how's
You
Waldo?
okay, bud? He asked his son. As the striped man fully materialized beside his father, the boy's wide eyes filled with an unspeakable horror.
Dad, it's Waldo!
The figure turned, its head tilting curiously,
Oh my
as
God.
if amused
Nah.
by the boy's fright.
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
burn the
no.
house.
Could
Burn the
only
house.
Lift his little hand and point behind the father.
There's gonna be nothing there when the dad turns
Still
around.
blissfully unaware, the father casually turned around
he
to see
can't
what his
see
son
him.
was so terrified of.
Maybe he
And
can only
there,
attack children.
Standing impossibly close was the man in the striped shirt and beanie.
Oh, the dad
The
sees
father's
him.
mouth dropped open to shout, to
Oh,
warn,
whoa.
to protect, but no
Oh, he
sound
can see him.
emerged.
Oh my god.
In a
my God.
flash, the striped man reached out, his hands finding the
looks like
father's
Slender
jaw,
Man. No!
breaking it open
It's
with a
kinda crazy
supernatural
that he's
speed
blue.
that defied human anatomy. The silent scream
What?
finally
He's
broke
about to climb
free
inside
from the
him!
boy. His
No!
piercing shriek filled the kitchen as he watched
I'm your
his
daddy
nightmare
now.
invade his reality.
Oh my God!
The striped man turned his head
is
slowly
like the
toward
scene
the
from
sound,
Kong.
his empty eye socket seeming to stare straight into the boy's soul.
Is he some sort of dentist?
The mother whirled around, her son's scream still
Wait, the
ringing in
mother's
her
still
ears.
cooking?
The wooden
Yeah,
spoon
she's still
was
cutting the
clutched in her
celery.
trembling hand, a useless weapon against what
They
she
all just
saw.
get frozen.
Come on,
She
wooden spoon
screamed.
spanky, do
Her
something.
husband's body was contorting violently, his limbs
Oh,
jerking, twisting
goodness.
in ways they shouldn't.
Punch or
Then,
something,
The
Dad.
striped man climbed
Little kiss.
inside him.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Crash echoed through the
Ew.
kitchen. The sound
Wait,
of bones
what?
breaking,
Why?
a shell cracking open. Then came the
He's
yellow
doing it with his
liquid,
full clothes on.
Bro, what?
oozing, seeping from his
I'm
mouth,
telling you, he's gonna become his
dripping onto
dad.
the cold kitchen floor.
Oh my god, I might have nightmares.
Panic,
I'm gonna have
she
nightmares.
grabbed her phone to call for help, but the striped man was quicker. He slid out from the father's collapsed form. His body
Hey, yo, he
malleable
came out the
and
butthole.
shifted naturally as he moved.
Came out the booty.
Wait,
They
what?
tried
what?
to run.
What?
The boy bolted for his
That's
bedroom,
an
his
insane
heart
way
hammering.
He just did it for fun.
Reach safety, close the door, disappear. But his mother wasn't as lucky. The striped man caught her in the hallway. His hand stretched forward,
Gotcha.
grasping.
Oh my
unrelenting.
God.
Her last scream.
Is he gonna do
echoed
the
down
same thing to
hallway
her?
as the
I
man
think he's gonna do the
that's
reverse.
what he does.
He's gonna do the
Oh my
reverse.
God.
He's doing it. No, he's doing
He's
it.
And he's doing it.
into
He
another
goes in her mouth.
ghastly puppet.
And then out their butt?
What
Is
In
that
his bedroom,
the
the little
heck?
boy
Yeah,
heard the
what
muffled
the
sounds
heck?
of struggle
I guess.
and his mother's
my
final
new favorite
scream.
SCP?
Tears
Alec.
streaming down his face.
Insane.
He crawled under his bed, his small body trembling.
Dude, get out of the house.
Waldo
What are you
is trying
doing?
to
Found
find you.
beside his stuffed animals.
He's got Try Guy right there.
In the background.
Scribbled on the wall.
Oh, no,
That's
no.
the
That's,
statue.
yeah,
His
statue.
childish handwriting was shaky
sculpture?
with fear. Waldo found Mommy.
Dude
The
doesn't
boy
even know how to
remained
spell.
hidden, too scared to move, waiting for a rescue that seemed increasingly unlikely to
Oh,
arrive.
that's so weird.
This
The
is
boy
so
held
Alec
his
as an
breath,
SCP.
hoping, praying to be overlooked. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by a soft,
Oh my
eerie,
God.
popping
Oh,
sound,
no, no, no,
like
no,
the
no,
air
no, no,
being
no, you
squeezed
did.
out of the
You
room.
did.
Dude, I
The
can't
boy
believe he didn't
kicked
jump out a window or
slightly
something. Like,
and
he
saw
just...
the striped man materialize out of
house.
the wall right in front of his
Wow.
bed. Frozen with terror, the boy couldn't scream. He couldn't even move. He could only stare.
So
as
this
the
is
striped
definitely a
man
Keter
stooped
class
down,
SCP.
His face coming into view.
That's so
Bro.
weird.
Eyes
He's
should have
super
been.
flexible.
There was nothing but smooth,
Kinda looks like
pale
Spider-Man.
skin, stretched taut over the hollows that should have
I
held
wonder
them.
why his eyes
skin
are like
was
that.
almost translucent, giving him a ghostly appearance that made the boy's heart race even faster.
Wow, well done.
The
Way to
striped
hide under
man
the bed and make all that
tilted
noise,
his head,
dummy.
As if curious, peering at the boy under the bed. The lack of eyes made his gaze all the more unnerving.
Is he-
as if
So
he were
weird.
seeing
Is this
in a way
legal to go
humans could
through
not
this boy's mouth and
comprehend.
out his butt?
His breath was a cold
I don't think
draft,
anything that's
Waldo
happening is
faintly
legal.
of the same sickly sweet decay that emanated from the yellow liquid.
Ew,
The little
What
boy
is that
pressed
yellow
further back
liquid?
under his bed,
I
his
think
small
it's like
body
intestines.
shaking uncontrollably. He knew he couldn't run, couldn't hide any longer.
Kick him!
As the
under, like,
striped
a
man
hypnotic
reached under
state.
the bed with his arm, the boy squeezed his eyes
He
shut.
actually reminds me of Slender Man
His
a
tiny
lot.
fists clutched the crayon he held, as if it could somehow protect him. That evening, a neighbor stepped out into the hallway to do some
Ooh.
laundry.
What?
The smell hit him first. A sharp,
Oh, yeah,
Is he
you gotta
alive?
find
tang
both of
that
them.
made his stomach
This is,
churn.
this is a secret agent.
Then he saw it. The mother's body, grotesquely
Oh.
contorted and covered in bizarre, cartoonish
Ooh.
illustrations, lying just a
Wait,
few
she's-
doors down.
What?
Her face, frozen in an expression
has
of terror,
Waldo
was
on
almost
her.
unrecognizable.
I was kind of right
Shocked
then.
and horrified, he stumbled backwards, fumbling for his phone to call the police. His hands shook as he explained the
That is
situation.
disgusting.
Oh my
Voice barely a
God.
whisper as he
I
urged
wonder if
them
he's now
to hurry.
infected.
The police arrived quickly.
I think if he
their
finds
presence
Waldo,
marked
he
by
will
the
be.
flashing lights and the low murmur of radios. They cordoned
tell
off
me the kid's
area,
alive.
their
Please,
faces
please,
set in grim
please.
lines as they took in the scene. The detailed report they filed later that night
Oh.
pinged the attention of the SCP Foundation.
They gotta find out
known
what that
for
yellow goo
monitoring
is.
such anomalies. Under the guise of government health inspectors, a team of SCP agents was dispatched to the apartment.
The boys in blue.
Clad in nondescript suits with badges that offered little explanation.
pretty much the Men
they
in
entered
Black.
the apartment with a single
Yep.
goal: to investigate and contain any potential anomalous threats.
How can you
The
find
team
that
leader
thing?
signaled for silence as they stepped through the doorway, their senses on high alert. The apartment was eerily quiet.
Oh my
The
gosh,
only
they're
sound,
rage
the
baiting with that
distant hum
celery.
of traffic and their own
It's like
measured
the 8th time they
breaths.
showed that.
Scan
Where's
everything,
the kid?
the team leader whispered, nodding to the agent with the biosensor equipment. The agent nodded, moving ahead to sweep the living area, where faint traces of the
It's
yellow
clear?
liquid still glistened on the walls.
I think it's gold. What do you guys
As they
think?
moved
Maybe it's
deeper into
pee.
the apartment,
I mean, I would
another
pee
agent,
myself if
the
it
team's
happened to me.
photographer, took careful shots of the scene.
Ugh,
As the tech
ugh.
specialist scanned the area with a device designed to detect
my
anomalous
God.
energy signatures, their eyes
Oh my God.
Watch your
widened.
back, watch your back.
It's off the charts here, he muttered.
Don't find him.
His
Do not
eyes
find him.
focused
Oh
on
my
the
god,
readings.
that's so creepy.
Whatever happened,
Do
it
not
was
find
highly
him.
potent. Suddenly, a soft, eerie popping sound echoed through the apartment. Like the quiet burst of a bubble. Do you hear that?
What was it?
One of the agents asked, tilting her head. There was a faint
I think they
sound,
gotta just nuke the
almost
entire
like
building.
Hello.
breathing. But when she listened again, it was gone. Stay focused, the team leader barked, giving her
This
a sharp
thing is
look.
so deadly.
They continued, moving toward the
It's so,
bedrooms.
it can hide anywhere. It
That's
hides
when the
inside
team leader
walls.
felt
Usually the
a
SCPs like
sudden chill.
know what they're doing.
She
Like
turned
the
just
SCP
in
got
time
people.
to see a figure materialize from the wall behind
They're just as
them.
clueless as the
It
kid.
was the man in the striped shirt and beanie, his face eerily smooth and eyeless.
Shoot it!
Contact! She shouted, her hand darting towards her weapon. But before she could draw, the man in the striped shirt was upon her.
No.
With supernatural speed, his hands reached for
Close
her
your mouth.
face,
Close your
prying
mouth.
her jaw open.
No, 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 no,
with
no.
Oh
furious
my
precision.
God, they got the
Twisted his
SCP.
body,
They got the
contorting
Where are the other
lady.
three
prepared to
people?
crawl inside her.
Shoot him!
Her body
Shoot
spasmed
him!
violently as he slid into her mouth.
Where are the other people?
sound
Seriously!
under the strain of his invasion
Oh,
echoing
it's
through the
gross
apartment.
every time.
And
Her
everyone
eyes
else is just
wide with
looking.
Terror
I'm never
reflected a
opening my
final
mouth again.
glimpse of horror before her face was obscured by his entering form. The remaining
this
agents
really makes me
scrambled,
Waldo is
shouts and
sick.
commands creating a cacophony of
He just does that for
desperation.
fun.
They fired their weapons as the man
There we
emerged
go.
from the fallen agent, his form shimmering like a heat haze, bullets passing through him.
Whoa, whoa,
as
whoa.
If he were
Oh my
nothing
God,
more
he's
than a
invincible.
wisp of smoke.
What?
He's
Another
literally
agent
translucent.
yelled,
Can't beat
but
this
it was
thing.
too late. The man appeared suddenly from the shadows, his arms
This might be the
unnaturally
deadliest
extended
SCP we've
to
ever
snatch
seen.
and pull the agent towards him.
It's either this or
The
Shy Guy.
agent's screams were
Or
cut
the
short
tickle monster.
as the man forced his way into his abdomen, contorting the agent's
Oh!
body in
Oh my
sickening
God.
angles.
Oh
as he
my
maneuvered
God.
through him.
Why
Another
does he
agent
do
tried
that,
to
though?
run,
Like,
her
what is he-
footsteps thundering down the hallway.
So weird.
I'd rather
The
him
striped
just
man
run
intercepted her with
faster!
horrifying fluidity.
That's gotta be one of
His
the worst
body
ways to go
stretching
out.
and twisting
Bro.
to block her path. With a swift motion, he unhinged her jaw with his hands.
This would make a pretty good
Her
horror
mouth
movie.
was now permanently agape in a silent
Yeah.
scream. as
You don't
the
say,
striped
Jack.
man climbed
I don't think
inside.
I would watch it. I would get too scared.
Moments
I'm
later,
already getting
she
nightmares
dropped
just
to
thinking
the
about it.
floor. Another grotesque puppet.
He's just
adorned
wrecking
with those
everyone.
macabre illustrations.
He's on a
The last
6 KO
standing
streak.
agent watched in horror,
KD?
unable to move. As the man in the striped shirt turned his featureless gaze upon him, the agent knew escape was impossible.
Where is
In
the
a desperate
kid?
last act, the agent
kid is
managed
dead,
to pull out his
Jack.
radio, his
think
voice
so?
trembling
Yes!
as he transmitted a mayday call to the command center.
I still have hope.
compromised.
They're all gone. The subject, he can face through walls, take over bodies.
We need assistance ASAP. Help! His transmission was abruptly cut off as the man in the striped shirt enveloped him, his body contorting as he
GG's.
entered through his mouth
Bro.
and exited.
Oh, I
through
can't
his
even
pelvis,
look.
That is so
leaving
gross.
behind yet another corpse marked with
that
twisted,
jaw, dude.
cartoonish figures.
Look, you see,
In
he's
the
adding him to
silence
the
that
book. I'm
followed,
telling
The
you.
apartment was a
I was so
tableau
right.
of horror.
This is
Each
how he
agent
collects the book
transformed into
memories.
a
Yes.
grotesque testament to the man's deadly capabilities. The man in the striped shirt simply phased back into the wall, disappearing as swiftly as he had appeared.
no longer
He does
like
not
Waldo.
care.
In the dimly lit
Waldo
room
does
of
not
the
care.
O5 Council's emergency command center, the air was heavy with a somber tension.
So, for those of you guys that don't know, the O5 Council are basically like the top members of the SCP Foundation. They're the smartest of the smart. They know everything when it comes to SCPs. Some people even think that they're SCPs themselves.
Dude, it looks like there are aliens in there.
Yeah, it looks like a Star Wars meeting
Yeah.
of all the Jedi.
Kind of.
Somber tension. The council members sat around the
Oh.
austere table, their
That dude's
faces
definitely an
gaunt,
alien.
each line etched by the night's grim revelations.
We're playing chess with a ghost.
Murmured the head of the council, breaking the oppressive silence.
Yeah, he kind of is a
Time for
ghost.
underestimating our striped friend has long passed, declared another council member. He cleared his throat and continued.
Whoa.
Henceforth, he shall be designated SCP-4885.
Okay.
Let this name be a reminder of our failure and our resolve. Nods of agreement circled the table.
They're not
as
gonna
the
try to
gravity
catch
of
it?
naming the striped man, SCP-4885,
They're just letting him chill there.
settled among them. It was a formal acknowledgement of the anomalous threat, a commitment to containing it
What
at
what
all
class
costs.
is he?
Keter.
We need a containment strategy that mirrors the unpredictability of SCP-4885 itself. One that's as slippery and elusive as the entity. Another member chimed in, sparking a torrent of tactical brainstorming. The result? Procedure Inveniant Eon.
I don't
a
know if that's gonna
masterclass
work.
in adaptive strategy, as intricate as it was desperate.
This plan will harness chaos itself.
The chief strategist outlined,
That's
pointing
definitely
to
an
the
alien
dizzying
right there,
array
Jack.
of flowcharts that now filled the screens.
36 Class 17 containment chambers, each a piece in a larger, mobile maze, connected not by fate, but by a cryptographically secure random dance of numbers.
Okay.
The strategy was laid bare. A D-class subject, chosen for his mental resilience, would become the unwitting lure, ferried unpredictably
Oh,
among
no,
these
he's bait.
chambers
They're
by an
using him
autonomous
as bait.
vehicle.
Oh,
No,
Each
poor
chamber
guy.
was rigged with a single
It's a
digital
game of
monitor.
cat and mouse.
Its screen destined to flicker with the live coordinates of SCP-4885, information visible only to those with the highest clearance.
Keep it disoriented. Keep it chasing shadows.
The lead
Are they trying to get it
strategist
tired
added,
or something?
Her voice laced with a mix
Or are they
of
trying to track
determination
its movements?
and the macabre humor
trying
that
to
had
track
become
it
their
and then
coping
capture it.
mechanism. Her
How do you
eyes
even track
flicked
a
across
ghost?
the room, daring anyone to counter
They
her
have the
plan.
tools.
They need the Ghostbusters.
Dispatched to the scene were agents trained for just this sort of pandemonium. A special task force with nerves of steel and not a jot of patience for
Are they gonna
supernatural
they're gonna suck
antics.
them up in a vacuum?
At the secured
Yeah, they need to
facility,
bring a vacuum
they
or
prepped
something.
the containment chambers, each agent moving with the precision of a well-oiled cog. in
What
a
are they actually
larger,
gonna do? I don't
desperate
understand.
machine.
Check every seal, every circuit.
Barked the team leader
on, boys.
as they inspected the self-driving vehicle and its network of chambers. The D-class subject was equipped with a tracking device and briefed under heavy surveillance. The randomness of his movement through the chambers was crucial to luring SCP-4885 without falling into a predictable pattern.
Okay.
Then, the D-class subject was placed into the vehicle. The self-driving vehicle hummed to life, its path dictated by the unseen hand of the random number generator. The chambers lit up, one by one. This was a high-stakes game of musical chairs.
He's not even
that
controlling
none
it. Oh, that
wanted to
stinks.
lose.
He's just a fresh piece of meat up there.
The show.
Quipped another agent as the first location data blinked onto the screen, a digital beacon in the dark. SCP-4885's
Hello.
location was only visible to Level 5 personnel and those directly involved in the containment effort. Hours ticked
We've
by,
never seen
each
Waldo
passing
attack
moment
somebody that's
stretching the tension
constantly
thinner.
moving.
The agents watched, their eyes
might not be
flickering
able to
between
track 'em.
screens as the D-class subject was shuttled from chamber to chamber, a pawn in their elaborate trap.
You think that's a
Then, a
Waymo?
flicker on a monitor,
Yeah,
a
definitely.
shadow within a shadow. SCP-4885 had taken the bait. The containment
Oh, got
chambers
him.
scattered
Oh.
like pieces on a chessboard,
Got him.
and
Oh.
now conduits in a circuit of confusion.
Okay.
Each transport adding another layer of disorientation to the
Waldo's
entity's
probably so
plight.
mad.
Okay.
Looks like our ghost is getting dizzy.
Muttered an agent, a smirk
that's their
playing on his
plan?
lips as he
Just get him
observed
tired
the
out and
entity's
dizzy?
faltering movements. The final chamber locked into place, a digital fortress now holding what they hoped was an imprisoned specter. Back at the command center,
Interesting.
the council watched the culmination of their plan. Screens displayed the containment chamber holding steady, the location data, a constant beacon.
Is it contained?
Whispered a council member, almost afraid to break the spell. Theoretically, replied the head of the council.
I
his
don't trust
voice
it.
dry.
That dude's creeping me out, the head of the council.
SCP-4885, the Foundation's own elusive version of Where's Wally, or Where's Waldo in the States. That is, if Wally had a penchant for phasing through walls and killing anyone unfortunate to spot him. Jokes
Yeah,
aside,
so if you ever see him, you just die.
SCP-4885 does bear a striking resemblance to the character Where's Wally from
Yeah.
popular children's puzzle books.
Where's Waldo?
Characterized by its iconic red and white striped shirt and beanie. However, unlike
have
its
creepy
benign
eyeballs.
counterpart, SCP-4885 is distinguished by its paler skin and the absence of eyes, contributing to its unsettling appearance.
What does it want?
Classified as a
Yeah,
Keter-level
actually.
anomaly, SCP-4885 poses significant containment challenges. To safeguard the specifics of its initial discovery, all related information was expunged using an automated system to prevent any unauthorized knowledge of its origins. In terms of containment measures, SCP-4885 is secured within Class 17 containment.
So are they just going to basically just keep this car and this D-class personnel going constantly in this containment center to keep Waldo contained? Like, that seems like the only thing to keep it there is to keep it trying to chase the same person.
I thought they closed one of the walls.
He could phase
Yeah,
through
even
walls, though.
closed.
But yeah, he
that's
could-
what
he
I
could just
thought too.
phase.
But why do they close the wall then? Like, what was the idea?
I don't
there?
know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like if they just keep the simulation going randomly, then they contained Waldo.
Yeah, that's definitely their idea. And then they're going to have to keep
Yeah.
swapping people because eventually that dude's going to die.
Probably.
The guy in the car.
I mean, he seems pretty invincible. I'm not sure what I would do.
These chambers are strictly regulated, with stringent access controls. No personnel are permitted within 100 meters unless absolutely necessary, under threat of immediate amnestic treatment and termination of employment, as mandated by the Ethics Committee. The management of SCP-4885 extends to its derivatives, known as SCP-4885-1 instances.
I want to know why it does what it
These are
does.
monitored through an advanced AI system named FAR2.AIC, which
Fart?
has substantial access to CCTV systems, 80% coverage within the United States, and 40% globally. Should an SCP-4885-1 instance be detected, specialized
Is there-
Foundation
are they
drones
trying to say there's
deployed
multiple?
discreetly relocate
think
these
so.
entities
Oh
to
my
a
gosh.
secure location known only as Location I, the coordinates of which are known solely to FAR2.AIC. In the scenario where
name.
Location I is compromised or its secrecy breached, emergency protocols outlined in document Paint the Town Yellow are activated. This involves
never
the
said what the
establishment
yellow
of a
goo
new
was.
Location I and the unfortunate but necessary notification of death to the immediate family of the personnel involved to maintain operational secrecy. SCP-4885 exhibits dangerous capabilities, including the ability to teleport to any individual aware of its or its derivatives' locations.
Nah.
It can phase through
Yeah.
solid objects and is known to attack
It can
individuals
teleport.
by entering
This is
through the
almost
mouth
worse than
and
Shy Guy,
causing
I think.
This might be the
fatal
worst
damage.
SCP ever.
Yeah.
This
Actually,
ability
you can't
makes
contain 'em.
SCP-4885 not only a physical threat, but also a severe risk for information security within the Foundation. Thus, the containment of SCP-4885 requires a multifaceted approach, combining high-level security protocols, advanced technology, and strict information control to mitigate the risks associated with this
They have AI
unpredictable
versus
and
Waldo.
dangerous entity. All in all, SCP-4885 and its kin demand the kind of security that makes Area 51 look like a walk in the park. So the next time you
Hey guys, so we just watched the whole video about this thing. I'm not really feeling comfortable.
It really.
I think we should take
I mean,
another very long break of watching any more SCP videos.
I feel like I'm gonna run into the wall a few times until I forget what I just watched.
Just whatever you do, don't buy a Where's Waldo book. That's the moral of the story. Because if you know what it is, then it'll find you.
We just learned what it is, guys!
Parisian mornings that made you think everyone must be living in a painting.
Alec, you're French.
The Eiffel Tower gleamed in the distance, and the city was buzzing with the usual touristy chaos, even though it was still 1951.
Mustachio!
But
we're going
inside a
back in
small,
time.
Oh, it's-
drab apartment
Alec, it's when you
just
were
off
born.
the Rue de la Paix, a much less picturesque scene was unfolding. A very large man sat at his
Alec.
kitchen table.
Here we
that
go.
was nearly
It's Alec's
bubbling.
dad!
Shut up! Shut up! Hey, we're 5 seconds in the video!
Dude, you're
You
French,
made fun
you
of
have
me 4
red hair,
times!
and you eat a
Oh
lot.
my god!
This is you.
Leave me
That is
alone!
no, that can't be Alec, guys. That's gotta be like Alec's great-great-great-grandpa.
Please comment. Stop the Alec hate. Good lord!
They love it, dude.
I said
They think it's
nothing
comedy.
today.
We love you, Alec. We love
Oh god.
you. Now let's watch
Buckling
your
under the weight of the
great-great-great-grandfather
mountain
eat.
of food he had managed to pile on it. He was
Gosh,
alone,
dang!
but it didn't seem to bother him.
Is this SCP
His
called a heart
stomach,
attack?
round and swollen,
Gobbling those
spilling
glizzies.
over
Oh my
his
God.
waistband like a bloated river. He shoveled
He's
food
making me
into his
hungry.
mouth with a kind of savage delight, his hands greasy and covered in
good.
crumbs. He wasn't eating. He was devouring.
Oh my
This
gosh,
is the world's
Alec.
first
His
ever
beloved
mukbang.
companion for years perched nervously on the open windowsill, watching the spectacle with growing anxiety.
He might get eaten
Its
next.
green feathers fluttered slightly
is this
in the
the SCP?
breeze, but its beady black eyes never left the man.
That's a parrot.
It was almost like the bird was
You never know.
praying the man would stop. But the man wasn't stopping.
No one's gonna
Not
stop
even
him.
Close.
Dude, I've seen Alec do this at 3 a.m. in the morning one time.
I was gonna say, is anyone else jealous of this guy? This looks awesome. I wish I could eat that much. This looks like heaven to me. I think I want this SCP to take me over.
So far, this isn't an SCP. I think this guy just has an eating disorder.
He's got something, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. This is life.
The man mumbled in French between bites, his mouth too full
was not
for
French.
coherent
Oh
speech.
oui, c'est la
His
vie.
cheeks puffed out like a chipmunk's. He paused for a moment,
Ça, c'est
looking
la
around
vie.
with a satisfied grin.
What's that, Polly? Oh, nothing? Well, you don't know
That
what you're
sounds
missing.
just like Alec's dad. I'm not even
The
kidding.
parrot made a soft, nervous sound in response. It fluttered its wings and shifted uncomfortably. It knew something was wrong.
I was gonna say animals have a sixth sense about these sort of things, so the parrot can obviously tell that there's an SCP, but this man, he has no idea what's about to happen.
Some animals do, not parrots, dude.
Yeah,
it's
parrots
a
are
bird.
stupid.
It's got literally a pea-sized brain.
I agree with
No,
Alec on
but
this one.
it knows. It knows, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Why is it
Then
acting all
came
peculiar?
the noise. A strange, gurgling sound. At first, it was so faint the man didn't notice.
It's gonna explode.
But then it grew louder, more pronounced. The parrot's feathers fluffed up as it tilted its head, eyes wide in horror.
What's up with this
The
parrot?
man paused, his
It
hand
knows.
halfway to his mouth with more food.
Oh my gosh, one more bite.
He looked
Oh
down
my
at
gosh.
his belly, then back at the parrot, as if he had finally noticed something was
Oh, no.
off.
That parrot is judging
A
himself.
low,
gotta go
wet,
number
bubbling
2.
sound gurgled from deep inside him. Unnatural.
Oh my
Imagine he
God.
just like lets out
It
a
was as
huge
if
fart.
a pot of soup was simmering
It's
beneath
not
the
gonna be
skin.
a fart.
His fingers tightened around the edge of the table, knuckles
Hey,
white,
we've all been
breath
there.
coming in short, panicked gasps.
Oh, big turd
He looked at
coming!
his own stomach, his eyes wide with
Please!
dismay.
Go to the toilet!
Then, a disgustingly loud burp. The man leaned back
Oh,
in
there
his
you go.
chair.
Better
his
out than
hand
in.
pressed
That's what
to
I
his
always
stomach.
say.
We almost got it.
That wasn't normal.
He groaned in French.
Maybe the fourth plate of sausages was too much.
You don't
What do you
say.
think, Polly? Should I have a fifth?
The parrot
No!
squawked.
Okay, this guy's actually me, dude. Every time I eat pizza. I'm not,
Finally.
guys, I know that Jack and Adam joke a lot about me eating like all this pizza, whatever. It is, I'll admit, it's pretty true. I'll eat, I order a large size pizza from like a local place too, not some scrubby little Domino's that the pizza's this big. I'm talking real 16-inch meat lovers pizza.
It's big.
And I'll get through 6 slices and I'll be like, ooh, yeah, that hit the spot. But then those last 2 slices are eyeing me up like candy. And I just can't resist.
Alec will turn around to his inanimate Goku object and say, hey, Goku, should I have the 7th and 8th slices? And then Goku will say yes every time.
That's
Its
not
wings,
too far off.
ruffling its feathers like it was trying to escape the scene, but no such luck. The man's stomach gurgled again, this time much louder. And then,
Oh no!
the man exploded.
Whoa!
Just a simple cute pop. No, this was an all-out a twisted, gory fireworks display, splattering everything in its path. The parrot screamed, the word coming out faster than it could process it.
This parrot's
Parrot
freaking me
shrieked,
out!
Its feathers
got belly
plastered
on
with
him!
pieces of human flesh. It tried to shake them off, frantically flapping its wings.
Polly, want a
but
cracker?
the pieces were
Polly, want a
stuck
cracker?
like sickly
Polly, wanna
souvenirs
go home?
from a disaster movie.
Run,
The
parrot!
man was gone.
Polly wants to wake
But
up
the
from this
parrot was
nightmare.
covered, head to tail.
I
in
hate
his
this parrot. He's
remains.
freaking me
It
out.
looked like a creature straight out of a horror show.
Look away, Kevin!
Mon Dieu!
The parrot muttered, as if it could
I
even
said, "My
process
God."
the nightmare that had just unfolded. It flew out of the window with one final
Bruh.
panicked flap. As
Wow.
it soared into the beautiful Paris sky, pieces of the man's
ew,
flesh
this is
began
grossing
to
me
fall,
out now. What is
raining
happening?
down like tragic confetti. Meanwhile, down below, a couple, hand in hand,
Wait, I'm sorry to pause it again, but what even is the SCP? Like, what is it? We still have no idea. Bro just ate so much that he exploded.
Yeah, I think whatever the SCP is, it's got to be an infection in your body that forces you to keep eating until you literally explode.
So, but if the SCP is inside him, then doesn't the SCP also die?
Or maybe that's how
No,
it spreads,
look.
Alec. Maybe
Yes.
it's spreading right now.
Oh,
of this-
shoot.
It's like the Last of Us virus.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like in springtime when you blow on the what is it called, a daffodil?
The dandelion.
You blow on the dandelion to spread it to spread the seed.
Exactly.
And it goes into the
yeah,
wind.
it could spread everywhere. So whoever gets touched by the stuff that's falling from Polly is going to be infected, and then they're going to want to eat everything until there's no food left, and then they all explode.
What if Polly also gets infected? And then Polly turns into a big fat parrot.
Maybe that's how Polly wanted a cracker started.
Oh my God.
Polly wants all the crackers.
Dude, this is crazy.
and strolled near the Eiffel Tower. They were newlyweds, blissfully oblivious to the mess of human gore falling from the sky.
But they're in the moonwalk.
Beautiful here?
One's just
The
gonna fall
woman
right into her
asked,
mouth.
eyes sparkling as her husband snapped a photo of her in front of the tower. Absolutely, he grinned, completely lost in the moment.
This is kind of what I
adjusting
thought
the camera's
diabetes
settings
was
like
when
an
I was like
amateur.
5.
A piece of flesh.
Oh
fell
no,
from the
I
sky,
told you!
landing just a few inches away from them.
Ew.
It hit the ground with a sickening splat.
belly.
The man didn't see it. Neither did the woman.
Good.
They just kept walking, kept
Okay.
giggling. They were in love, in
Aw.
Paris, and nothing
Betty.
could ruin this moment. Above them, the parrot
This
was still
parrot's
flying in a
freaking out.
panic, trying to shake off the remnants of its dearly deceased owner. More flesh dropped scattering on unsuspecting people
Ew.
down below.
It's a
The
super
newlyweds,
spreader.
still lost in their own little world, strolled into a nearby cafe. They found a seat on the terrace, basking in the late morning sun, the world feeling just right. They ordered coffee, croissants, the quintessential Parisian breakfast. The waiter smiled at them, and they smiled back. And all the while, the parrot continued its flight above, still desperately trying to rid itself of the disgusting keepsakes it had been left with from its owner. The parrot's
going
panic was now a
everywhere.
full-blown emergency. With one last act of desperation, mid-flight, the parrot plucked a blood-drenched feather from its side and, in a gesture that could only be
No, it
described
ate
as
it.
pure revulsion, spat it into the air. The
What?
feather tumbled, swirling as it fell, leaving a trail of
It's gonna
blood
land
drops
right
that
into the
scattered
couple's
in every
food.
direction like twisted confetti. 2 drops landed. One hit the
Not the
croissant, the other
croissant!
the cappuccino.
I knew it!
The couple They were too busy being hopelessly, nauseatingly in love.
Oh, no.
Don't eat the croissant!
The woman took a delicate bite of the croissant,
No.
as if it were the most sacred
Stay
thing in
petite,
the world.
woman.
No,
As her
it's
teeth
your
not
figure,
raspberry.
keep your
flaked
figure.
with buttery goodness,
I don't know if I can
she
watch
didn't
this.
feel the tiny drop of blood that had seeped into it. She didn't
Oh
taste
my
it.
God,
she
bro.
just
Oh my gosh.
smiled and
Oh
sighed.
my God,
blissfully
bro.
It's the same
unaware
thing that happened to
of the
Alex' mom 20
bizarre
years ago.
fate The universe
Oh my
had
God,
decided.
bro. What?
What?
Alec, why'd you say that?
Why'd you pause it?
What do you mean, why did I pause it? What do you mean, why did I pause it?
It's just commentary.
What is
channel.
that for?
It was like, it's a commentary channel. I'm making a comment.
This is ridiculous.
Guys, let's all just get along, okay? This SCP's making us all on edge right now. We gotta lock in.
This is slanderous.
We should definitely move on. I'm gonna press play.
Had decided to hand her.
Unbelievable.
Eyes half closed, leaned back and took a long sip of his cappuccino.
Who's that guy, Adam?
The blood drop sinking unnoticed into the foam.
I don't know.
Perfect.
He's
He
my op.
muttered, savoring the taste. If only he'd known what he'd just consumed.
Gosh.
The couple
probably tastes so
continued
good.
their feast.
You're dead. You're
Oblivious.
dead.
Croissants are
They
better than
didn't
bread.
see the parrot still circling above them, trying to shake off the last pieces of their gruesome passenger. The couple didn't even notice the tiny bits of human flesh falling like sickly rain around them, splashing on
Why
the
is it
cobblestone
following them?
streets or landing
Is
on
everybody
random
in France
bystanders.
blind?
The city was
Oh.
too beautiful, and they were too in love. But all good things must come to an end. Their honeymoon had been a whirlwind of romance.
Are they about to go back to the
croissants,
United
and
States?
Incredible coffee.
No, do not
But
bring
like
that back
all
here.
perfect things, it had
That's
a
why
time
Americans are
limit.
so fat, probably.
A few weeks later, they boarded the plane home, and that's when things took a strange turn. Something wasn't right. The couple,
they gonna
who had once
explode?
been wrapped in a
they're
warm,
probably
blissful
so
bubble,
hungry.
now sat next to each other in uncomfortable silence. The warmth that surrounded them wasn't the kind of warmth that came from love or
boy.
passion. No, this was different.
Here we go.
It was
Oh,
an
Adam did this
internal
one
heat,
time.
A fire they couldn't escape.
Come on, that's a story that you gotta tell.
I already-
Adam.
we already
You
told
gotta
the
tell
story.
it. No, but not everyone heard it. The people want it again, Adam.
Nobody wants
the
it. I'm
people
pressing
want it
play.
again. What?
The woman wiped her brow
Just
with the
picture
back of her
Adam
hand,
as the woman
her face
when we're watching
flushed,
this.
Her eyes squinting. She looked at her husband with a confused frown.
Do you feel hot?
He pulled at his shirt collar, trying to loosen it.
Yeah. I thought it was just me.
They exchanged a quick look, but neither of them had an answer for the strange discomfort
What's about to
creeping over
happen?
them. Their earlier bliss had quickly dissolved.
This is not
into
what
a
happened to the
dull
other guys.
unease.
Body?
A flight attendant passed by, looking overly chipper.
Can I get you anything else to make you more comfortable?
The husband smiled weakly.
Sausage!
Water would be good, thanks.
She nodded and returned a few moments later, placing napkins and water in front of
There
them.
better be ice in
There
that
you go.
cup, or
Anything
I would
else?
slap her.
The woman shook her head,
What?
trying to smile,
Just kidding,
trying to
Adam.
look happy and grateful, but the sweat on her brow told a different story. The flight attendant walked away. With every passing moment, the couple just felt worse.
All right, drink the
The
water.
heat was growing.
So wait, I'm kind of curious, like you were saying, Adam. When does it turn from sickness into I need to eat everything on God's green earth? When does that switch happen?
I don't know. Maybe it's the air pressure. Maybe this isn't even a symptom of the SCP.
I'm just now realizing too. Jack, you think is Adam wearing a bra right now? What is he wearing?
That has nothing to do with the video.
I think it's maybe it's like a handbag that you take to the grocery store.
You talk about what the people want to see and hear. This is what the people want. You think I want to wear
Bananas
this?
in there.
People want
No,
this.
you chose to put that on. You
People,
chose to
I
sit in
didn't
that
choose
chair.
anything. People decide. I posted a community poll.
Adam, you can wear clothes. We're gonna get views even if you wear clothes. It's okay.
No, it's 2025. I have to show shoulder, or we're not going to get clicks.
You don't need to have a nip slip, Adam.
Adam is showing off
It's
his
okay.
trapezoids.
I'm trying to get us to 10 million subs, guys.
Guys, comment down below. Bra or no bra for Adam?
Please, bra. I mean, no bra. Put clothes on, Adam.
No, bro, I'm taking it off.
growing, crawling up from their stomachs to their heads. The plane had become an oven, the air too thick to breathe, yet there was no obvious reason for it.
Maybe the plane's just too hot.
The husband muttered, pulling at his collar again.
Is he gonna
He
jump
reached
off?
for the water, but it didn't help. It didn't do anything. Nothing helped. Not the
Yeah, what
water,
is about
not the
to happen?
napkins, not even the air
Try
conditioning.
food.
When they finally made it back home,
Oh, they
things
made it.
took an even stranger,
That was
more
easy.
unnerving turn. It wasn't immediate. Nothing
go
ever
ahead.
is. But after a few weeks,
Oh,
the
wait.
couple's
Oh my God.
appetites
Oh, here we
had
go.
become a bottomless
Okay, so
pit.
a couple weeks
It
went
wasn't
by.
just the
This
usual
is like from
vacation
Spirited Away
cravings.
when they turn into
No,
pigs.
this was different.
So wait, I'm starting to think that the SCP is probably inside of their gut, right? It's like some sort of parasite that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it explodes out, and we just didn't see what came out of the giant guy. There's probably some creature that was growing inside of him because he was pregnant with it.
You know, if you have worms, not that like I've ever had worms before, I haven't. But if you do, it does make you want to eat a lot more because the worms actually eat the food that you eat. So it's kind of like that.
Same idea, exactly, except this thing will explode.
Adam, don't look at me like that.
You should keep those stories to yourself, Alec.
I know, I said that never happened to me.
You know too much
more
about
story
worms.
times.
You know way too much about worms and not
I've
have had
never
it.
had worms
Nobody
before.
goes and looks up worm facts for fun. Only people that had it and need medical assistance look that up.
Alec has had worms. Adam has pooped on a plane door. It happens to everybody, guys.
They found themselves standing in front of the fridge at all hours, just staring at it like zombies. They opened the door, peered inside, and started eating
This is
without
literally me
thinking.
and Alec at 1
It was like
a.m.
a primal instinct had taken over. Suddenly, nothing else mattered. Nothing but the gnawing hunger that called
These are
at
like the
them from
parents in
inside.
Spirited Away.
Two mouths wide open, eyes glazed over. They
just said
devoured whatever they could find. Leftovers from last night's dinner, half-empty jars of pickles, cheese that was maybe a week past its expiration
Gotta
date.
go grocery
It
shopping.
didn't matter. If it was edible,
that is you
it was
guys.
fair game. The
Alec and
fridge
Adam eat
became
raw
their
food
new
all the
best
time,
friend.
and expired
They
food.
just couldn't stop. One evening, the tension finally bubbled over. The last piece of
Oh my
chicken
God, they're gonna kill
sitting
each
there
other.
on the dinner table like a cruel temptation
what-
was just waiting for them to fight over.
Do you think the guy will get so hungry that he'll literally eat the girl?
Do you guys think they'll split it, kill each other, or put it up there? No.
Guys, this is more Back Bros, not Dora the Explorer, okay?
Can you guys find Adam's nose? You found it.
I'm
Muy
pressing play.
gracias.
I'm pressing play. This is ridiculous.
Is Adam wearing a bra?
It's playing!
They both reached for
Let's
it
check
at the
the
same
map.
time. Their hands met in midair, fingers brushing like some sad.
Oh,
twisted
they're gonna fight
dance.
over it.
No, I was gonna eat that.
The wife screeched,
Oh, snap.
her voice high with the desperation
Hit
she
her!
was
Come
too
on,
embarrassed
hit
to
her!
admit.
Be a
Oh,
gentleman.
you gotta be kidding me.
The husband shot back,
Oh, snap!
grabbing the chicken and pulling
Oh,
it closer
no.
to his plate.
Backhand!
Oh, you shouldn't have
This
done
is
that,
Adam
buddy.
and his
The
girlfriend.
fight didn't even make
Backhand!
sense. They were
No,
both stuffed,
no, Alec,
but the
no
chicken,
violence.
that
1-2
sad
McGregor,
last
3-4
little piece
Mayweather.
was like some kind of sacred prize.
Why don't we just split it,
Their
guys?
first fight wasn't about anything important, just food. Yet it felt like everything. Voices rose, tempers flared, the argument
guys
spiraled
hearing
into
voices?
a mess of accusations
Yeah,
and
they're
ridiculous
talking.
claims. At some point, it all became a blur, like two animals fighting over the last morsel of meat from a hunt.
Two bananas
And then
fighting over
the wife
a banana.
snapped. Without warning, she stormed to the kitchen, slamming the refrigerator door open.
Fine.
She shouted, her face twisted in anger.
I'll just make myself my own dinner.
She pulled out
Oh,
an entire
yo!
chicken from the fridge like it was the last
Why are they
supper.
fighting over a wing? They
Without
have the whole
thinking,
chicken.
She set it on the counter and began to prepare it, cutting it up with a feverish, almost violent energy. The husband sat at the table, shocked for a moment. His hand reached for the last piece of chicken on his plate, then dropped it. Something nudged it out of his daze.
He dropped
With a
it?
slight chuckle, he walked into the kitchen and smiled at his wife.
Well, look at that. Our first fight. This will be a good story to tell the grandkids, huh?
But the wife wasn't having it. Not now. Not when she was starving.
Oh,
practically
she-
Silent
shaking with
treatment.
hunger.
Are you serious?
Oh, God.
hissed, her face flushed.
Can't you see I'm starving? What's wrong with you?
She shoved him away, as if his presence was
I
the
don't
last
think I ever
thing she
want a
needed.
girlfriend.
You ate the last piece. You don't understand.
Her breath was quick, sharp, her entire being focused on one thing. Food.
I'm so scared.
More food.
I'm so
The
scared.
husband backed off, his attempt at humor falling flat.
Hey, I didn't mean to.
Wait, is he
But
not
she didn't
infected?
listen. The absurdity
I
of
think
it
he
all
is.
was lost
She's
on her.
more infected.
The argument was ridiculous, yes, but her hunger was something
Women,
else
Adam.
entirely. Something very real. She finished cooking the chicken, her hands trembling with frustration.
Just kidding.
as she
She's
piled
going
her
bare
plate high.
hands with the chicken.
The husband, too stunned to say anything else, just stood
That's
there
gotta
in
be
the kitchen
hot.
doorway, watching the woman he'd married devour an entire meal like it was the last one she'd ever had.
This is when he knew
And
she
for
was the
some
one.
reason, it
That's
felt
pretty
like
attractive.
it was. The tension didn't let up. It built, like the slow burn of a fire that nobody notices until the whole house
Oh,
is
she's gonna
engulfed.
explode.
Several weeks later, the wife's sister showed up, expecting a warm welcome and stories of their romantic Parisian adventure.
look like twins.
She had visions of croissants and Eiffel Tower photos, of love-filled conversations and laughter. But when she walked through that door, she found something else entirely.
She's gonna think she's
The
pregnant.
couple was different.
Obesity!
They were, for lack of a better word, bigger. Sure, they
They
had
did that
gained
over, like,
weight,
a few
but it wasn't
weeks.
just that. Their once cheerful, carefree energy had transformed into something less enduring,
This is actually really
something
scary.
raw, something
The American
aggressive,
dream.
something hungry. The wife was sitting at the kitchen table, elbows deep in
What's
what
she even
looked to be a
eating?
tub of
1,
peanut
2,
butter,
3, 4
dipping a
chins.
spoon in it like it
tub
was her
of peanut
job.
butter with a
Her
spoon?
eyes
They
were
don't even
glassy,
look the same.
and she was making
Okay, I gotta be honest here, guys. I have done that before. Jack has seen me do that before. If you've never taken just like a tub of peanut butter and just taken a spoon and eaten half of it, you've never lived before. I don't condone it. I wouldn't say it's a good thing to do. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just saying, at some point in your life, just maybe give it a shot.
It's even better with Nutella sometimes.
Don't double dip though unless you own the peanut butter.
I double dip with my fingers.
You're like
He's not
a
even
monkey.
kidding. He's disgusting.
Alec has been infected with this SCP multiple times.
Yes, he's done that
I
with
beat
my
it.
peanut butter too. It's mine, and then he puts it back like nothing happened. Like I
I'm
watched
the
him do
only
it,
one. I'm the only one that's ever beaten this SCP.
and it's still getting you right now.
This might be you as an SCP.
It's a war, constant war every day.
You guys live together in harmony.
strange, content noises, as if she were in a trance. Her husband.
Oh my God.
His hand constantly
Dude, is that
moving to his
Nikocado?
mouth, shoving
It looks like the
crackers
dude
into
from
it
the
like his
Minecraft
life
movie.
depended on it. Every so often, he'd stop, wipe his mouth, and glance at the fridge like it was a secret lover he couldn't quit.
Hey yo.
The sister, standing in the doorway, had the kind of expression you'd expect when you've just walked into
Nope,
a
that's
crime
not politically
scene.
correct. You can't make that face anymore.
She muttered under her breath before forcing a smile.
You guys look amazing. How's everything been?
Wow.
didn't have to
Wife
do all
didn't
that.
look up. She just
look
took another
amazing.
spoonful of peanut butter and without even chewing, mumbled.
Great.
The husband paused in his pacing.
Yeah, great. If you're starving all the time.
The sister, feeling awkward, shuffled into the living room,
I don't
eyeing
even
the
know what I
couple
would do.
as if they might attack at any moment.
So, Paris, huh? How was it? Any fun stories?
The wife lifted her head, crumbs falling from her mouth.
Stories? Oh, sure. A lot of stories. But we've been busy.
She licked some peanut butter off the lid, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. The sister, trying to make small talk, glanced at her.
I've done that.
You look different. Have you
Not that weird.
been eating well?
The wife narrowed her eyes.
Oh,
The
you shouldn't have
sister
said that.
stammered, her
Oh
eyes
my
flicking
gosh.
to the husband for support.
She's starting to
He
look
was
more and
too
more
busy
like
with his
queso.
crackers, looking completely uninterested in helping her out. She looked back at the wife, who had somehow now managed to finish an entire jar
Hey,
of
yo!
peanut butter.
That's impressive.
Are you pregnant?
There was an uncomfortable pause.
Is he pregnant?
Excuse me?
The wife snapped, standing up so suddenly that the chair scraped loudly
Ah,
against
she
the
shouldn't have
floor.
said that.
Pregnant? Are you calling me fat?
Catfight!
Oh,
Sister
God.
froze, her face
Abort,
turning beet
abort!
red.
Get out of there! You cannot run her.
With the size change, maybe you had a bun in the oven?
It's going down. It's
There
going
was a
down.
silence so thick.
What in
she's
the
got-
oven?
she's
She's
got a
got
double bun.
100.
The wife
She's
fell
got
back
100
from
buns.
shock to
She ate them
rage.
all for breakfast.
Bun?
She's
You
got
think
3 buns
I've got
hiding
a
under that
bun
chin.
in the oven?
She spat the
You think I have a bun in the oven?
Yeah, we
She
heard
might
her.
eat
What
her
do you-
sister.
I just thought it was funny.
Do you guys think if this SCP infected Queso and he exploded, would the world survive?
Yeah.
I think so. But a lot of people are getting infected.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a level 8 earthquake about to happen when this lady starts running at her sister. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Guys,
Everybody brace yourself.
Oh my gosh, Alec. That's so funny.
She spat the words out like they were poisonous. The husband, completely unfazed, shrugged.
What's wrong with a bun? We all need a bun.
The
The
husband's
sister
kind of chill.
was now
to be
regretting
honest.
every word she'd ever spoken in her life. She took a small step back,
Her whole
trying
life?
to hide behind the doorframe.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just...
Before she could finish, the wife stormed past her
God!
into the kitchen.
I'm starving.
Titan!
She
Class
muttered,
3 Titan!
practically kicking open the pantry door.
There's never enough food in this house.
Meanwhile, across the street, an elderly neighbor had been watching the whole exchange through
Oh
her
my
window.
gosh.
Her old eyes narrowed with a smirk with the unfolding scene. She'd been watching
going
She's
from
a,
on
she's a
over
peeping
there?
granny.
Newlyweds moved in. She had a perfect view of their kitchen
Mind your
and
business,
living room.
Granny.
She'd seen everything.
Kathy's
The
getting
endless
some
trips
weight,
to the
huh?
fridge, the food hoarding,
call the cops on
strange
that?
stares.
We got 2
Peered through the
people.
curtains, one hand on her
Eating
chin like she was observing a
lot.
wildlife documentary.
Oh my.
She muttered with a grin.
It's getting worse.
Back inside the house, things
Good
were
comms,
escalating.
Granny.
The husband, looking confused and defeated, started rummaging through the
Is he playing
pantry like he
peekaboo?
was looking for the Holy Grail.
He's turning into a
Where's
cat.
the last box of cereal?
he muttered, as if he hadn't just eaten an entire pizza an hour ago. The wife, now holding a frying pan, turned around.
Oh,
What
that's
are you doing?
cookie dough on there
She
is so
demanded.
good.
This is my meal. Don't even think about it.
The sister, realizing she was clearly out of her depth, tried to make a quick exit. She grabbed her purse and made her way to the door, but not before the wife shot her a look so cold it felt like a punch to the gut. The husband didn't even acknowledge the sister as she rushed out the door.
Oh my god.
He was too busy rifling through the junk drawer in search of something, anything to eat.
What the?
As the door slammed
Scissors?
shut behind her, the elderly neighbor, still watching from across the street, leaned back in her chair, content. She took a slow
She's
sip
loving
of her
it.
tea.
She's watching a
The
nature
honeymoon's
documentary.
over.
She said with a smirk.
Let's see how long they last now.
Later
Okay,
that
this-
night,
she's
the
crazy.
inevitable came, and it
crazy.
came with a ferocity that no one, least of all the couple, could have anticipated. The wife was sitting at the
Bro.
kitchen table. She was halfway through a bowl of leftover pasta. She slurped down the spaghetti, not even bothering to chew properly. Her
Oh, yeah.
eyes were distant, glazed over,
Time to
consumed by this
explode.
insatiable hunger that had long passed the point of normalcy. Then it happened. A
No.
low,
God.
gurgling noise erupted from deep within her. The sound was grotesque, like something was boiling inside her, just waiting to escape. Her body stiffened, and for a moment, her eyes locked onto the plate in front of her, as if she thought it might save her. But it was too late. Her chest heaved, her face contorted in agony, and with a horrific, unearthly pop, her body exploded.
Why do I
It
feel like the
wasn't a
husband's
balloon
about to start
popping.
eating her?
No, it was a full-on eruption. Flesh,
Clean up
blood,
on aisle
and
4.
half
I wonder if
digested
the old
pasta
bat saw that.
splattered across the room in every direction. The force was so powerful
Ew,
that
dude.
the walls were splattered with pieces of her body, and the table was flipped over
I
in
can't
the
even
chaos.
look. This is
For a
disgusting.
moment, there was only silence. Then the
Oh my
husband,
God.
who had been sitting across the table, froze. His eyes, wide and glassy, stared
If
at
he
the
keeps
empty
eating,
space
bro, I
where his
swear.
wife had been.
He has
His
to.
mouth still open, the spoon hovering in midair, forgotten. He blinked
No way.
twice,
You won't.
slowly processing what had just happened. He
Jack,
didn't
stop!
scream. He didn't even flinch. He
Jack,
simply
no!
reached
Come
over
on, hit Jack.
as though
Do
it was
it.
the most natural thing in the world, and
Everybody
took the bowl
eat.
of pasta off
No,
the
you're
table.
taking the
He
same
didn't
bowl
even
of
bother to
pasta
check
that
if
she
it was
just
safe.
blew up, dumb.
He didn't care.
Oh my God.
He ate it, shoveling the food into his mouth without pause,
Nah.
his
Oh
eyes
my
still
God.
locked on the empty space. As he chewed, he heard
That's
a
the
strange
definition of
gurgling
dialed.
sound. It was faint at
Bro,
first.
he's
then
committed.
it grew louder. The gurgling
committed to
turned
the
into a
bit.
deep, unsettling rumble. He looked down at his stomach, his eyes growing
5,
wide with
6,
realization.
3,
His breathing
2,
became shallow, his
1.
fingers tightening around the bowl. The rumbling
this
grew
is
louder,
sad.
more insistent. He could feel it in
Poor
his
guy.
gut, the pressure building, the boiling
Maybe the bird
heat.
comes back.
It was coming for him. He knew it was coming for him.
This is the origin
In a
story
final,
of the Burger
desperate
King.
attempt, he shoved the last of the pasta into his mouth, chewing like a
No,
man
you
who thought he
idiot.
could outrun death with carbs. He chewed
probably
faster,
mostly blood.
more frantically. His
not
eyes
salt.
were
He's just
wild,
carbo loading.
his breath ragged. The explosion was just as violent as the wife's. His body detonated with a force that sent pieces of him flying in every direction. The kitchen was destroyed in an instant. The walls,
guessing
the
Granny
ceiling,
was
the
watching the
counters,
whole thing.
Nothing
Yep.
was safe. from
Yeah,
the
she's
fallout.
probably loving
It was as
this.
though the entire house had been hit by a bomb, and in a way, it had. The room fell into silence once again. Across the street, the elderly neighbor, who
Oh
had
my
been
God.
watching from her kitchen window, didn't know what to do. She'd been
She's got to feel
If you-
responsible
If you see that, do you tell anybody? Because if you do, they might think that you're clinically insane.
for like watching a couple, you mean?
No, like let's say you were like, hey, I watched these two people eat until they literally combusted and exploded. Like that, like who's gonna believe that?
That's true. I was thinking like the detectives that come in and try to figure out like what happened. There's no way that they would ever guess like, oh, this is a classic case of ate too much. Classic case of cereal at 2 a.m.
We got a ba-da-ba-ba-ba on scene 4.
2 creepers got too close to a human.
No, not funny, Adam.
She'd been spying on them for weeks, those strange, hungry people across the way. She'd seen their odd behaviors, their constant trips to the fridge. But this was something else. Her hands started shaking.
No duh, Granny.
Did she really just see that? 2 people explode? She took a few steps backward.
She
clutching
has not
her
been
chest.
taking her medication.
Her mind raced.
The
trying to
grandkids will
convince
never
herself
believe
that
this
what
one.
she saw was just a trick of the light, or maybe it was just her age.
Take
catching
your
up to
Adderall,
her.
Granny.
Dementia? No, she had seen it with her own eyes.
She's
The
schizophrenic.
horror, the explosions. She grabbed the phone.
Send her to
dialing
a
the
home
police
care.
with
She has a
shaking
rotary
hands.
phone?
As she relayed the
great.
bizarre
Oh, yeah,
circumstances
oh, wait,
she witnessed
it
to the
is
dispatcher,
1950,
The
I
anomaly
forgot.
was pinged by the Foundation, who was always watching and always listening. By the time the emergency responders arrived, the scene had already been secured by the
What,
Foundation.
those G-Wagons?
Their agents had already disguised
No.
themselves as paramedics,
that was the Model
moving
T.
quickly and efficiently, as if this was just another day at the office. They swept through the house,
Oh my
carefully taking photos and collecting evidence from the remnants of the explosion. Samples were
Nasty.
taken, blood and tissue analyzed, the walls and floor scanned for signs of anything unusual. They moved with a precision that was almost surgical, as if the horror they were witnessing was just another puzzle to solve.
Oh my god.
By the next morning, photos of the incident had been leaked to the national media. The coverage was everywhere.
Thanks a lot,
Two
Granny.
people just poof, gone. No warning, no reason. Some reporters claimed it was a freak accident. Others suggested it was some sort of serial killer on the loose.
Murder-suicide.
Regardless of the context, the public couldn't stop talking about it. People speculated, hypothesized, and made up stories. They needed answers. The Foundation tried to control the narrative, but the only thing they could do was plant seeds of doubt that these apparent cases of spontaneous human combustion were nothing but a hoax. SCP-081 is a delightful little virus
Finally,
that turns
some
your
facts.
unhealthy eating habits into a literal explosive event.
Oh, yes,
This
we knew
virus,
it.
which can be spread by rats, intimate
Oh, not
contact,
the
or even
rats.
infected blood, gets to work by hijacking your fat cells and immune system. Its goal? To make you eat everything in sight until your body reaches a point where you explode in a fiery, uncontrollable burst
gotta be a
of
cure.
internal combustion. The virus progresses in 4 stages. First, you start off feeling a bit fatigued, like you've just had a rough week, but nothing too alarming. Then, in the second stage, your body starts to get hot, really hot. Hot flashes hit you like you're in the middle of a heat wave, and you develop an insatiable hunger. You can't stop eating. By the third stage, you're consuming
that's
food
stage
like
2.
there's no tomorrow, but no matter how much you eat,
Okay.
the hunger never goes away. Your body's metabolism slows to a crawl as you gain weight faster than you can count your calories. Finally, in stage 4, your body reaches 55% body fat, and that's when the real fun begins.
55.
At
I think
this
there's
point,
people in the
you'll be
world
so
that's
full,
higher than
so
55.
bloated,
Oh,
and
yeah,
yet
there are.
still hungry.
They didn't
your body
explode
will
yet.
start to turn on itself, and you'll spontaneously combust.
Did you guys know that there's actually a real life equivalent to this called Prader-Willi syndrome, where you can never feel like you're full, so you just keep eating until your stomach explodes inside of your body? Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that until now.
So the answer is no, Adam.
You gotta be careful, guys.
No, but I believe it just because there are some people that are literally 1,000 pounds out there, which is like, how is that possible? How do you possibly eat that much?
Big Macs are delicious. Taco Bell's pretty delicious. Like, I get it. I really do.
Well, if you can't get full, I would get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Exactly. Adam, can you tell us more about that?
I didn't know it until now.
Sure, dude.
The explosion is violent, fiery, and a little too much like a bad cooking experiment gone wrong. SCP-081 first gained attention after a series of spontaneous combustion cases in the early 20th century, with the infamous incident involving Mary Reeser in 1951.
Oh, yep.
However, it turns out this virus isn't a new phenomenon. It's been around since 1763, possibly even longer.
The
and most
Kings.
of those earlier mysterious, spontaneous combustion incidents can likely be chalked up to this virus. It wasn't until the 20th century, with increasing access to food and a drop in malnutrition, that SCP-081 cases skyrocketed. The virus's spread and infection rate are higher in modern times, particularly in places like North America, where the average person
That's not
is more
good.
likely to be
Called
well-fed.
it.
That's where
and
we are.
overfed.
I called it.
SCP-081 is
I'm
now
moving to
classified
South
as a
America.
Euclid hazardous pathogen, though the real kicker is that the virus only affects those with a particular genetic predisposition to fat accumulation. So, in the grand scheme of things, the lesson is, next time you're about to chow down on that second plate of lasagna, think twice. You might just go out with a bang, and not the kind you're hoping for. The smell of the chemicals, the sound of the drill, the indignity of talking with someone's hands in your mouth. But as you settle into the dentist's chair, something about this particular visit feels especially wrong.
Oh, here we go.
Why are the hygienists looking at you like that? Who is this strange doctor entering the room? And why does your mouth feel so full all of a sudden?
Uh-oh.
Can't breathe,
Wait a
you can't
second,
scream,
hey,
and
yo!
your teeth, they're multiplying?
What?
The man has been ignoring his persistent toothache for several weeks, but he just can't take it anymore. The dull ache has become a head-pounding throb of pain that cuts through every single thought.
Ouches.
But of course, he waited far too long to treat it. And now here he is on a Sunday evening, trying to find a dentist who will give him an appointment.
Get to the dentist, dude.
It's not his fault, he tells himself. He's been terrified of the dentist since he was a little kid.
Are you guys scared of the dentist?
I'm not scared of the dentist, but I will say I do have very sensitive teeth, especially like my bottom teeth, so I don't like going to the dentist. In fact, I actually haven't gone to the dentist in about 10 years.
Actually?
Actually?
Yeah, so I should probably go.
Yeah, you're supposed to go, they say, like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Well, have you had any cavities?
Well, I haven't been in 10 years, so no. But my teeth feel fine. Like, I don't have any tooth pain or anything. Although my bottom teeth are, like, not aligned anymore, so I should probably get that fixed.
I do not like the dentist. I don't like all the tools that they use. I don't like how they try to talk to me when I can't talk back. And I really don't like the part where you have to like spit into the little area and there's a lot of blood and stuff from,
No, that's
you
the
know,
best
not
part.
flossing.
Yeah, that's the only
That's
part I
literally
like.
the best part. What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
like that part. It's
Oh,
just,
what flavor
I
do
don't
you guys
like blood.
get? What flavor? I get orange flavor.
Bubblegum.
Wait, Alec, you haven't been there in 10 years, but you remember the flavor?
Yeah.
I get
mean,
cherry.
Yeah, exactly.
Comment down below what you
Pain
guys do with the
counteracts
dentist.
that kind of phobia, but now he's reached that threshold. As he's browsing the internet, desperate to find an office
What
that's open on
website's he
Sundays,
on?
he spots an ad.
Craigslist.
Dr. Hendricks,
Nope.
dentistry 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Nope.
The man isn't sure how that's possible, but the pain
Don't
has made
do
him
it.
desperate. So he calls the number on.
If a dentist has the same hours as 7-Eleven, you do not go to that dentist, guys. I don't know if anybody out there needs to hear this, but do not go.
Maybe the dentist is just an entrepreneur.
and makes an appointment. The receptionist sounds a bit funny on the phone, like she has something in her mouth.
looks a little
but
strange,
he brushes
too.
it off. 15 minutes later, he's walking into the office
Yeah,
and checking
this
in
place
at the
isn't that
reception
bad.
desk.
Looks
It looks
clean.
The woman
Great.
sitting there looks a bit unusual, but
She
his
looks
mother
fine.
raised him not to stare.
What's
so he gives
behind
her a
the
polite,
mask?
distant nod,
Hey, look, he's
declines
the
her
one
request
unusual.
to inspect his teeth for herself, and ignores the strange feeling in his gut at her words. Instead,
I have an early prediction. Because they said that like, there's more extra teeth or whatever, something like that. My prediction is that these dentists steal the teeth of their patients and then put it in their own mouth. And that lady probably has like 500 teeth in her mouth, and that's why she's covering it with a mask. That's my prediction. They steal teeth.
This is like the dark side of the tooth fairy.
And I think too that they're probably going to infect whoever comes in, right? They're going to steal their teeth, but also these people are going to go away with some sort of SCP anonymous powers that they're just not going to know, and then they're going to get home and they're going to have like weird stuff start happening.
Could be.
he continues on to the exam room and
Evil
waits for the
grandma.
doctor to take his pain away. He waits for quite some time
3
until he
minutes.
begins to worry that the dentist forgot about him. Or perhaps this office really was too good to be true,
DDS.
and this is some sort of scam.
Don't do
But then
science.
the door opens, and
Wow, he
in
looks
comes
nice.
Dr. Hendricks with a cheerful demeanor and a smile in his eyes.
Dr.
His mouth is
Hendricks.
covered with a surgical mask, so the man can't
They
be certain.
definitely do have
But
a
he
ton
seems
of
like he's
teeth under those
definitely
masks.
smiling. It's a good thing the man came in so quickly, the dentist assures him. His teeth are in dire straits. But don't worry, he's in very, very good hands. And by the time he walks out of the office,
dang, go
he'll
ahead.
be in great shape.
Why is he
The
looking
man
like that
asks the
though?
dentist if he can be put under for the procedure in order to prevent him from panicking. The dentist laughs uproariously at this request, but he agrees. He places
What's
a
wrong
gas
with this
mask
guy?
over the man's face, and the hissing sound of the gas fills the room. The man's eyes grow heavy, and the sterile white room fades to
Oh,
black.
Don't
He's
ever get put to
going
sleep.
The man
under.
wakes up. He's sitting on the sidewalk outside
What?
of the office, a plastic bag of mini mouthwash clutched in his hand, and his mouth.
It's
oh
gone.
God, his mouth. It's aching like nothing he's ever felt before.
They're falling out.
But something else is wrong
Are
too.
all the teeth
He reaches
gone?
up to feel around his mouth with his fingers, and all the color drains from his face. His mouth is absolutely crowded with teeth. So many teeth, his tongue can't move without
Oh, it was
picking
the
up.
opposite, Alec! He got more teeth! They didn't steal his teeth, they gave him all the teeth!
Maybe it's like a temporary thing. Maybe they gave him something, like they injected something so he grows a ton of teeth. Then they're gonna steal it all. Something
Yeah.
like that, maybe.
Because now
are
he's
they doing
forced to
with
go
the
back.
teeth?
He's forced to go
yeah,
back
yeah,
now.
he has to go back.
Oh,
Well,
and then
he
they,
should-
they can put it under their pillow to get lots of money from the tooth fairy.
That's the play.
Genius.
That,
I'm
yep,
starting to
that's-
get it now.
That's the play.
Expected to leave the dentist with one tooth missing, but instead, somehow, he has
He's
30 more than
British.
he started with.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately for this man, who only wanted to have a toothache treated, he stumbled into the clutches of SCP-5150.
Yikes.
SCP-5150 is a dental office located outside the northwestern perimeter of Indianapolis, Indiana.
Not going there.
The office building occupies an area of approximately 140 square meters, and the interior measures 115 square
nice.
meters.
That's like 5
The building is
feet.
unremarkable in every way, with the exception of an electrical sign above the building's front entrance, which reads, Dr. John Hendricks, DDS.
It is.
Inside the building, there are 6 rooms and several anomalous entities designated SCP-5150-1, SCP-5150-2, and SCP-5150-3.
What about the fourth guy?
SCP-5150-1 is the dental office's receptionist. Of course, as you may have already gathered, she is no ordinary receptionist. The entity has standard humanoid features, with the exception of the oral cavity.
These types of SCPs always creep me out. They give me the heebie-jeebies because they seem like they're normal, right? Like every single day you go around and you see strangers, you see people, you could meet somebody like this and you just can't help but think, is something weird going on? Are they actually human? Could they be a humanoid SCP in disguise and they're trying to trick me? There's a lot of SCPs like that and they freak me out.
I think Adam could be an SCP. Now that you put it that way. Because Adam does freak me out sometimes. Like when he looks at you, it kind of looks like he's looking through you, not really at you. There's something a little bit off with him. Yeah.
Looking into your soul.
I don't like it.
That's not creepy at all.
You want a cookie?
I would definitely rather be an SCP than be a victim of an SCP. Unless it's the tickle monster.
Dude, being an
Then I'm
SCP
fine.
would be so much fun. What do you mean? I would love to be an SCP than be a human.
That's what I'm saying.
That's literally what Jack just said.
No, but I'm not even saying rather than be a victim. I'd rather just be
Yeah.
a SCP.
That's what Jack literally just said.
No,
Yeah,
he said
I
I'd
wanna
rather
be an SCP.
an SCP than be a victim of an SCP.
If you're gonna copy what Jack
Except it's
says, you might as well
the
just give him
tickle
credit. Yeah.
The entity's maxillary and mandibular bones, or upper and lower jaw, are disfigured
ew,
and
hey,
mutilated,
yo.
and have been noted to have missing incisors, extra canines,
Dude, her
and
nerves
lower
are
limbs.
poking out.
The entity seems to have an intense interest in human teeth, and once she has gotten her hands on some, her anomalous properties will begin to manifest notably. She will insert stolen human teeth into her mouth
Oh, I
and into her
called it.
gums. This appears to
Ew.
be intended to correct the issues with her oral cavity, but the exact motivation for this behavior is still unknown. Anyone who enters SCP-5150 must
I don't
interact
like
with
it.
SCP-5150-1 at her reception desk in order to continue through or exit the building, regardless of how much aggression she displays toward
my
them.
God.
SCP-5150-2 refers to several anomalous dental hygienists
they're
that
twins.
populate the entirety of SCP-5150, with the exception of the waiting area. These entities resemble the receptionist, but move more freely throughout the building rather than being confined behind a desk. They are similarly aggressive and will attack human subjects in order to apprehend them and bring them into one of the examination
Got
rooms.
her.
They carry a variety of dental instruments on their person and will happily
Being
use
an
these
SCP is
instruments as
awesome.
weapons in order to subdue their victims. Once the hygienists have taken a human subject to an exam room, they will strap them to an operating
Wait,
table
never mind.
and prepare them to meet the remaining entity
I take that
lurking
back.
within the office. Then it's time for the unfortunate human subject
Dang, bro,
to
this
meet
is
the dentist
crazy.
himself, SCP-5150-3,
The doctor.
also known as Dr. John
Let her
Hendricks.
go!
This entity spends his
Let
time
her
in the
go!
examination rooms as well as his personal office. When he is presented with a patient, he will begin to insert teeth directly into their mouth, where they will anomalously take root and result in extreme cases of hyperdontia.
Oh my god.
This has confused me because aren't they trying to get teeth to put it in their own mouths, but now they're putting teeth into the girl's mouth? These people are sick. They can't even make up their minds what they want to do. They still think they put teeth. They still think they
You
put.
didn't listen at all. They put in one tooth to create what's called hyperdontia, which then promotes more tooth growth from those patients. So then they
Oh.
put in one tooth to get 30 back. They have hyperdontia. I think you have hypernosia and also hyperdumia.
Are you guys curious
That's not a real thing.
about the kids are mainly the people that go to the dentist, and we haven't seen a single kid go into this
Nah,
dentist
bro, I
yet.
don't care about them kids. I don't
Yeah.
care about the kids. I care about her.
I'm just
though.
saying, sometimes SCPs react differently to children, especially like Dr. Wondertainment, if you guys remember him. All of his
We don't
contractions
know what you do in your free
interact
time.
differently with children. So I'm curious if they'll get into that.
Why? I don't like that you're that
I
curious
was not thinking
that,
about
to be
kids at
honest.
all.
Yeah.
You're the
Jack.
only one thinking about kids right now.
The last
No,
time
and
you
you're
were at
the
the
only one
dentist,
thinking about
Alec, you were what, 15 years old? That was when you were a child. What if you went in here? Would
No, he
you
was-
get hyperdontia? Or
Jack,
would bad things happen?
10 years ago, Alec was like 20.
That's not true, guys.
He was 17,
Don't have to
almost a
express
full
me like
adult.
that.
The source of these additional teeth is currently unknown. Once the operation is complete, and Dr. Hendricks is satisfied with the amount of teeth he has forced into his patient,
gosh.
he will then attempt to give the subject a plastic
ugly.
bag containing a variety of over-the-counter oral
Take your
healthcare products.
toothpaste.
These can include a toothbrush, dental floss,
At least he's nice about
mouthwash, and toothpaste. The subjects will not be allowed to leave the building without taking this bag with them. Analysis of these products has not revealed any anomalous properties. On July 9th,
It's my
2023,
birthday!
the SCP Foundation
birthday.
conducted an investigation of SCP-5150. Subject
Oh
D457142 was ordered to investigate and explore the building.
Nope.
He was equipped with a camera and microphone, as well as a chocolate bar, which was placed in his pocket for emergency use.
What?
Control
What?
lead was assigned to Bobby Daniels, and Marcus Drago and Andrew Fuller were additional team members on the
Do you
investigation.
guys think that maybe because the dentists are so pro tooth and mouth health that they're anti-candy, so that they're scared of candy, maybe?
Yeah, it's gonna make him really mad because it's gonna give him cavities and they want perfect teeth to extract. And then they're probably gonna touch him because he's trying to eat candy.
Yeah,
Adam, show us your canines. Oh yeah, they would definitely take those.
D457142 approached the building, but hesitated before going inside. He asked what would happen after he entered the building, but Daniels refused to
tell him.
elaborate. His questions
The
went
SCPs
unanswered.
are gonna notice
With
that huge
no other
microphone
option,
right there.
D457142 entered the building. When he opened the door, a doorbell dinged to signal his entry. As the door closed behind him, he could
He's
hear a
trapped.
click as the lock slid into place. This sent the man into a state of anxiety, and he attempted to open the door. It wouldn't
ain't
budge.
getting out.
He called out to Control over the microphone, begging them to unlock the door, promising that he would not run. Daniels at Control explained that he couldn't do anything about it, as the Foundation had no control over the doors. That lock was all SCP-5150's
They
doing.
got him.
After some hemming and hawing, D457142 had no option but to proceed and continue into the waiting area of SCP-5150. Inside, he saw a row of 4 chairs, a smattering of assorted toys common to any medical waiting room, and more chairs. There, off to the side, was the counter, and behind a sheet of glass with a small opening approximately 1.2 meters tall and 0.8 meters wide, the receptionist was waiting. Strangely, the camera feed was not able to pick up any of the receptionist's physical features, leaving the test
Whoa.
subject alone to observe
That's
her
interesting.
and try to
Vampires?
make sense of what he was seeing. Nothing was especially out of the ordinary in the room at first glance, aside from the episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer playing on one of the waiting room TVs.
That's kind of cool.
The subject walked through the room, taking note of everything that he saw. Then he turned to face the receptionist. The receptionist was dressed in a white-collared shirt
Hey,
with a
yo.
white face mask covering her mouth. There was a sheet of paper directly in front of her. She greeted the test subject. "Hello, sir. Can I help you schedule an appointment?" Unsure of what else to do, the test subject played along. He asked her how to proceed with scheduling,
There's
and
no
the
way
receptionist handed him a pen and directed him toward the paper in front of her.
He's about to
She
sign his life
instructed him
away.
to sign and then wait for his appointment with Dr. Hendricks in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Once the subject signed the paper, the receptionist stated, "Now, before you can enter, there's one thing I'll need to see."
Your
The
teeth.
subject agreed, asking what she needed to see. The receptionist responded, "Your teeth, of course. May I see them?"
Calm down, lady.
As you
Oh,
might
take me out to
expect,
dinner
the test
first.
subject found the request
She wants a new
off-putting
canine.
and inquired why she might need to see his teeth. She responded in a friendly tone.
Don't make her mad.
"I'm currently taking online classes for dentistry and I need experience.
Liar!
Occasionally patients will let me take a look at their teeth
Liar!
so I can predict how well an
She
appointment
lying.
with Dr. Hendricks will go. Will you let me try with you?" The subject relented, opening his mouth. As soon as he did, the receptionist reached out and grabbed hold of the lower
my
left
God.
quadrant of the man's jaw.
Give him a
The
kiss.
receptionist praised the man's teeth, exclaiming how clean they were. Then she quickly
That's
pulled a
not
pair of
good.
pliers from underneath her desk, clamping them to the bottom central incisors of the subject's mouth.
Why is he letting her do
Pulled
that?
herself with a sudden, sharp yank, extracting the teeth from the subject's mouth. Less than 1 second. The test subject recoiled, clutching at his mouth and screaming
Ow.
in pain and shock. Blood dripped
Why
onto
did-
the camera
what
lens
the-
as the subject struggled to wipe it away. He stumbled toward a nearby tissue box,
Oh my gosh.
grabbing a fistful of tissues to sop up the blood
She's
and stem
crazy.
the flow. Meanwhile, the receptionist went about her
I would
business.
sock her.
She
I would
stared
sock
at the
her
2
right in the
bloody
jaw.
teeth in her hand, admiration in her eyes.
probably has super strength.
Next, she removed her face mask, revealing her disfigured oral cavity, and began to forcefully insert the new teeth into empty areas of
Nah,
her
bro,
gums.
this is not cool.
As
Oh,
the
she
subject
likes
backed
it. She
away from
likes
the
it too
reception desk
good.
in horror, the receptionist called out, "Dr. Hendricks can see you now, sir."
No!
Please head to room 3 for your examination.
This be
Of
crazy.
course, the subject was reluctant to continue into the building, but Control insisted that he go through the door leading to the exam rooms. At first,
Find
he
the nearest
refused,
window and
but
jump.
After a reminder that he was locked in and the promise of a medical team waiting for him after the investigation was finished, he saw no option but to move forward.
That's crazy.
So he tossed his bloody wad of tissue paper in the trash and pushed through the next
You
set
didn't
of
say
doors.
anything to her?
As before, he could hear the click of the lock behind
Bless
him,
you.
trapping him inside.
I would have slapped that grandma silly.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I would
And
have hit
then
her
what?
with the
And then
front
what?
hand, with the backhand, and then finish her with that little nucky sandwich.
Give her them
She doesn't
knuckles,
feel
kid.
pain. These SCPs, they have superhuman abilities,
I
Alex.
don't
She
care.
would
I
have made
don't
you
care.
look
I will
silly.
make her feel pain. I would strap her down and beat her to a pulp.
She would grab your hand, twist you sideways, say, "Come here, sweetie," give you a kiss on the cheek, and then pull your teeth out
Dad,
one by one.
She pulls my teeth out, I'll rip her ears off, okay? I can play that game all day. I'll rip her hair out, I'll get the tweezers and give her purple nurples, I'll do whatever. I don't care. I'm not letting a grandma rip my tooth out and doing nothing about it, period.
I'd pay to see this matchup. Alec v. Grandmom.
I would pay to beat up a grandma, that sounds amazing.
Stop the Alec hate.
100 likes, 100 likes on this video.
If you guys want to see your grandma get beat up, put her information down below. We're taking all inquiries.
I'm
We're taking
pulling up.
Nene, we're taking Grandma, we'll even take Granddad.
Anyone.
He stepped
Alec is the
carefully
new
into
Jake
the
Paul.
hallway, pressing his body against the left side of the wall as the sudden sound of laughter echoed through the hall.
All right, that is creepy.
Where was it coming
That's from
Who
Doors.
could be laughing somewhere like this?
It's the twins.
He wasn't sure he wanted to know the answer. He continued through the hall, edging along the wall.
He's edging.
Suddenly, he froze,
Along the wall.
crouching
Wall.
down to hide as one of the hygienists
That grandma's
exited a
edging.
nearby door. The entity passed him
She's
without
putting
noticing,
teeth in her mouth.
entering another exam room. The subject continued until he reached the far side of the hallway, where a door with the nameplate
Johnny
Johnny
Hendricks
Here's
was waiting.
Johnny.
He opened the door and entered.
Oh,
There was no one inside.
Hi, John. Your
He checked in with
receptionist
Control,
took out my
asking for
tooth.
instructions on what to do next. Control
in.
advised him to look for anything that could potentially be important.
Go in, you little
Documents,
still
research
pansy.
papers, journal pages, anything that might shed some light on the nature of SCP-5150. He obeyed and began to search the
Everything's
desk,
gonna be
but
empty.
found it was empty. Just then, the door to the office opened, and a hygienist called out to the subject, "What are you doing? We have another room waiting for you." At this point, cornered and with nowhere to run, the test subject
Fight.
grabbed his emergency chocolate bar and unwrapped it.
What is this gonna do?
At the sight of the sugary treat, the hygienist screamed
Oh my
and
God.
backed away.
It worked.
Oh, it actually worked?
It
Two
actually
other
did.
entities appeared,
It's like a
wielding sharp
crucifix
double-sided
or
probes
upside down
used during
cross in a
dental
vampire,
examinations.
whatever.
The three entities
my
advanced
God.
toward the subject.
Oh my god!
In a panic, he threw the chocolate bar.
throw
Oh, maybe they
collided
like
with
it.
The third
Maybe they
hygienist.
like it.
The entity shrieked, its mouth beginning to bleed as its teeth rapidly decayed. But now,
This
the
is
subject was
gross,
left
but
unarmed
so
and could
cool.
not defend himself against
They're
the assault
pieces
of
of
the other
chocolate.
two entities. They grabbed
Why
hold
don't
of
you
him,
throw the whole bar,
one entity
dummy?
stabbing the subject with the probe, while the other bit down on his exposed forearm,
Now
hard
they're
enough
just
to draw
zombies.
blood and crack the bone. As he cried out in pain and fear, with no one able to save him, the subject was dragged to exam room
Oh my God,
3.
they're gonna do it.
There, the hygienist
Oh
strapped him
my
down on
gosh.
an operating table, tying him in place with leather straps. "You can trust us, sir," one of the entities said. "We'll just need to pull some teeth before the dentist arrives."
Oh,
At
Dude, this
point,
is like
the
a
entities
weird
removed
Japanese
the subject's
anime.
two
So
lower
much.
canines
Oh my God,
and
at least
3
numb him
molars,
up.
all while he remained
This is-
conscious and screaming. Then the door opened, and another entity
The
came into
dentist
the
is
room.
here?
The doctor was in. At the sight of the dentist, the test subject began to spit various expletives. Dr. Hendricks
bleep,
met the
bleep,
verbal
bloop,
assault
blop, bleep,
with an
blop, bloop.
amused chuckle. "What a tongue! Why so harsh?"
He's about to pull his tongue?
"Don't worry, this is for your own good. I know it may be scary, but it'll all be done
Alec,
with
don't ever
soon."
go back to the
The
dentist.
dentist spotted the camera, removing it from the
I'm
subject's
canceling
body.
my upcoming
Is this
appointment.
for a home video? Well, no matter. Technically, this does break some patient-doctor confidentiality laws, but I can let this one slide. Here, let me get this at an angle where it can record better. He placed the
Oh, he
camera in the
likes
far
it.
right corner of the room, where it captured video of both the subject
He wants
and
to
Dr.
get caught.
Hendricks. All the while, the subject's mouth continued to bleed. The dentist continued to speak. There we go, much better. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. By the looks of it, it seems like they've already started. It's a shame. Your teeth aren't looking so great right now, but that's why you're here. I can help make it all better. The dentist
you,
retrieved
though?
several
I can't
medical
even
cleaning
look.
supplies from the side of the room, as well as an array of syringes. Then, he was ready to work. The test subject's nightmare was far from over.
What?
The dentist elevated the operating chair and inserted a
least
Jennings
put him to
gag
sleep.
device into the subject's mouth in order to keep it open. What happened next could have been briefly mistaken for an ordinary teeth cleaning, other circumstances aside. The dentist used a dental mirror and several tools to pick and scrape at the remaining teeth in the subject's mouth, as if checking for plaque and tartar. Next, however, things got a bit more gruesome. He swapped the probing tools for a dental drill. He began to
I
dig
hate
into
this
the
one.
subject's gums and inner cheeks. The drill was used on the subject's mouth for a duration of 15 minutes.
15?
If you're concerned about the lack of
Is he getting
anesthetic
the
used
wisdom
during these
teeth out?
procedures, allow me to clarify that various high-quality anesthetics were administered.
Oh, okay.
However, they were injected in the wrong locations or at insufficient dosages to adequately reduce the subject's pain. Sadly, he was fully aware of every agonizing sensation. After 2 hours, the dentist cheerfully
is
remarked,
crazy.
"We're almost done with the cleaning." He added, "You're doing just fine. See, I knew you wouldn't be so snappy after I started my work. Don't worry, I'll just have to do one more
putting the
thing.
infect shit in.
But before I can do that, I'll have to move your camera. I can't allow this to be recorded. You understand,
Oh,
right?"
this is the secret
so
sauce.
He turned the camera so
creepy.
that the lens faced the wall, preventing any visuals of what
Thank
happened
God.
next from being captured.
I don't want to see.
This is especially unfortunate, given that this was the point in the procedure at which the dentist's anomalous abilities manifested. The nature of these abilities is still, sadly, unknown. All that was captured by the microphone was moans of pain and the sounds
still
of crunching
listening in?
as the subject's new teeth crowded into his gum line. After 20 minutes, the procedure was complete, and the dentist handed the subject a bag filled with various oral care items. Eventually, the subject was able to exit the building. When he emerged, he was pale and shaking, with splatters of blood down his shirt, and an extreme case of hyperdontia. There were so many teeth present in the subject's mouth that he was unable to speak coherently. He was then taken to Site 334's infirmary, where his hyperdontia was treated, and he was debriefed. After treatment, he was given amnestics and released. At this point, any further experimentation with
he's cool now.
SCP-5150 was suspended, pending the judgment of the Ethics Committee. No follow-ups were conducted with the test subject. Still, I would be personally curious to know if his ordeal left him with a lifelong phobia of the dentist, even after the application of amnestics.
No duh.
I certainly don't believe I would ever be the same again.
I mean, this is basically what every young child thinks going to the dentist is like. I remember when I was younger, I thought like, this is what happens at the dentist. They're gonna pull out all of my teeth.
Well, especially when getting braces on. That was like the most horrifying dentist experience of my life. That was terrible. Well, it's
You
just
wanna keep talking
hours.
about it?
It's just like a 3-hour long procedure, and you know, and it hurts the whole time. And they got like, and then your mouth hurts really bad afterwards. It's terrible. And it did all my bottom teeth too. And then I never wore my retainer. And then my wisdom teeth came in, and then now everything kind of came together. So it's my fault.
I got my wisdom teeth out. That's why I'm so dumb.
SCP-5150 was placed under containment within Provisional Site 334.
Do not let anybody in there ever again.
A disinformation campaign and cover story for this provisional site was established concerning the fictional Hops Railroad Company. This was intended to hide SCP-5150 and any of its related media, including poster advertisements, newspaper articles, and social media posts. In the event of unauthorized access to SCP-5150, all personnel were required to be detained and immediately transferred to the on-site infirmary upon exiting the building. Excess teeth would be removed and stored there, and personnel would be given a thorough evaluation before being given Class C amnestics. All on-site personnel who interacted with SCP-5150 in an approved capacity were required to carry one candy bar containing a minimum of 35 grams of sugar at all times. You may be wondering why these containment
Feastables.
procedures are detailed in the past tense. Well, there's a reason for that choice.
They
The
blew
current
it up.
containment procedures are no longer up to date, as the anomaly is no longer adequately contained.
Thank you. Wait,
As of August 1st,
What?
2023, the building originally designated as SCP-5150 is
moved.
completely absent
No.
of anomalous entities or paranormal activity.
Where they at?
It is unknown how or why this shift took place, but the anomaly appears to have moved rather than
Where?
disappeared. On September 22nd, 2023, posters advertising the dental practice of one Dr. John Hendricks
Blow it
were
up.
reported near the city of Greenwood, Indiana. All personnel assigned to Provisional Site 334 have been given a new directive: relocate and recontain SCP-5150 wherever it is migrated to. The dental health of innocent people depends on it. Remember
Yes.
to take good care of your teeth. Brush and floss every day. And be sure to attend your regular dental checkups. And of course, always count your teeth before and after an appointment, just in case. A young woman steps onto her bathroom scale. She holds her breath and squeezes her eyes shut, afraid to see the
We all
results
been there
as she
before, right,
listens
guys?
to the dial spinning. When it slows to a stop, she opens her eyes
Seemed
and
like
looks
a
down.
documentary.
She balks at the
240?
result. 150 pounds.
That ain't
Okay.
bad.
Unacceptable in her eyes.
It's below the
She
average.
steps off the
She's
scale
about
and
20
examines
pounds
her
heavier than
reflection
me.
in the full-length
Not
mirror.
bad.
In truth, her weight is far from out of control, but when she looks at
She could
herself,
use a little
can't help
sun,
but
am
Those
see
I right,
flaws.
guys?
eyebrows could use some trimming,
The
but other
subtle
than
ring
that,
of pudge around her middle, the way her butt sticks out just a little too far
Hey,
for her
yo.
liking, the very faint thickness around her cheeks and chin that hint at her history of snacking. As she leaves the bathroom, she reflects on her situation. Of course she's gaining weight. How could it be any other way? For the last 2 years, she's been in lockdown during a pandemic, and she's barely left her apartment. She let her gym membership
sounding
lapse,
eerily
and instead of
familiar.
cycling to work, she's instead taking the
What do you mean it's sounding eerily familiar? What do you mean by that?
During the pandemic, I ate lots of pizza. I ate PB&Js. I would even sometimes try to do Pop-Tart eating challenges where I would try to eat them in under 60 seconds.
wait, Jack, that wasn't you. That was Alec.
Oh.
Wait, that was not you
Really?
at all.
Really? You're gonna expose me like that?
I'm not
You
doing
guys
no
are really gonna
Alec hate
expose me
today,
like
but
that?
No, I did it too, I swear.
My fastest time, by the way, in eating a pack of Pop-Tarts, so 2 of them, was 1 minute and 2 seconds. I never actually broke it.
Can confirm. I have the footage. If you want me to release it, let's get 40,000 likes.
No water.
he
no
tried.
water.
He tried for 2 months straight. That's every day. No Alec hate though. I'm not hating on Alec right now.
Maybe he was infected by this SCP.
easy way out by just driving. And it's not like she gets much exercise in her free time either.
Why not?
During these last 2 years of isolation, she's mostly stayed in and watched television.
Sounds like
She's
Alec's
discovered
dream
a particular
girl.
love for trashy
love the
daytime talk
pandemic.
shows and court dramas. Intellectually, she knows that they're the equivalent of
Wendy's
junk food,
4 for
but at the same
4.
time, there is a certain mindless charm to them. She would be embarrassed to admit
Burgers
it to
are my
any of her
favorite food.
friends, but she does enjoy just turning
We
off
know.
her brain and absorbing some silly talk show about professional stunt dwarves or Satan-worshipping furry juggalos.
Say what?
That sort of entertainment has
What,
been
in
a
the
boon
Logan
to get
Paul?
her through the tough times. Nevertheless, it's time to make a change. She promises herself that she's going to get
go.
into shape.
It's time to get
Today,
even
instead
bigger.
of vegging out on the couch, she's going to make an effort. She's going to go out and get some exercise, and she tells herself she's going to watch those extra pounds melt away right before her eyes. She hopes that her old gym clothes will still fit her. After all, she's definitely put on some extra weight since her last trip to
Oh,
the
wow.
gym. After rummaging through her drawers,
This is
she
me
finds what she's
January
looking
1st
for,
every
her
year.
spandex gym shorts and sports bra. She quickly changes her clothes and is relieved to see that, although they might be a little snugger than she would like, they still fit her pretty well.
Go ahead.
That's a good sign. She
Sorry.
probably won't even have to work very hard to get herself down to
I
her
wonder
ideal
what this
weight.
SCP is gonna
It's all a
be.
matter of willpower,
It's
she
the
tells
treadmill,
herself.
Adam. It's
I was
terrifying.
fit before, so that means I should be able to do it again. All I have to do is avoid temptation. I'll just have to make sure I stay active instead of watching trash TV all day.
Alec, as a fellow man that has gone from big to absolutely ripped, what's your secret?
Because you've been absurdly obese.
That is not true.
Show me one picture of me being absurdly obese. I was never absurdly, like, could I have lost a couple of pounds? Sure. But like, absurdly obese, really? You're gonna say that on national TV in front of our friends and family?
Did you just say
You
national
were
TV?
you were big, and then you got ripped, and then you went back, and then you've gone back and forth. It's been a roller coaster. But how? Like, what's your secret?
I wouldn't say I was ever obese. Okay, but I guess my secret is you gotta just dial in and eat healthy. Eat a lot of chicken, eat a lot of eggs, eat like broccoli, rice. Yeah, I mean, look, that's a bad angle. And I also was I was pushing out there.
I think you look good there too.
This is like.
yeah.
No, wait. This wasn't even the obese one. Wait.
Yes, it is. That's
Oh,
like the
that's the
heaviest I've
after?
ever been, bro. That's the heaviest I've ever been, and these two guys are coming at me telling me I'm majorly overly obese. What are you talking about?
I was trying to get you to tell the people watching your secrets of how to become awesome.
We were trying to say you're ripped.
I don't know what Adam's doing.
What you gotta do is every morning you look at yourself in the mirror and you just be honest. You say, you are fat. And just do something about it. Go to the gym. Get your steps in. Eat healthy. Don't eat those cosmic brownies. Don't eat those Nutter Butters. Don't eat those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, because that's what I did all day growing up. And then I got to a point in my life where I hated myself.
So you're telling me there was no SCP, there was no tapeworm or anything?
Sorry, I just had to get that out. That was boiling up.
All right.
No, there was no tapeworm, nothing. I just locked in.
Ozempi.
I just locked the flip in, okay?
Good job.
And you guys can too.
This is unrelated, but I was scrolling through my camera and I just found a picture of Alec again. All right, let's
That's
keep
a
going.
good thumbnail. I was in that thumbnail.
No hate.
After all, I
Find
don't
out
want
how
to
this
rot my
lady
brain too
lost
much.
the weight.
On the first day, she actually does an admirable job of sticking to her plan. She cycles to work, enjoying the fresh
go,
air and the
lady.
reassuring post-workout burn in her legs that let her
Let's
know that
go,
she's making
lady.
progress. She throws away all the junk food in her refrigerator and
ahead,
goes shopping
girl.
for healthy fruits and vegetables.
That's what I'm talking about.
And, most
Yes,
important
sir.
of all, she limits her television time.
That off.
She knows that
Okay, I
trashy
don't know about
TV is
that.
probably her biggest addiction, even more than junk food, so she needs to be careful of that. On the second day, though, she notices something strange. She starts off with a simple, healthy breakfast, just some granola and a glass of juice. It's barely enough to satisfy her, but she knows that she has to make sacrifices if she expects to actually lose any weight. After breakfast, she decides to go out for a jog. As she's out on the street,
Where?
she's overcome with sudden hunger.
Oh, she's gonna eat
Of
something.
course, that's to be expected. She's on a diet now,
that's
so
gonna be
it's
the
going to take
SCP.
some
Yeah.
time to adjust to these smaller meals. She puts her hand to her rumbling
Is the
stomach and
SCP
grimaces.
just dieting?
She's
maybe it's
never
a-
felt
it is
this hungry
terrifying.
before.
Comment down below
If
what
she
you guys
didn't know
think the
better,
SCP is.
she would think that she hadn't eaten for a week with the amount of pain that she's feeling. In fact, she's actually starting to feel a little woozy, and she has to lean
you
against the
feel this
light
too,
post
Alec?
to keep from fainting.
The light post is
She
the
shakes her
SCP.
head to clear her thoughts. Okay,
Siren
she
head?
thinks. I must have misjudged how many calories I need to get me through a morning. Her eyes stray to a nearby coffee shop. She sighs in relief. She thinks to herself, I'll just pop in there and get myself a small snack, just a
Here
little
we go.
something to keep my blood sugar up. She walks into the cafe and gets in line. As she waits, she can't help but stare at the rows of pastries on display under the glass.
Oh,
They
God.
all
That's
look
it right there.
delicious, and she is really hungry. She
No,
fully
don't do
intends
it.
to only get a bagel with a little smear of cream cheese, but when she gets to the
That's not
counter,
enough!
she finds herself ordering way too much food.
Oh, we've all been there.
I'd like 2 scones, 3 danishes, and a bear claw,
Yeah!
she says. Also a large super raspberry frappuccino with extra syrup and whipped cream. The words
Oh,
just
yeah!
tumble out of her mouth, almost as if it's not her saying them, but rather some other voice speaking through her mouth.
Pop off,
What the?
queen.
I didn't say that, she stammers. The clerk behind the counter eyes her strangely, and the young woman feels too embarrassed to protest
Oh,
further.
I remember now.
She steps aside and waits for her order, pondering the strange event that just happened. Is she possessed?
Wait, she already
She's
has
not
the
a
SCP?
superstitious person.
Let me tell you what happens, okay? When you get really, really hungry, sometimes the demons win. There's demons in your head that are like,
Order that pizza. Eat the whole entire large pizza pie. All by yourself. And so you do. You let it overwhelm you. You let it take your body and you eat the whole pizza all on your own.
and then as soon as you take that last bite, you just feel a whole wave of disappointment, disapproval, and hatred to yourself. So this is why, the moral of the story is win your battle, beat your demons, and do not eat entire pizzas on your own.
Unless you have an
I'll be right back,
SCP.
guys.
Oh,
I lose the battle every day.
where's it? I think we got Alec all riled up. I think he's gonna go eat a little chocolate cake.
2,000 years later.
Yep. Oh, I know. I see an empty pizza box.
All this pizza talk. It's getting me really hungry.
Wait, what just happened to the whole speech, Alec?
Shoot, who
What?
ate so much? Who ate this much pizza?
Adam, did you have some pizza?
Nope, not a slice.
I didn't have any pizza either.
It's just me and Alec in here.
It's chicken bacon ranch, guys.
All right, I'm gonna play a video.
Oh,
But she
yeah,
can't
that
think
looks
of any
really
other
good.
explanation for what just happened.
I'm so
She can
jealous.
admit to herself that she has broken down and lost to temptation over a tasty snack in the past, but this is ridiculous. Eventually, when the clerk hands her the order, she rationalizes the whole thing away. I must just be having a hunger hallucination, she says to herself. Obviously, I need to be a little more careful about not being so strict about my diet. I'm sure if I just eat sensibly, I won't have an experience like that again. Her stomach grumbles again, reminding her of the original reason why she stepped into this coffee shop. She retreats to a table in the corner and tears open the bag. She wolfs down her pastries with gusto and slurps at her rich, creamy drink. When she's finished, she sighs in
Mukbang.
satisfaction, although the uncomfortable, full feeling in her belly reminds her of her predicament. She only meant to eat enough to keep her from fainting, but instead, she's eating herself silly, and it's only day 2 of the diet.
Oh,
This does
gosh.
not bode well.
Come on,
Okay,
Day 2?
tells herself. This is my last cheat. From now on, I'm gonna be serious about this diet.
She really
She
needs
stands
to
up
stop
and leaves the
eating those,
cafe,
seriously.
ready to complete the rest of her jog. But then, something even stranger happens. On the television, the matriarch of the family is furious. She has forbidden her daughter from marrying the gardener because she believes that he is too low class for her highborn daughter.
But what she doesn't realize
She's
is
watching
that her
trash
daughter is
TV
in love,
again.
and that she is
Yep,
determined
all the
to make it
addictions
work.
are coming back.
The daughter and the gardener have eloped, and the matriarch is hiring a private detective to track them down. Meanwhile,
we need to
the
know the plot of
matriarch's
this story?
long-lost twin brother, whom she thought died in a plane crash in the tropics, has actually been alive the entire time. He has been in a
Of
South
course he
American
has.
hospital recovering from amnesia. Who
cares? I knew it.
He
I
returns
knew it.
to
I
the
was
family
telling you that,
estate,
Adam.
ready to claim his share of the inheritance. These events are all noted by the family's shady lawyer, who has big plans to
What is
usurp the
going
family
on?
fortune himself. Unbeknownst to
It's
the
a
family,
telenovela.
he is actually secretly working for their mortal enemies and business rivals to destroy them.
This is the
The
plot
young
of
woman
Batman.
laughs, shoving a handful of potato chips
No,
into her
what
mouth.
happened?
Oh man, I wouldn't want to be in there.
She just, like,
now.
teleported
That
here.
lawyer is playing them all like fiddles. Suddenly, she startles, as if she's just waking up.
It's got to be
Wait a
SCP.
second.
Wasn't she just in that coffee shop? How is it that she's at home?
Yeah, she was.
And why is she eating potato chips?
Okay, Adam, when this happens to your friend Alec, what do you usually do?
Wait, I'm gonna start using this as an excuse. Alec, you can use this too. You'll be like, stop! You'll be like, wait, why is this pizza slice in my hand? What's going on? SCP-2611 is clearly taking over. This, I have no control right now.
This is like that one popular TV show, Severance, except instead of skipping work, you skip everything in between meals, and you just skip to the next meal.
That would be a great life. Like, you're always eating.
Yeah.
I hate myself now after eating that piece of pizza. Why did I do that?
Alec, it's okay. You ate
Yeah,
7
Alec,
slices
yeah, you're
yesterday.
good.
It's gonna be fine. One today is not gonna worry anybody. I'm not worried.
You might as well
You can
order
always
a whole nother pizza.
Dave's Hot Chicken is doing a special right now. They have chicken sliders. Just saying.
Don't get me going.
Today is National Fried Chicken Day. Just saying.
What happened to your whole speech, Alec, about locking in, fighting the demons, and
Unlock it.
I'm just trying to help other people out. I'm too far gone.
Jack sounds like the demon.
Get the chicken, Alec.
No, Alec, don't get the chicken.
Chicken.
No, Alec, you can fight this.
Teleport.
Don't you want to have?
Chipotle.
Don't you want to have good body for girls?
She was sure that she threw out all the junk food in the house. She must have bought a bag on her way back home from jogging, but she
How'd that
literally
get
cannot
there?
remember
How'd
it.
that get there?
What is she doing now? Watching television and eating junk food? In disgust, she grabs the remote and shuts off the TV. She was supposed to be jogging, and instead, she's sitting at home and watching stupid soap operas. The thing that worries her the most is her apparent blackout. She remembers nothing about her trip home from the coffee shop, although the evidence of the potato chip bag indicates that she must have stopped at a convenience store or supermarket on the way home. How could she forget something like that? I really must be having a blood sugar issue, she tells herself reassuringly, even though deep down, she knows that can't be the case. She had the blackout after eating the pastries at the coffee shop, so that can't be the cause. But she really doesn't want to think about that, so she puts it out of her head with a renewed promise to commit to her exercise and fitness program. Over the next few days, she makes a valiant effort to keep her promise.
Here we go.
She cycles when she can, she jogs when she remembers, and yet, the blackouts continue. And no matter where she is when she loses her memory,
That
she
is kind
always
of
recovers
insane.
in the same place.
Okay, if this is happening to you, like, you're gonna go to the doctor, right? You're gonna go to the hospital and be like, hey, like, every time I go for a run, I black out and end up with a cheeseburger.
Yeah, I think the doctors would probably laugh at you.
Yeah, I'm not sure they would believe
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And then you'd go into an insane asylum, and then you might get touched there, and it's like, is it really worth it?
That is better, though, than being infected with an SCP all alone. She has nobody, Alec.
That's
but-
true. As much as you guys make fun of me for being like her, at least I have some friends, you know?
Yeah.
No, guys, I have friends.
Me,
I have
and
friends.
Adam,
See?
we would know if you were magically teleporting and wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Oh, guys, you're my friends.
You said you ran earlier, right?
I did go for a run this morning, yeah.
And now
Do you remember what happened in between that and eating your pizza?
now you have Dave's chicken on the way.
Eating pizza? I didn't even eat pizza.
And then you were watching The Office earlier, right?
What are you talking about?
It might be too late, guys.
After my run?
Large.
Really, for what?
Large and in charge.
You guys are being...
At home on her couch,
Really
always
weird.
in the middle of eating some fatty junk food, always staring at the television set. Sure,
Ooh,
she's
that's
always had an
Oppenheimer.
unhealthy television habit, and she
it's
knows
not,
that
it's
trashy
Sherlock
talk
Holmes.
shows and silly soap operas are her biggest weakness. But it doesn't make any sense that she would be seeking them out when she's in some kind of fugue state, right?
This SCP seems
As the weeks
fine,
roll
guys.
by, the young
No, it
woman
doesn't.
finds that her weight keeps rising.
Seems good.
When she steps
get
onto
really
the bathroom
bad.
scale, she's
169.
shocked to see that the dial points to
169.
200
Oh,
pounds.
Mom!
She's doing everything right, she
Badooba-dooba.
thinks. How is that possible? How is it possible that she's ballooned up an extra 50
She getting
pounds since
big.
deciding to slim down? She can't fit into her
Don't
old
laugh,
gym clothes
Adam.
50
anymore.
pounds?
She can
Adam, what are you laughing at? She's
didn't-
going through something serious.
I didn't laugh. I was shocked. I was like, oh no. Okay, Alec.
Walla walla walla.
What? I don't even know what point the Jack's on. What? Wait, boing,
Wait, yeah,
what? All right, I'm. Can we stop
yeah,
pausing the video? I'm sorry, guys. Flame them in the comments. I haven't paused one time.
Fat, fatty.
I'm commenting right now. 10% video, 90% yapping.
More Beck Bros, more
That's
like
what the people
more Yak
want.
Bros.
Guys, we're all hanging out. We're all having fun, right?
We're just trying to watch this lady get clinically obese, okay? Shut up!
She can barely tug the spandex shorts up to her thighs, even if she could.
Why
She's
is she
afraid
so
that they're going to split
hairy?
apart.
Oh.
In desperation,
That's what happens
she
when you eat
switches to an old
cheeseburgers.
stretchy sweatsuit. It's the only thing that she owns that still fits her.
Where's Waldo, guys?
This is just
That's
a
the real
temporary
question.
setback, she tells herself as she stares at her bloated reflection in the bathroom mirror. I just have to work harder. And she does.
Why is her
Or
bike in
does
her
she?
bathroom?
When she goes to
that
ride her
bike is not holding
bike, she
her up.
finds that it's no longer strong enough to support her weight.
That's
She can't perch on the seat
crazy.
comfortably, and the steel body frame starts to creak when she
That ain't
rests
even
her full
funny.
weight upon it.
She's really
She
trying
steals her
her
resolve.
hardest, guys.
Sure, it might be embarrassing to go out in public wearing an ill-fitting sweatsuit and riding a bike groaning under her bulk, but she really has no choice. This time, she's going to do it.
What is
And
the
she probably
SCP?
did ride her bike to work,
It's
right?
gotta be a parasite.
She's not sure. The next thing that she knows, she's back at home,
What the
spread
heck
across
is
the
going
couch,
on?
Dang it.
basking in the
How'd that
comforting
happen?
glow
Oh,
of the
she got the
television.
Oreo cookie mustache.
The floor is covered in empty bags and cartons, and her face is slathered
This
with
is that
crumbs and
freshman
sauce.
15 everybody was
The
warning me
last thing that
about.
she remembers is that she was just about to go for a bike ride, but now she's back at home, and it looks like she just completely
getting
ruined her
bad.
diet. She lifts her arm with some effort and stares at her watch. She lost
effort?
almost a
She's
whole
2,000
day.
pounds?
That's the longest blackout
She's gotta
yet.
be 250
She must have
pounds.
gone out cycling and made her way home, where she decided to reward herself for her strenuous efforts with a little snack. That's the only logic.
She's got you beat, Alex. She's got you beat by 4x.
At least Alex stops after a full pizza and 24 wings.
That
This is
does look
absurd.
like an amazing night, though. I gotta admit. That looks like fun.
Every once in a while, you gotta have yourself an SCP-2611 night. It's good for the soul.
I don't even know what the SCP is yet, though. Like, normally, we would see it, or we would hear about it, or we would see, but so far, just this lady that's blacking out and just eating and eating and eating even more.
I think this SCP is more of a metaphor for the world's silent killer, obesity.
Heart disease.
No, I think it's real.
As long as she doesn't start vaping, she's gonna be fine.
She tries to reassure herself that maybe she's past the worst of it, but she finds that these mysterious blackouts keep happening. They happen while she's at work, while she's at the gym, while she's out cycling, but she always comes to in the same place, sitting on her sofa at home,
gotta be
in front of the
expensive.
TV, surrounded by the debris of a massive meal. Again, she wonders if maybe she's having some sort of reaction to her new low-calorie diet. Maybe she's been cutting back so far on her food intake that she's starting to have fainting spells. Maybe her diet food
don't
is
know
tainted
about
in some
that.
way. But that doesn't explain why she
Oh,
keeps
no.
gaining weight. The scale in her bathroom doesn't lie.
yabba
It keeps
wabba
reporting
labba.
higher and higher
We're getting
numbers.
closer to Alex,
and as
wait.
much as she tries to reassure
Yeah, it's
herself
coming.
that it must just be broken, her
No,
ever-tightening
I'm not
clothes and ever-widening reflection tell her otherwise. Her trips to the gym become less and less frequent,
starting to look like
as she
Baymax.
finds that other patrons have started to stare and whisper about her. Are they laughing
Oh,
at her for
that's
not being
mean.
able to control her weight? Are they whispering about how her new flab is spilling
That
from the
guy kinda looked
confines
like
of her
you, Alec.
sweatsuit? She can't even run on
You
the
look
treadmill
cool.
for more than a few minutes
Thank you,
without being
guys.
completely winded, and she's too wide to balance on her
Orange
bike
guy was
now.
cool too.
Sheesh.
The young woman has grown absolutely massive,
football team
to the
needs
point
to
that she
sign her.
completely fills the whole couch. She chews her way through yet another bag of potato chips.
Oh wait,
She would make a really good hockey goalie.
this is Tammy, right?
My 600-pound sister?
Yeah, her, right? This is like kind of
Wait, you
similar.
have a 600-pound sister?
No,
I
that's,
don't.
that's the show
no,
name.
the TLC show.
KR
Oh,
sure.
you guys could do my 600-pound mom.
Okay,
That would be
wait,
tough.
Where's this hate coming from?
Our mom is like 100 pounds. I think it would be like practically impossible to get her to 600.
Yeah.
That's true. She's tiny.
Chips, her eyes never straying from the ever-chattering television set. She barely moves
Dang,
from the
she's
spot,
looking
her
good.
tremendous girth
Bad
sinking
angle.
into a permanent groove in the cushions
her fault.
as the couch springs groan.
Look at those
She
leg
barely
veins.
notices,
Gosh
however,
dang!
because she's much too intent on enjoying herself.
Oh, this is
She
kind of
loves
sad
to eat,
now.
and every bite brings her untold joy, her taste buds tingling with delight. She is constantly full,
anyone else
so
hungry?
much so that she feels slightly
I've
sick,
been hungry this
so
entire
bloated
time.
that she
If she's
feels like she
constantly
might
full, why
just
should she
burst,
keep eating?
but she's powerless to resist the siren call of
SCP.
junk food. She scarfs down entire boxes of
Oh
cookies
my
and cartons of ice
God.
cream without a
I'm
thought,
actually so
having
hungry.
turned into the very
Wow.
definition of a mindless eater. Only occasionally does she rouse herself from this stupor of gorging to reach for her telephone, to order more takeout
Oh
or more
my
grocery
God.
delivery, always choosing the most calorie-laden options. Other than
You know it's bad when like the pizza place knows you by name. That's when it gets bad.
Why did you say
I didn't
that?
even say.
Why did you say
Why
that?
are you looking at me, Alec, like they know your name?
Because I know why you said that.
Does the pizza guy know your guy's name? Because you guys ordered
He
so
has
much?
no idea who I am.
Yeah. Luigi knows my name, okay? I answered the phone. Oh, Alec! Would you like a meat lovers pizza or Californian this time? I'll take both, Luigi. Oh, both today! Oh, you must have people over. No, Luigi, it's just me.
You got to get to the point where you just have like a button that you press it and it goes right to Luigi and he just knows.
He does. It's called what is it called when caller ID?
Speed dial?
Oh, speed dial. Yeah, speed. He's got speed dial.
her attention is television set. She watches a constant stream of daytime talk shows, laughing along with the studio audience as the hosts parade out an assortment of
Laughs and
society's
obesity.
biggest freaks. Sometimes she'll switch the channel to watch soap operas,
Queso be
becoming
like-
so wrapped up in the ridiculous plot twists and melodramatic acting that she completely
Adam, you
forgets the
watch
passage
Love
of
Island.
time.
Look at that
The
mouse
bicycle
breather.
stands propped against the wall in the hallway, completely forgotten and untouched now for months. At this point, all thoughts of losing weight have utterly evaporated,
vegetables.
and all that she cares about is satisfying her appetites for junk food and junk
zooming in.
television. One day, she suddenly shakes her head and looks down at herself in horror, as if seeing herself for the first time. What the? She
might
says
not
in
even be able to
disbelief.
get up.
She drops her half-eaten carton of ice cream and grabs at her fleshy middle with her hands, as if to make sure that it's all her and not some kind of crazy dream.
I can do that
Her
too.
hands sink deep into her new flesh,
Jiggle,
and she
jiggle.
realizes to her shock that indeed she has eaten herself into morbid obesity.
Guys, it's not
How
her
is this
fault,
possible?
okay? It's the SCP's
I can't be this
fault.
big. I was
Let's
only...
find out what it is.
Her words trail off as the sound of an organ sting from the soap opera on TV
Oh, she's back.
diverts her attention. Within seconds, her eyes have
organ?
glazed over, and her hands move to pick up the dropped
Oh, yeah.
carton of ice cream.
She's infected.
Her worries about her growing size forgotten. She's now only concerned with watching
This is
until the
sad.
next commercial break. It might
So it's
seem
a mind
unbelievable that
control
someone could
SCP.
undergo such a startling physical and mental transformation, but what that young woman experienced has led to her being classified by the Foundation as SCP-2611. SCP-2611 is, as you might have expected, a young woman currently weighing approximately 500 pounds.
She's the SCP. It's not an SCP that infected her. She is patient zero, guys. She is SCP-2611.
I don't know if that's confirmed. We got to keep watching.
That's kind of a flex, though. I would be SCP-6969 if I had the option.
Her mobility is limited due to her weight, although SCP staff encourage her to take light exercise whenever possible, in hopes of preventing her mobility from deteriorating further. She also suffers from several health issues related to her weight and lifestyle, including diabetes, for which she is receiving treatment by Foundation personnel. Her awareness of her situation and surroundings is severely limited, as she spends most of her time in a stupor. But when she is lucid, she believes that she is in a special facility receiving treatment for her weight problem.
It's a miracle
In reality,
she survived this.
SCP-2611 is under observation because of SCP-2611-1. SCP-2611-1 is a mass of sentient fat located on SCP-2611's left side. SCP-2611-1 has become integrated with several of SCP-2611's vital organs,
Here we
making
go.
it too
It
dangerous
eats
to
for
attempt to
her?
remove SCP-2611-1 via liposuction or other means. SCP-2611-1 has gradually exerted increasing control over the mind and actions of its
Here
host,
we go.
to the point that SCP-2611 is only fully conscious for 1 to 2 hours daily.
It kind of reminds me of those special mushrooms that take over insects and then they force them to do whatever it is that they want them to do. Kind of like that. One day, that could happen to us, guys. Mushrooms could take over the world. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No, that's not gonna happen. I think AI will take us over before anything else.
What does
gonna
AI
get us.
stand for? Mushrooms.
Nope.
Allen Iverson.
The rest of the time,
Artificial intelligence,
SCP-2611-1 is fully in control of its host's behavior. Prior to coming to the SCP facility, SCP-2611-1 influenced its host to consume massive amounts of calories, leading to the mysterious and sudden weight gain that we observed earlier. This was possibly an attempt by SCP-2611-1 to increase its own size and influence, but as of yet, its reasons, as well as how it exerts control over its host, are unknown. When in control, SCP-2611-1 can speak through its host, communicating in standard American English.
Oh.
SCP-2611's access to
Weird.
food has been limited since her arrival
There
at
we
the
go.
Foundation,
What
so as to
happens when she
prevent her weight
blacks out?
gain from accelerating to dangerous levels. Other than eating, SCP-2611-1's main interest appears to be daytime television. Attempts to communicate with SCP-2611-1 have so far met with little success due to the anomaly's limited attention span for anything other than the minutiae of daytime television. In a conversation with one researcher, however, SCP-2611-1 let slip that it preferred daytime television to the programming watched by, quote, that other guy, suggesting that it lived inside a different host before it eventually took up residence within the body of
Wait a
SCP-2611. At another point, while in the middle of a conversation about a court drama, SCP-2611-1 suddenly announced, kill it now, I don't care if I die. Staff believe that this might not have been
That's so
SCP-2611-1 at all, but rather the voice of SCP-2611 trying to break
It's
through
a
the hypnotic
lady.
control of her parasite to call for help.
That's crazy.
At this time, no drastic action is recommended until further observations can be made. SCP-2611-1 does not appear to be contagious, and the way that it bonds with the host is unknown, so it is currently classified as safe. At the moment, SCP-2611-1 is the only known instance of its kind.
my gosh, she can't
However,
even breathe.
considering rising levels of obesity worldwide, it is not unfathomable to
What
think
the-
that there could be countless other instances influencing the behavior of other hosts to dedicate their lives to consuming food and television. Who knows? It's not like most of us would need that much convincing. Now go and watch another.
So this SCP turns you into Nikado Avocado.
I guess he was the
You
only
don't want to be Nikado Avocado.
he was the only person to be able to get it removed. No, Jack! Jack, stop! Stop!
SCP-1363 presents a unique challenge to our understanding of biological hazards. It's a highly contagious RNA virus targeting
gonna need
human
my glasses.
epithelial tissue with unsettling precision.
What?
Initial exposure leads to the prodromal stage, where the infected report a metallic taste and persistent headaches. Within days, unsettling lesions resembling scrape marks appear on their skin, though these are mysteriously painless. It's during the chronic stage, however, that SCP-1363 reveals its truly bizarre nature. The lesions evolve, forming coherent words
Whoa!
and sentences, apparently communicated by two distinct entities within the virus itself. Named SCP-1363-1-A
interesting.
and SCP-1363-1-B. These
It's like having a magic 8-ball on your arm. Should I or should I not go to McDonald's? No! I hate you, Orm. I hate you!
Anger present in Alec, okay?
I think Dr. Bob is here.
I'm just making sure that you're not also infected.
Thanks, Jack.
These entities engage in
said
conversation, seemingly possessing awareness and knowledge from the mid-20th century, specifically around nuclear physics, a vestige of their
Whoa.
origins at the Los Alamos National Laboratory. Their
Ah, what a
amicable
good
demeanor
laboratory.
belies the virus's lethal potential, leading to severe systemic effects and, in some cases, death. This
There
is
we
why
go.
containment
Mortality.
is critical. SCP-1363 not only infects bodies, but weaves itself into the fabric of histories, leaving despair in its wake. Understanding SCP-1363 is not just a matter of science, it's a race against history itself.
This thing definitely like wrote the equation to the nuclear bomb so that we could all bomb each other. It wants destruction.
That is an apt analysis, Adam. Very apt.
Look, we're going all the way back to 1946. That was the year that the bomb was created.
Pretty sure it was Oppenheimer that did that.
It is theorized that he was possessed by an SCP, though, Alec.
There we go.
Some people said that he had out-of-body experiences and would see writings on the wall.
Exactly. Next question.
I don't know. I watched the movie. I didn't see any of that. There were some odd scenes in that movie that they probably didn't need to include, but I don't recall that.
I appreciated
I
it.
saw a women's scapula in that movie.
In
I saw a lot of women
1946,
in that movie.
A small town draped in the gentle hues of morning, as a young girl with lively eyes and a skip in her step made her way to school.
This is not going to end well.
The path wound through quiet country roads, lined with the remnants of autumn's touch. As the young girl approached a narrow bend, she noticed a man ahead, staggering and mumbling
gosh.
to himself. His arms were covered
This
in
is before
strange
phones.
marks that seemed to
Homo
shift and
sapien.
move. Curious but cautious, the girl slowed her pace, her gaze fixed on the odd sight. The man, lost in his own world of discomfort, suddenly stumbled toward her. Reflexively, the girl put up her hand to shield herself, brushing against
move
one of
to
the
the left!
lesions on the man's
Oh.
arm.
Why would you
The
touch
contact
him?
was
Why would
brief,
you touch
but in
him?
that
Why?
instant, her
I
hand
believe the
came
physical
away with a
contact has
slight,
also
unusual
reached her
feeling.
infection port.
Sorry, miss.
The man gasped, clutching his head as he shuffled away, leaving the girl to stare after him.
Interesting.
This is before like the whole drug epidemic too. So you couldn't even like if it was today, I would think that dude is just on like ketamine or something, you know? But this is in 1946.
Right, yes.
This is no phones, no technologies. People were inventing the toaster. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yes. And they were also prepping to go to the moon as well.
Yeah. Do you guys get what I'm saying?
I'm not really following, to be honest with you.
Adam is saying that there wasn't a pretense of any sort of drug usage back in those early days in the 1940s. So what he's saying is that this has to be something extracurricular.
Yes. That's why she was so shocked.
Yes.
No,
toxic
she was
shock
probably
syndrome.
shocked because she's a 10-year-old child that is seeing a weird man with scratches all over his arms and he's walking wonky.
In today's age,
he's
though.
That's what was
been
weird
infected.
about that.
No, in today's age, she wouldn't have even noticed that. She would have been scrolling on TikTok, walking down the street. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, that is not true. Anyone is noticing that.
Comment down below.
Good conversation, gentlemen.
And slightly scared. Once at school, she rubbed her tired eyes with the same
This is when they used to beat children in
unwittingly
school.
transferring whatever had lingered from the man's lesion.
Interesting.
Throughout
Some
the
sort of
day,
secretion.
a headache began to nag at her, growing in intensity.
She's getting migraines.
By the time she returned home, the discomfort was unbearable.
Interesting.
This was before
Her
women could
parents,
vote.
noticing her distress at dinner, advised her to drink more water,
Yes.
thinking perhaps the day's
Good work.
play had left her dehydrated.
Drink up, sweetheart. It'll help.
Put some salt in your
Her
water.
mother
Shut up, woman!
Pushing a glass of
I
water
don't think
toward
water
her.
will work in this
That's
situation.
what would happen in 1946.
The daughter would hit the mother, you think?
Adam.
No, the dad would have hit the mom right there.
Adam.
Interesting, Adam.
Adam.
I'm getting in the mindset of a
Relax.
1946 family.
Relax.
Adam, I'm gonna need you to show me your arms.
That's not me saying that.
Sure.
That's the mind of a 1946
Really?
family.
Because you just said that.
I didn't say I was getting into the mind of a 1946 family.
Would you happen to have any sort of like scrapes?
I'm not
or scraps
infected,
on
Jack.
your
Stop
arm?
trying to diagnose me.
Refused to show arm and take off shirt.
I did not take off my shirt. Those are not prescription glasses. You do not need glasses.
Idiot.
Yeah, look in the mirror. I'm talking to you, Alec, by the way. Yeah.
What? What? I didn't even say
Exactly.
anything.
Alec and I look absolutely dynamite today.
All right, I'm going to play it.
I was wondering why you look so handsome.
Comply, but the water did little to ease the pounding in her head. Later that evening, as she changed into her pajamas, her mother noticed small, scrape-like lesions forming on her arms.
She's going through her emo phase.
Similar
This
to
is in
that.
1946.
Concern
They don't do
knitting
that.
her brow.
No, Mommy.
The girl whispered, her voice strained by the throbbing in her skull.
It just
Throbbing?
started hurting.
Her parents exchanged worried glances, attributing the mysterious symptoms to a possible flu, and decided to monitor her overnight, hoping a good night's rest would bring improvement. The next
This is like at the times where anytime you're sick and you go to the doctors, like, and you say you have a headache, they'll just drill a hole in your head and then be like, oh yeah, you're good. They'll do like bloodletting, trepidation. They'll do like some of the silliest things you can imagine. And then they'll say that you're good, but really it's just making things worse.
Yes, I mean, SCP-1363 isn't really a virus in the way that we understand viruses. It's more of a colonization of thought itself.
I'm muting Jack.
Okay, yeah.
I'm literally muting Jack. I can't do this anymore.
The next
All right.
morning, the young girl's struggle to concentrate in class became evident. Every whisper of a classmate, every scratch of a pencil on paper amplified her headache to unbearable levels. Her teacher, a kind woman with a keen eye, noticed her distress.
You look pale.
The teacher said, guiding her to the hallway.
That's kind of
Let's
rude.
visit the nurse.
In the nurse's office, the girl sat quietly, the fluorescent lights above seeming to pulse with each throb of her headache. The nurse, a meticulous woman with years of experience, examined her carefully. She gently touched the
Oh,
lesions,
she's infected.
her expression growing concerned.
How did you get these?
The nurse asked, her voice low.
I don't know.
The girl murmured, her eyes downcast.
I touched
The
a man.
nurse's suspicion
Think
ticked
harder.
up a notch. Something didn't feel right.
Well, she wouldn't know that it came from the man because she didn't initially get the scratches when she made contact.
Do you have him unmuted? I don't hear him.
I don't hear him either.
Anyway.
Wait, say something, Jack. I'm
right.
gonna see if I can
her
figure
hands
out what you're
steadied
saying.
as she picked up the phone and
Oh, no,
dialed
okay.
Child Social Services.
Social
I
services.
think you need to see this.
She said, glancing back at the girl with a mix of worry
Oh, she thinks the
and
dad's beating
determination.
her. That's what I thought too.
Later that day, a car pulled up to the family home. Social Services, accompanied by a police officer, approached the front door.
Wait, this is
The
1946.
girl's
Nobody cares
parents
about
met
this
them,
stuff.
Confusion turning to horror as the reason for the visit was explained.
We need to ensure her safety.
The social
That's a
worker
man?
explained, avoiding the parents'
No.
pleading
Why
eyes
she-
as they
she
protested,
sounds like a man.
tears
It's
streaming down their
1946.
faces.
No, you don't
point.
understand. She's not abused.
Her mother cried out, gripping the social worker's arm. Her father, equally distraught, tried to reason,
Please, she's just been ill. Let us take care of her.
but their pleas went unheard. The girl, wrapped in a coat too
Oh,
big
gosh.
for her, looked back at her parents from
No
the
way they
backseat
would
of the
do this in
social service
1946.
vehicle, her face
Oh, they
streaked
would.
with
They were
tears,
ruthless back
her
then.
small voice lost in the cold wind. At the foster home, the girl found herself among strangers.
Wait, that
her
looks
symptoms,
just like her parents.
now evolving into whispered conversations from the lesions, went unnoticed by her overwhelmed foster parents.
Why did they get her to a doctor?
They overheard her murmuring responses to unseen voices and assumed she had conjured
She's
an
getting
imaginary
possessed.
friend to cope with her upheaval. Who are you talking to, dear? One foster parent.
Write this
It's
down.
interesting because, yeah, these are the early symptoms of schizophrenia as well. So there's some overlap with the symptoms.
That's actually good. Yeah, that's a good point.
One foster parent asked, peering into her room late one night. My arm. The little girl replied, staring at the shifting words on her arms. Her
gosh.
voice a whisper
Is
of
it the
fear and
ABCs?
fascination. The other foster children glanced at her with curiosity, but none understood the gravity of her conversations with the lesions, mistaking them for the whims of a troubled mind. One afternoon, an older foster child watched the girl whispering to her arms. His curiosity piqued. He approached her. What are you playing? He asked, eyeing the strange patterns on her skin.
Oh.
It's not a game, she murmured,
moving.
but he was too fascinated to heed her tone. Can I try? He insisted, reaching out to touch the
Try
lesion
what?
before she could stop
Try.
him. His fingers traced the words, and he laughed. Cool, it's like
It's
magic.
funny.
But the laughter soon faded. Within days, the boy started complaining
There we
of
go.
headaches and
Dude,
a weird taste
oh
in
my
his mouth.
gosh.
Not long after, similar lesions appeared on his skin, whispering secrets only he could hear.
Now, I am kind of curious because the physical contact from the last person that we saw had no effect on them.
We don't know that.
True, the nurse. No, the nurse.
We don't know that.
Maybe she washed her hands. You know, kids don't really wash their hands. They be touching things and then sticking it in their mouths. And then next thing you know, they're on their iPad scrolling.
This is 1946!
That's a good point, actually. Good point, Adam. Low key, this is like kind of a superpower, though, if she's able to control it. She could cheat on exams so easy that way. Like, she could just have things written on her arm.
What's on her arm, though?
I'm saying, like, what if she could? Then she could, like, have entire maps on her arm and adapt it. She could have whatever kind of tattoo she wanted whenever she wanted. And like, imagine having a moving tattoo. Animated tattoo. Oh my god, that is cool.
Tell me more about this animated tattoo. Tell me more.
I don't know how it would work, but I'm just saying, animated tattoos in general would be so cool. Imagine, like, having one.
Yeah. Okay.
I would get an animated tattoo.
Meanwhile, the school nurse, who had been feeling increasingly unwell, noticed similar symptoms in
Oh,
herself.
look at that! If you guys would have just
Remembering
played the
girl
video,
and the
dummy.
lesions, she grew alarmed. With shaking hands, she dialed the CDC, her voice urgent as she described the symptoms and her fears. Something's very wrong, she explained.
This
It's
is when
like
the SCP is gonna
disease
get
is
involved.
spreading through words. Under the guise of public health officials, SCP Foundation agents arrived in the town.
Where's SCP
Their
Foundation in
presence calm,
1946?
yet authoritative. They moved
Oh,
with
yeah,
purpose,
Adam.
That's
observing
Men in
the
Black right
behaviors and
there.
interactions of the townsfolk, especially those showing the mysterious symptoms of SCP-1363. The agents meticulously gathered data, blending in yet remaining apart, their notes becoming a catalog of the unfolding epidemic. It didn't take long for them to confirm the presence of an anomalous infectious agent. The designation SCP-1363 was quickly applied, and the real work began.
There ain't no way that this girl's daughter's parents, this girl's parents didn't also get infected. Like, they didn't touch her the whole time? Are we being serious?
I was thinking that too. Like, no way the parents, like, my parents touched me a lot.
This virus would spread like wildfire. Everybody's touching everybody, especially in 1946.
It would appear as if some individuals have some sort of immunity to the SCP. I'm not sure what characteristics they have that give them the immunity. Well, we don't know that they're infected or not. They could be immune.
Everybody that's touched anybody with the virus has been infected.
The parents, the nurse.
Everything
The
that
nurse
we've
is
seen.
infected.
Yeah,
We
the
saw
nurse
that
is
already.
infected.
What about the parents then?
That's exactly what Adam is saying.
Yeah, we
There's no way
didn't.
to know for sure.
Just because you have glasses doesn't make you smart.
That's up for the commenters.
I hate this Jack.
Now, it does sprawl another question in my mind that in order to exterminate said SCP, they may need to get rid of the host that it inhabits.
Are you implying that they should kill every child on the entire planet?
Not every single child, just the ones that are infected. And that's what I'm saying is maybe a possibility. I don't see a vaccination being a cure for this because it takes over and develops some sort of relationship with the host.
We don't know if it's bad yet, though, so maybe it's fine. Maybe it's like an upgrade.
Initiate containment protocol, one agent instructed, speaking into a concealed microphone. Teams of Foundation personnel, donned in biohazard suits, began the somber task of rounding up affected individuals. The girl, her symptoms now fully manifest, and the observant school nurse were among the first to be escorted to
Dang.
waiting
What is going to
unmarked
happen to
vans.
them?
Inside the containment facilities, the atmosphere was tense but controlled.
They have TVs in
Researchers and
1946?
doctors worked in sterile rooms, their movements deliberate, covered from head to toe in protective gear. They examined each patient with precision,
What the heck?
careful to avoid any contact that might spread the contagion to themselves. Back in the town, a subtle quarantine was enforced. The once lively streets grew quiet, the usual bustle replaced by the occasional sight of Foundation personnel and their unmarked vehicles. Residents peeked from behind curtains, their whispers filling the air with rumors and fear. "What's happening?" One townsperson
What happened to
asked
the
another as
hobo?
they watched another neighbor being
Yeah, I don't
escorted
know.
away by
Oh, that's
suited
probably him right
figures.
there.
"I heard it's some new
Wait, that's
kind of
not him.
flu," the other replied, their voice low, tinged with uncertainty and fear. As the Foundation's presence became more noticeable, the reality of the situation began to sink in for the townsfolk. They were at the epicenter of something far beyond ordinary, a mysterious illness that could no longer be ignored. The town, now under the watchful eye of the Foundation, braced itself as the quiet quarantine tightened, a protective grip
don't
that
itch
held
it.
both safety and a whisper
What does it do,
of
though? I
something
want to know what it
darker.
does.
At the containment center, the hum of
Here we go.
scientific activity filled the air as researchers monitored the progression of SCP-1363 in its various stages. The atmosphere was tense, each team member aware of the unusual and dangerous nature of their subject. In a secured observation room, a Foundation doctor prepared to interview the lesions on the girl's arms. The setup was unusual. A camera focused on the girl's limbs, a microphone poised to catch every whisper from the sentient marks.
Let's begin.
The doctor said, his voice steady despite the surreal task. He addressed the legions directly, pen in hand, ready to record their responses.
Can you understand me?
The legions shifted, forming words that
Whoa,
appeared
this is like one of those
way.
Ouija boards.
Yes, they replied. The word slowly
my
morphing
God.
on her arm.
What is it though?
So that does confirm that it is some sort of sentient being that is co-inhabiting the body and the brain of the person that it infects.
It's like Tom Riddle in Harry Potter. Tom Riddle's book.
Yes, precisely.
Yes.
Thank you. Shut up, Adam. You never watched it. You don't know what I'm talking about. And I also think you smell.
I concur.
How are you able to communicate?
The doctor continued, his fascination tempered with a clinical detachment necessary for his notes. Through
Let me
her,
write down his
the legions
writing
formed a
down.
reply, indicating their host.
Through her?
The doctor
Interesting.
noted
Hey,
the
yo.
response, then asked another
Okay.
question.
What do you want?
Exist, the legion spelled out.
Just to
A
be
simple
alive.
He just wants to
yet
live.
Chilling
Oh my God.
response.
Interesting.
that
Don't
made
we
the
all?
room's temperature
He
feel
wants
a
to
degree
spread, he's
colder.
lying.
So it's
As
human
the interview
in that
proceeded,
way.
the researchers behind the observation glass took meticulous notes, their faces a mix of curiosity and concern.
Ask it if it's evil.
Each answer was analyzed. Theories whispered back and forth about the implications of this communicative ability. The girl, for her part, sat
asking the right
quietly,
questions.
her expression one of resigned discomfort. She had grown used to the odd sensations of her own skin speaking, yet the fear of what it meant lingered in her eyes.
Adam, I do have a question for you. Would you, if the opportunity presented itself, would you infect yourself so that you always had a friend around?
No, I'm not that desperate. Ask the other guy.
Don't ask me. Do not ask me. No, I wouldn't. I'm not.
The session continued, with the doctor gently probing for more information about the origins and desires of SCP-1363-1, the entities living within the virus. Each answer brought them closer to understanding, yet the truth of SCP-1363 remained elusive, shrouded in biological mystery. As the day wound down, the researchers compiled their findings, the data a mix of scientific breakthrough and haunting medical anomaly. The containment center buzzed with the energy of discovery and the somber acknowledgement of the path ahead. The girl was returned to her room, her arms still whispering secrets only the Foundation could now hear. As we've seen, SCP-1363 is not just a medical anomaly. It's a window into the complexity of infection and their potential interactions with human psychology. After the acute and chronic stages, the virus enters what we will call the convalescent stage. This is where the levels of SCP-1363 in the blood begin to decline, leading to a gradual resolution of symptoms.
Okay.
Most subjects recover fully within a month,
Wow.
but let's not underestimate the psychological scars left behind.
Yes, the
The
trauma.
virus fades, but the impact lingers. Survivors often
that's
report
pretty
episodes
sad.
of anxiety, nightmares, and in some cases, continued hallucinations.
Whoa.
It's a stark reminder of the virus's
pretty cool.
potency. Now, Let's talk
I
containment.
don't think it's that cool.
Wait, that's
for
not
that.
bad, though. It goes away in a
SCP-1363
month.
is currently contained at Bioresearch Site 101 under the highest biosecurity protocols. The containment unit is designed to prevent any possibility of outbreak, with multiple redundancies in place. Every precaution is taken to ensure that SCP-1363 does not leave the confines of its containment cell. This includes specialized air filtration systems, double-sealed doors, and regular health screenings for all personnel involved in its management. The outbreak of 1946 taught us valuable lessons in containment and crisis management. We've applied these lessons to enhance our protocols, ensuring the safety of the public and the integrity of our research. As we continue to study SCP-1363, our goal remains clear: understand, contain, and mitigate. The stakes are high, but so is our commitment to safeguarding humanity.
It doesn't seem that bad. Like, after a month, you're good. And you have a couple hallucinations. Bing, bada, bop. And for a month, you actually have a friend. They didn't even ask it any important questions. Like, where did it come from? What does it want?
Where did it come from? Where did it go? You know?
Cotton Eye Joe?
Well, either way, SCP-1363 cannot be cured, only contained. And as long as the voices go away, this seems to be pretty easy to deal with SCP.
Thanks, Dr. Bob. I guess it's Dr. Jack now.
Trill of a woodpecker echoed through the forest. The group of birdwatchers froze, eyes instantly scanning the treetops.
Wow,
There, one of them
birds.
whispered, pointing at a flash of red feathers among the leaves.
Whoa.
Just a cardinal,
Alec bird.
the guide said, his
Sorry,
voice
Alec.
calm and steady.
They're common here. Let's keep going. There's a nesting site of robins up ahead.
The group followed him along the trail, stepping carefully over roots
Poor
and
bird.
fallen branches. A pale blue cluster of eggs nestled in a nearby
Ooh,
branch
Avatar
soon caught their
eggs.
attention. Quiet murmurs of admiration rippled through the
That
group
looks pretty
as they
cool.
gazed upon the fragile sight.
Wow.
But the guide's focus had shifted. His eyes were locked on a vine curling
Is it Big
tightly
Bird?
around an oak tree. It didn't look like anything
Is that the
native.
SCP?
Its edges
It's
were tinged
ivy.
with deep purple
Poison ivy.
and tiny green thorns
That is
glinted
not
faintly
poison
in the
ivy.
sunlight.
Stay here.
He said, lowering his binoculars. His tone was a mix of curiosity and unease. The guide
It's just
stepped
a plant.
closer, his boots crunching softly on the forest floor. Up close, the vine seemed even
It
stranger.
looks cool.
Its leaves were glossy, catching the
Yeah, it does
sunlight
look
in an
cool.
almost unnatural way. They moved slightly.
It
was a
definitely looks
subtle,
poisonous.
deliberate motion.
I would stay
Something
away from
wasn't
that.
right.
Don't touch it.
What is that?
Someone called out, ripping away from the rest of the group.
Not sure.
This guy.
The guide replied,
Adam Am
crouching
moment.
down for a closer look. His fingers hovered over the vine, hesitating.
Don't touch it!
Doesn't
It's
look
clearly
familiar.
poisonous.
Might be invasive.
He leaned in.
Put a
Whoa,
glove
whoa,
on
yeah,
the
use a
door.
The
machete.
vine shifted slightly.
I wonder if
its
this dude-
leaves
this
trembling,
is
even
the
though
SCP.
the air was still. The guide hesitated. The movement wasn't natural.
Strange.
He murmured, stepping back. The forest had gone quiet.
It's just
the
a
birdsong
plant.
fading into silence. His hand hovered
No,
just above the
I
vine.
don't think it's just a
Its
plant,
glossy
Adam.
leaves
Touch it!
rippled faintly, almost as if aware of his presence. He frowned, shaking his head to push away the unsettling thought.
Let me just.
This is like Alec when he, like
Okay,
when he
where
orders
is
the
this
Big Mac
going?
and he's like, oh shit, I shouldn't
Really?
eat it. I shouldn't eat it.
Really?
Stop the Alec.
Don't worry, Alec. I
That's
do the
crazy.
same thing.
Well,
I
the
got
thing
you.
is, it always results in me eating it, so I'd imagine he's about to do the exact same thing.
This would never be any three of us because we don't eat things that are green.
We
Right,
also
guys?
don't go outside.
Yeah. yeah.
He began, reaching out cautiously. The vine exploded into motion.
Oh,
a
oh my God.
green that struck
It's like
before anyone could
Jumanji!
react. It lashed out, twisting.
Oh my
the
God,
whip
oh my God,
and
oh my
coiled
God,
around
oh my
his
God,
arm
oh my
with
God.
terrifying
Oh my
precision.
God.
Gasps come up from the
Plants
group
are fighting
as the
back,
plant tightened
finally.
its grip,
Oh
its
my
thorns
God.
sinking into the guide's skin. Blood
Dude.
welled up,
What?
dark red against the
Ew.
vine's purple leaves.
That's crazy.
What the?
The guide shouted, yanking
What the
his arm
skibbity?
back.
Okay. What the is his only reaction? I would be screaming at the top of my lungs.
He's like, oh,
He's like, what the?
what is going on
What the?
here?
Oh, this is odd.
This is
Oh.
strangely
Peculiar.
peculiar.
Oh wow, I'm bleeding.
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
Hey guys, could somebody maybe call an ambulance? Take
Hey,
your time.
this is a new site. Who wants to get a photo?
Hey, oh, look, a bird.
I
Please
think,
give me a 5-star on Yelp.
I think I found a new species of plant.
let me take a bite. Ah.
Oh, I'm just gonna take a quick nap. It's not because I lost too much blood.
What a doofus.
The vine only tightened, digging deeper.
Help him!
Someone
Of
screamed.
course,
in a
Karen would
voice.
say, help
Why don't
him.
you help him?
Why
They
was
were
that such a
caught between
whisper?
disbelief and
Help
fear.
him.
The guide thrashed, clawing at the vine with his free hand. But the plant moved with purpose, shifting
I don't
and
like
tightening
this.
with every
It's like
attempt to
barbed
break
wire.
free.
Get it off. Is this making anyone
He
else
yelled,
itchy?
His voice cracking as the pain grew unbearable.
There we go.
His
There's real
knees
motion.
buckled, and he collapsed onto the forest floor. The group stepped closer but stopped, their fear rooting them in place. His
Jack, that
body
plant's
convulsed
dead.
Gotta keep my plants in
violently,
place.
Cries turning to guttural gasps as his muscles
Oh my god,
seized.
this is horrifying.
happening to him?
Maybe he'll turn
The
into a
woman whispered,
superhero.
clutching her binoculars like they might protect her.
What?
The guide's face
nobody
twisted
gonna
in
call for
agony,
help?
His eyes wide and glassy.
It burns.
They're
He
all
choked
watching
out,
this.
His voice raw.
It's inside.
Okay,
Thorns
what?
dug deeper, drawing fresh blood that dripped
What
onto
is
the
that
soil
plant
in
doing?
thick, dark streams. The guide's body jerked again, the burning
What?
spreading as though fire coursed through his veins. A younger bird watcher took a step forward, gripping a branch
somebody
as a
help
makeshift
him.
tool.
Maybe we can.
The vine lashed.
Oh my God,
out
it's gonna get
toward
him
the
too!
flesh, a tendril
Sword fight!
snapping
Sword
toward
fight!
them
Oh,
with violent
got it.
force. They stumbled back with a sharp scream, dropping the branch as they narrowly avoided its grasp.
Stay back.
Another voice warned,
Okay.
pulling them further away.
Are these the dumbest humans
The guide's
ever?
convulsions began to slow. His movements
Well,
reduced
yeah, Adam,
to
they're
faint,
bird watchers.
agonized twitches. The vine loosened its grip slightly, almost as if satisfied with its work. His ragged breath filled the silence as the group huddled together in terror. The forest seemed to darken, the once bright morning light fractured by
Nah, I
shadows.
don't like this.
Are you telling me not a single one of them brought a cell phone and is like, why are they not calling for help?
Or a machete?
Well,
you're in nature.
Well, Adam, they're bird watchers, okay? They're probably pacifists and they're not going to use a machete, but still, like, they don't have a cell phone or something? It's 2025, people! Everybody has at least a phone!
I gotta pee.
Grew heavy, the chirps and rustles of wildlife replaced by an oppressive quiet. The guide trembled on the ground, his breath shallow and uneven. The vine writhed around his arm, its movements erratic yet deliberate. Every attempt to help had only
It's
made
like
it
a car
worse.
crash. I
No
just
one
can't look
dared
away.
move now. Then, with a guttural yell of desperation, the guide fumbled for his pocket.
What does
his
he have?
shaking fingers
Oh,
closed
yes,
around
finally.
a small knife.
Yeah, what
The blade
took him
flicked
so
open with a
long,
sharp
bro?
Thank you.
click,
Take that
He
out.
was in
glinting the
shock.
sunlight.
Yes, way earlier.
Hold still.
Someone called out, their
about to
voice
chop off his
trembling.
arm?
The guide didn't need the advice. There was no time for precision.
Oh.
Gritting his teeth,
Go.
he brought the blade down
yeah.
on the vine,
Oh,
sawing at its base with
Oh.
furious strokes.
Oh!
The plant seemed to sense the
Just
danger.
chopping it that
Its
way.
tendrils convulsed,
Oh my God.
tightening their grip as if in protest. The thorn sank deeper, tearing his skin and drawing fresh streams of blood. He let out a strangled cry, pushing harder.
Why can't
With a
it? Why
final
can't he
desperate
do it?
stroke, the vine
Yes!
snapped.
Okay.
A piece of it remained attached to his arm, its grip
Oh, no.
loosening but still embedded in his flesh.
Oh
The severed
no.
length
So,
thrashed briefly on the
he's
ground.
fine.
Before
No,
retreating
no,
back
no,
toward
no,
the
no,
tree.
that's the
What is
That's
oh no?
worst case
What is
scenario.
no? What is oh no?
The guide stumbled back, clutching
my
his arm. His face was pale, beads of sweat dripping from his brow.
Oh
His
no.
legs wobbled beneath him,
Hey,
barely
okay.
holding him upright.
Let's get out of here.
He whispered, his voice hoarse. The group sprang into action. Two of them rushed to his side, draping his arms over their shoulders to support him. The others circled protectively around them, their eyes darting to every shadow in the forest.
Oh, this is
They
scaring
moved
me
as
now.
quickly as they could, each step feeling like an eternity. Their breaths came in short, panicked bursts as they hurried down the trail, glancing back over their
I can't
shoulders.
believe not one person helped them.
Behind them, the vine swayed gently, its leaves shimmering as though nothing had happened.
This kind of reminds
They
me of like
reached
the
the trailhead
DC
just as
villain
dusk began
Poison
to
Ivy.
settle over the
She could
forest.
do something like
The
that.
guide dropped onto a fallen log, struggling to catch his breath.
Why did I take it
One
off
of the
yet?
group members pulled out a first aid kit.
It's
their
deep in
hands
his skin.
trembling as they worked to wrap his arm. The piece of vine embedded in his skin oozed a dark, sticky
embedded.
sap that
What is
seemed
that?
anything but natural.
What is that?
Guys, I have a feeling that this is not even close to being over.
What is the IV
Oh, no,
injecting
Alec.
into him? What is that? Black
I
tar?
don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. But I have a feeling like the plant's gonna get deep
Bro.
inside him, and then it's gonna eat him from
Yes.
the inside out or something.
I honestly think by the end of this, he's gonna turn into a tree.
Okay.
With
This
the
guy.
vines
Why do
and
we invite
multiply.
Adam anyway? What is that? He's gonna
could
turn into
have.
a
With the
tree.
multiply-
He's gonna turn into a tree.
Just
He's
you wait,
going to
Alec.
turn. Listen to what you're saying.
I think that he's getting paralyzed right
goodness.
now. I think that black stuff is probably venom, and this dude is dead.
Ooh, he could turn into the Venom.
I would just
but
cut off my whole
we don't know
arm.
for Spider-Man. No, you would not.
Nah, I wouldn't.
would not cut off
I
your
wouldn't.
whole-
I was
You're
kidding.
just
I was
lying.
just kidding, guys.
Are
Okay.
you okay?
Someone asked, their voice tight with urgency. The guide shook his head, his face pale and
Silence,
haunted.
Karen.
thing,
he muttered, his eyes flicking nervously back toward the forest.
I've never seen anything like it.
The group exchanged uneasy glances.
What kind of bird
One of them
was
pulled out
that?
their phone and began scrolling through the photos they had taken earlier. The images of the vine were sharp, its thorns gleaming in the sunlight.
You need to tell someone,
another said, holding the phone out to the guide.
I hate these people.
The local authorities were less than impressed. The small office smelled of stale coffee and damp paper. The guide sat stiffly across from a disinterested officer, his arm...
Are you telling me this man did not go straight to the hospital?
Nah, it wasn't that bad.
You went to the
first aid.
you went to the police,
It
not
was
the
just
hospital.
thorns. It was just thorns, Jack.
That's what I'm saying. Why would he go to the police? Why? What is
I would go to,
what is the police gonna do?
pest control.
What is the police gonna do? You go to a hospital if you have an injury. You don't go to the cop and say, "Hey, dude, my arm's messed up."
But maybe they have access to flamethrowers and then they can burn down the entire forest. Hospitals don't have that.
What are we doing?
Jack's really...
What are we doing?
Heavily bandaged and his face tight with pain.
So you're saying a plant attacked you?
The officer asked, his tone filled with skepticism.
What color was this
Sure,
plant?
it wasn't just poison ivy. That stuff can make people itch like crazy. It wasn't poison ivy.
The guide snapped, his exhaustion giving his voice an edge. He placed the photos and his scrawled notes on the desk, his hand shaking slightly.
Look, this isn't normal. You won't find this in any field guide.
The officer picked up the photos, his expression unreadable as he studied them.
Looks like some overgrown kudzu to me.
He said with a shrug, sliding them back across the desk.
He doesn't
Maybe
care.
brushed up against it too hard.
The guide's frustration bubbled over.
You're not
He has
listening.
4 eyewitnesses.
It moved. It wrapped around me like a snake. It's alive.
The officer sighed, leaning back in his chair.
Look, I'll file a report, okay? But there's not much we can do about an aggressive plant. Just stay away from that area.
If the guy was smart, right, he would have said, I got attacked by a group of, like, young teenagers, right? And then that would get the cops to go, and then they would be able to see firsthand that it wasn't actually young teenagers, it was a plant. You gotta be smarter. Because if you go to the cop and be like, hey, a plant attacked, he's gonna think you're schizophrenic.
Yeah, but not if there's a group of 5 eyewitnesses to back you up. If this dude was smart, he would have brought them.
We saw the witnesses, and they had 6 brain cells combined, Alec.
Okay, but if they were there and they all said, yes, this plant did attack him, then you'd think that the cop would go.
The cop would be like, schizo. Just saying. Say it's a bunch of teenagers, the cops will be there in 2 seconds.
Out, his jaw tight,
What are the
and his
cops gonna
hands
do?
balled into
Fight
fists.
them?
The officer's dismissive words stung,
Shoot the
but
plant?
he refused to let them be the end of it. That night, he gathered
You're
his
under
notes,
arrest,
the
Elliot.
photographs, and every
Bro.
detail he could remember.
If he goes
He
back,
sent the
it's on
information
him.
to a network of environmental organizations, determined to find someone who would take him seriously. Unbeknownst to the guide, his evidence reached the hands of people far more willing
This
to
might
act.
be the
SCP
origin story of
Within the
Terragreen.
SCP Foundation, a file was opened.
What?
Unusual predatory behavior, vines with anomalous mobility, possible biohazard.
An agent read aloud, their tone brisk.
Nice.
Send a team.
What is
Their
the
superior
CIA?
replied
The
without
SCP.
hesitation.
If even half of this is true, it's worth containment.
FBI?
It's the Foundation.
And just like that, the Foundation's attention turned to the quiet
Oh, it is the
forest.
Foundation.
Its secret, no longer hidden.
Oh, this
Darkness had
plant is
fallen
so
over the
done.
forest. The once inviting paths were now cloaked in shadows. The Foundation
Ooh, here
vehicles
we
rolled
go.
to a halt just beyond the trailhead, their engines settling into an ominous, low growl before cutting out completely. The agents stepped out one by one, their movements swift and efficient. Dressed in tactical gear, their faces were concealed behind reflective visors, their presence unnerving in the stillness.
They look
We'll
very
retrace
scared.
the path described in the report.
The lead agent said, unfolding a map and gesturing to the trail ahead.
Stay sharp. We treat this like any other anomaly until proven
Okay.
otherwise.
The team moved in formation.
I feel like I'm
their
there.
boots crunching softly on
Every
the
other
forest
anomaly.
floor. Floodlights mounted to their gear cast sharp beams of light into the surrounding darkness. Every rustle
good job,
of leaves
Adam.
or snap of a twig set nerves on edge, but they pressed forward, their discipline unshaken.
Oh, wow.
Eyes on the
Hey,
target.
yo.
Came a whisper from the rear of the team. Ahead, the vine came into view.
There's something behind that tree.
Yeah, flame.
Look at that.
It's a plant, Adam. It's the plant.
No, maybe he was hiding behind the tree the entire time. I think it's going to be much bigger and worse than we actually
You think it's a bunch of young teenagers?
It's just some dude behind that's dressed up like this.
No, it's not young teens dressing up.
with the plant man.
This is
and
the
then the
ivy
thorns.
tree. You
Maybe
get
the
3
thorns were all just like-
wishes.
Maybe the thorns were all just like needles with pills in them.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It was unmistakably larger than the photos had shown. The leaves, tinged with deep purple, shimmered faintly under the pale moonlight.
Pee on it.
The green
Pee
thorns
on
glinted
it.
menacingly,
Flamethrower.
sharper than the initial
No.
report suggested. Coiled tightly around the tree,
Napalm.
the vine's tendrils stretched outward, almost as if searching for something. Or someone. The lead agent raised a hand, signaling the team to halt. Thermal
Oh, this
scan,
team's
they
like SEAL
ordered,
Team
their
6.
tone steady despite the weight of the moment. The team prepared, their equipment whirring faintly in the silence, as the forest seemed to watch.
Okay.
One of the agents stepped forward,
No.
wielding a handheld device. The screen flickered to life, displaying a map of heat signatures. A faint glow pulsed from the vine's core,
that's the dude's
growing
blood.
brighter with each passing second.
I
think,
feel
I don't
like
know.
this SCP team is like way better than any other team that we've seen. I feel like
True.
other teams in other videos are like terrible and they always die.
They get destroyed every single time.
Guys, this SCP team did nothing so far.
That's
what are you
fair.
guys
No, that's
talking
fair.
about?
Do you see?
They
That's
literally.
fair.
What do you mean? This
Adam.
SCP team's more prepared than any other team. They just stood next to
Bro.
each other. They didn't do anything.
They are triple seeing right now. They are calm, cool, and collected. That's better than any other team that I've seen.
I guarantee all three of them are about
Calm,
to die.
cool, collected.
What do you mean? These are the more trained.
five
teams? They didn't do
principles.
anything. What are you talking about?
Let's see.
It's reacting to us, the agent murmured, lowering the scanner.
Yeah,
The vine
these are
shifted
the
slightly,
pros.
its tendrils stretching toward the nearest source of heat.
They should have brought a
The team
ninja.
deployed a robotic
Oh, look at
arm,
that!
its mechanical joints
That's
clicking
genius!
softly as it extended toward the vine.
don't
At
need
the
a
end of
robotic
the arm, a set of shears gleamed under the
has scissors.
floodlights, ready to cut. The vine responded instantly.
Oh, yeah.
A
Oh,
tendril
yeah.
lashed out, striking the arm.
yeah.
Oh my
forced
God.
the
I
did not
jerking
think this
backward.
video would
There's no
go
way
here.
it's that
The
strong.
operator tightened
Come
their
on,
grip
fight
on the
back.
controls, steadying the machine and maneuvering it away from another attack. Defensive behavior.
This is
Leaving
like
Pokemon
this is
battle.
like
their
Superman
voice
versus
calm despite the
Ultraman.
rising tension. Log its movements. The robotic arm adjusted its approach, swinging wide before darting in.
There we
the
go.
shears snapped
Oh.
shut, slicing
yeah.
off a small section
Oh,
of
nice.
the vine. The severed piece
Are
writhed
you convinced
violently.
now, Adam?
It was quickly secured in a containment
All right.
tube, the lid
team's
sealing
pretty
with
prepared.
a sharp hiss. The main vine grew more aggressive.
Made him angry.
Tendrils shot out, reaching toward the team with deliberate precision. The agents stepped back, moving cautiously, but keeping their lights trained on the advancing plant.
It's targeting warm bodies.
One agent said, watching the tendrils stretch toward
Oh
them.
my God.
Another glanced at the thermal scanner.
Well, my
The
heart's
heat
beating a
signature
little bit.
spikes every time it moves. It's hunting.
The
Wow.
lead agent raised a
These
hand.
guys are good.
Fall back. Keep your distance.
The team
They are
retreated,
good.
their movements careful as the vine continued its relentless pursuit. Its tendrils stretched further, nearly brushing the boot of the outermost
Uh-oh.
agent
Uh-oh.
before recoiling. Once they reached a
How
safe distance,
big is
the
this
lead agent
thing?
activated their comm.
Sample secured. Behavior documented. Returning to base.
The forest remained eerily silent as the team disappeared into the
Good job,
shadows.
team.
The vine's tendrils twitching, as if it
Yeah,
were already
take
planning
that,
its
plant.
next move.
Let's go, team.
The agents exchanged wary glances, their steps quickening as they left the vine behind. The forest seemed darker now, every
Maybe-
shadow a potential threat.
What if the SCP is the entire forest, not just that one plant?
They're all connected.
This could be really bad.
I don't know
for the-
about
for
that,
the
but
SCP team.
something does seem a little bit off still. I feel like
Yeah,
it's,
there's plants attacking
not
people.
right.
Captain Obvious.
Yeah, Alec, that was pretty stupid of you to say that.
that's not even what I meant, but okay.
Their focus was broken by a rustling in the underbrush. A raccoon emerged, its small eyes glinting in the beams of their
Kill it.
light.
Shoot it.
It sniffed the air, drawn toward the strange, sweet scent emanating from the vine.
Hold position.
The lead agent whispered, raising a hand to stop
It's
the
kind
team.
of like a Venus
The
flytrap.
raccoon scurried closer, its curiosity leading it straight to the vine. It stood on its hind legs,
Oh my God, it's gonna
pawing
kill it.
tentatively at the purple-tinged
It
leaves.
is like a Venus flytrap.
Should we
It lures it
intervene?
in.
One agent asked
No.
quietly.
No,
their
record it
voices
with your
with
phone.
unease.
Get your phone out.
Before anyone could respond, the vine reacted. A tendril
Oh my
shot out
God.
with terrifying speed, coiling around the raccoon's
raccoon!
midsection.
Not the zigzagoon.
The animal let out a sharp cry, clawing at the vine as it tightened.
This is terrible.
More tendrils followed, wrapping
This is
around
what
its
could have
limbs
happened to
and
the
neck.
guy.
The thorns pierced through fur and flesh, eliciting a final.
I kind of wish this
pitiful
happened to that
shriek.
Karen earlier.
The agents watched in horrified silence as the raccoon's struggles grew weaker. The vine pulsed as it siphoned the animal's fluids. Within moments, the raccoon's body collapsed inward.
That was vicious.
Its form reduced to a shriveled husk.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Alrighty.
An agent muttered under their breath, their voice barely audible. The lead agent's expression hardened.
We've seen enough. This thing isn't just an anomaly. It's a predator.
It's a
Containment is
Keter class.
A new urgency gripped the team as they returned to their staging area. The severed piece of the vine writhed sluggishly within its containment tube.
Bring the reinforced container.
The lead agent ordered.
Don't you guys think that if this thing kills a bunch of animals and stuff like right nearby, that there would be like bones and stuff? Like it would be like a graveyard, right?
I was thinking that too. Yeah, there should be like a lot of animals in the area.
Yeah. Huh. Or maybe it eats the bones after it's done? Like, I don't know.
What's crazy, though, is that those plants kind of exist just in really small form, like the Venus flytraps you guys mentioned, but there's a lot of plants out there that eat small animals, mostly insects. But if those plants were as, like, this big, then there would be plants that could potentially actually eat humans. Which is very creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna think about it anymore.
An agent wheeled over a stainless steel case, its polished surface reflecting the harsh lights. Inside, layers of non-reactive material lined
this
the
team
container,
is awesome!
designed to prevent any breach. Stainless steel had been
It is
chosen
cool,
specifically
Jack. I
because
agree
the
now.
plant couldn't penetrate metal.
I'm gonna keep glazing.
One agent murmured as the vine was transferred into the container. They worked methodically, ensuring no part of the specimen
melting?
was left
He's
exposed.
sweating.
The lid closed with a satisfying click, the airtight seals engaging with a hiss. The team double-checked every seal, then checked them again.
Container is secure.
The handler confirmed,
Let's go.
stepping back cautiously. The lead agent nodded.
Good. Let's make sure we leave nothing
Oh my
behind.
What are they gonna
God, dude.
discover?
You could
Group
cut the
scoured
tension with a
area,
knife.
scanning for any fragments or spores that might have escaped during the
carnivorous.
transfer. Tools were
Yeah, snip it.
sterilized, disposable gear sealed in hazardous
Snip,
materials
snap.
bags, and every piece of equipment meticulously cleaned.
All clear.
Another agent reported after completing the sweep. The team loaded the sealed container into
They
their
look
vehicle,
horrified.
each member moving with height.
This guy on the right is struggling. He has not gone through proper training.
Yeah, you would think that they went through enough training to where, like, they're scared, but not, like, shaking and sweating like this. Especially
I meant, like,
because they're...
he should be more fit. Like, why is he drenched in sweat
probably,
right now?
but
He's scared.
I don't know. Like, this SCP, don't get me wrong, is a scary one, and it is dangerous, but there are others out there that you'd think are much more dangerous and scary.
It ain't no Waldo, that's for sure.
We don't know the full story of this thing
That's
yet,
true.
so
They might
actually
find something
experiment on
out
it.
that's, like, insane.
Like, what if it turns out to be Alex's mom?
That would be insane.
Yeah,
That would be
just
crazy.
Insane.
I would not see that coming.
And caution, they all knew what was at stake. The vine wasn't just an anomaly to study, it was a predator waiting to spread. Failure wasn't an option. The arrival at the Foundation site should have been routine. The transport team moved with precision, unloading the reinforced container into the
They
sterile
are
transfer
locked
zone.
in.
Bright artificial lights illuminated the laboratory. Nearby, a hydroponic growth chamber stood ready, its glass walls bristling with sensors and automated irrigation systems.
Oh, they're
A
gonna try
small
and grow
group of
this thing.
researchers and technicians gathered around.
I don't know
their
if that's
attention
smart.
fixed on the container. The air buzzed with quiet anticipation.
everyone sweating?
An undercurrent of excitement, barely masking the tension.
Careful with the transfer.
The lead scientist instructed, their eyes glued to the tablet in their hands. Their tone was firm, carrying the weight of prior warnings.
This
He looks
specimen
pretty
has
good.
already demonstrated its lethality. Let's not add another casualty tonight.
The container hissed softly, a faint exhalation,
Oh,
as
here
its
we go.
seals disengaged with a sharp click. The sound echoed in the sterile chamber, amplifying the weight of the moment. Two technicians moved forward, methodically guiding robotic arms toward the container's edge. Every movement was measured, deliberate.
Where'd they find
Then
this guy?
came a pause. A junior
What is it?
researcher edged
Oh.
closer, their curiosity overriding caution. They leaned in, their gloved hand moving toward the vine, seeking a better
Oh,
view.
it's still live.
What
What are they
whoa,
doing?
whoa,
A senior
whoa.
colleague snapped.
You
their eyes sharp
absolute
with alarm.
buffoon.
He's
It was too
luring him
late.
in. It's not his fault.
The vine exploded
I think it's
from
the
the
plant.
container, its tendrils moving with impossible
I think the
speed.
plant lures him in.
Oh my God.
Lashed out.
Oh my God, 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 oh my God.
No!
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Force sent them staggering backward, a strangled cry
Why would he
escaping their
do
lips.
that? That's actually
Get
so
back!
dumb.
The lead scientist shouted,
Come on.
slamming the emergency alarm.
Nobody wanted to
Red
stop
lights
him before he got
flared,
right next to the
bathing
plant?
the room in an ominous glow, and a shrill klaxon pierced the air.
Another one bites the
The
dust.
researcher's body stiffened as the vine tightened
Yeah,
its grip.
he cooked.
Tendrils snaked
And they had
around their
such
nice
torso
hair,
and
too.
neck, pulling them to the floor.
Such a shame.
Their panicked gasps filled the room as their colleagues scrambled to intervene.
Cut it loose!
A technician yelled, grabbing a pair of long-handled shears, but the vine was faster.
Wow. Oh my god.
Its thorns sank deep.
Oh my
pulsing
god.
tendrils intensifying.
Dude.
The researchers' struggles
There's so
faltered
much
and
vine
ceased
still.
entirely. Their body began to
Yeah, it
collapse
got so
inward,
big.
skin and muscle withering as though drained of life. Within moments, they were a husk,
GG.
hollow.
Oh
lifeless.
my god.
Pull back.
The
Nah,
lead
bro.
scientist barked, their voice
This thing
cutting
is
through the
getting mad.
chaos.
It gets more
The
powerful when
team
it's mad.
It got
retreated,
Capri
their faces
Sunified.
pale as the vine retracted into its container with unnerving
insane.
calm. Its movements were slow now, deliberate, almost
What the
satisfied.
heck?
Wow.
The breach prompted immediate action.
That felt very
the laboratory
avoidable.
was sealed,
just
the remains
sucked
of
that
the
dude's
researcher
life from him.
incinerated, and the containment protocols underwent an urgent overhaul. The surviving specimen was relocated
gosh.
to a new containment unit, a custom-designed
Okay,
stainless
what?
steel planter housed within a hydroponic chamber. The planter's non-porous material ensured that the vine's roots could not extend beyond its confines.
So this plant literally turns us into a Capri Sun and sucks us till we're like literally got nothing left.
Not just us, anything. Any living, moving thing. It'll grab and it'll just eat you alive, pretty much.
Pretty much got like a million different straws that it sticks in you and it just sucks you up.
Yeah.
And it multiplied pretty quick. It just started, remember they just got a little piece of the vine?
Yeah.
And now it looks like it's times a million.
Yeah.
Automated systems managed its environment, providing water, nutrients, and controlled lighting without human intervention.
They want it to grow.
The chamber itself was fitted with emergency failsafes. Retractable circular blades, sharp enough to sever the toughest organic material, were installed around the planter. These could be deployed instantly at the first sign of anomalous behavior. The walls of the chamber were reinforced, and observation windows were replaced with high-definition cameras to eliminate the need for direct human interaction.
I wonder if they
From
can
this
kill
point
it.
forward, the lead scientist announced during the debriefing,
All contact with this specimen will be conducted using remotely operated robotics. No personnel will enter the containment room under any circumstances.
No duh!
this anomaly, now formally designated as SCP-307, required stringent measures. The new protocols were unyielding. Any signs of anomalous activity would trigger an automated lockdown, complete with lethal countermeasures to neutralize the threat.
There's really
Inside
no
the
flamethrower.
chamber, SCP-307 appeared dormant. Its tendrils curled loosely within the stainless steel planter, swaying faintly as the automated irrigation system activated. But those who monitored the camera feeds noticed something unsettling. The plant seemed to stir, subtly and almost imperceptibly, whenever a warm body moved in the observation room beyond.
What?
For
It
now,
can
the
sense them?
containment held. But those familiar with SCP-307's behavior knew one chilling truth. It was waiting. Bright floodlights illuminated the chamber as researchers prepared for the next phase of testing. Beyond the reinforced glass, a robotic arm extended toward the planter,
poor mouse.
carrying a small
It's always
cage.
the mice.
Inside, a white lab mouse pressed against the bars.
Don't they usually use like the people that
The D-class personnel.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm surprised I haven't used them yet. They use them like they're like little pieces of Cheerios.
Yeah, usually. But maybe they even feel bad about it.
Well, I think in this case, they're intentionally feeding it. Like, I don't think that they would use D-Class just to intentionally feed an SCP. They usually use them to, like, do tests and try to figure something out. But this is, like, I think specifically just to feed the SCP. Which one little rat I don't think is going to be enough for it. It's still going to be hungry.
Yeah, that's like one Skittle.
Yeah.
Its whiskers twitching in nervous anticipation.
It would just personally make me
Releasing
angry if I was the
test
plant.
Yeah, it's like having
came
one
the
chip
announcement
or
over the
one
intercom.
cookie.
The cage
That's
door
messed
slid
up.
open, and the mouse scurried out onto the chamber floor. For a moment, nothing happened. SCP-307's tendrils remained motionless as the mouse sniffed the air, hesitating as it neared
This
the
mouse has
planter.
no idea.
Then, the vine struck. With blinding speed, a tendril snapped forward, wrapping tightly around the mouse's midsection.
Oh my
The animal
god!
let out a high-pitched squeak, its body contorting in vain.
Oh,
as
that's
it
kind of
grasped
sad,
its
bro.
its
That's
grip.
kind of sad.
More
my
tendrils
God.
followed, coiling around its
You don't
limbs
need more
and
tendrils.
tendrils
Oh my
with a
God.
precision that was as efficient as it
Bro.
was horrifying. Predation time 6 seconds. A researcher noted, their voice clinical.
PETA
masking
is not
the
gonna
tension
like
in the
this.
room. No external injuries observed beyond thorn penetration. As quickly as it had struck, the vine released its
Alec,
prey.
why do you look so
The
satisfied?
mouse's withered remains crumpled to the floor, its body drained of fluids.
Dang,
Gotta
bro,
hurry
he's got a
on.
yet.
Curling back into a poised, waiting position, as though the attack had never occurred.
That plant
Over
like
the
that.
following
Yeah,
weeks,
it's
look
back
how
to
happy it
life.
looks.
307 endured rigorous environmental testing.
How do you
Researchers
kill it?
experimented with extreme temperatures, humidity levels, and varying light conditions, hoping to discover a weakness. But the results
Hold on,
were
wait,
dis-
isn't there still the, like, original SCP out in the wild? Like, why would they not
Yep.
go, like, exterminate that one and then do,
burn that?
just
They
do
don't know
testing on
how.
this one?
That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. They have to do testing,
I don't
and then
think
they know how to
tried,
kill
they
it.
haven't tried to kill it yet, though.
No.
Have they tested
Exactly.
flamethrower?
They've tested different lights. They've tested different temperatures, but they haven't tested like chemicals or like nuclear bombs or flamethrowers.
But I don't think they're trying to kill it right now. Like, they're just trying to see what happens, doing different things, how it interacts with it. I think if they try to kill it, they would probably take a flamethrower to it. And I'm surprised they
should.
haven't done that to the real one that's still out in the wild, maybe still even killing people.
Well, forest fires are a huge thing in California.
You gotta
They
be,
don't want to start
gotta
with
be
those.
careful about those.
You gotta be careful, yeah, with the wildfire protective services.
Okay, well, a lot of
Smokey the Bear says don't do it.
A lot of fires are on purpose, okay?
Controlled flames.
Controlled
yes, it's very
fires,
true.
exactly.
Very true.
And this would be a controlled fire. So shut up, Adam. I don't like you. You're annoying.
Do you want to get controlled fired next, Adam? Because we'll kick you out. We'll do it.
We'll
You're
burn
gonna get
you at the
controlled
stake.
soon, buddy.
Oh, we're just kidding,
Results
Adam.
were the
We have
same
fun here,
every
we have fun.
time. SCP-307
Don't let it happen again.
thrived. Extreme cold, high heat, desiccation, it's
Here we go.
unfazed. A researcher summarized during a briefing, their tone heavy with unease. Its growth doesn't slow no matter the conditions. It's practically unkillable.
Okay, come on.
Detailed analysis of SCP-307's thorns and roots revealed more unsettling facts. The thorns contained a powerful compound capable of paralyzing prey within seconds.
What?
Whoa.
Meanwhile,
Why
the
haven't we
roots
seen that yet?
displayed an extraordinary cellular structure, allowing them to penetrate nearly any material,
Hey, yo.
organic
Whoa.
or inorganic. Stainless steel
It's
was one of the few
huge.
exceptions,
That's getting big.
justifying its continued use in containment. But the most alarming revelations came during behavioral experiments. In one test, multiple prey animals were introduced into the chamber simultaneously. SCP-307 reacted immediately. Its tendrils moved with eerie precision, targeting vital areas, throats, limbs,
Oh my
torsos,
gosh.
immobilizing each
Wow.
animal in seconds. The plant's movements were efficient and deliberate, conserving energy while ensuring maximum
I do not like
effectiveness.
this.
It's not just reacting, a researcher noted in a debriefing. It's calculating, prioritizing. We've started calling it Spider Ivy for a reason. Another
Ooh,
experiment
Spider
deepened
Ivy.
the sense of dread. When robotic arms were
That's
introduced,
actually kind of a good nickname because also just like spiders, it sucks out all of the life. Just like spiders do. They do the same thing. They inject it with the venom and then they suck out all of the nutrients. Wow.
You are so
Spider Ivy.
smart.
Do you think we're ever gonna get an update on what happened to the first guy?
Nah, I think he's just dead. I think he's
I'm
dead and I
surprised
don't
the
care.
SCP Foundation didn't like grab him up and do tests on him, because he's got the venom in him.
He's got, yeah, oh yeah, remember all the black stuff that came out? They never explained that. What the heck is that?
Maybe it's gonna come over.
Maybe he'll be in like Spider-Man Brand New Day or something as like a supervillain. I don't know.
Yeah, he'll be Ivy Man.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ivy Man.
Don't touch him or you'll get a rash.
He'll wrap you up like a banana cupcake and suck you dry like a
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're fired.
All right, Alec.
the chamber.
No more fan fiction from Alec.
adapted. Its tendrils maneuvered with flanking tactics, cornering
Oh, hey, I'm here,
mechanical devices in a way that suggested
No,
strategy.
I'm here.
The plant wasn't simply
Can't
hunting.
touch me.
It was learning. The nickname Spider Ivy quickly evolved
getting
into
really
a
big.
cautionary
It's
label.
thick, bro.
The danger
gotta
became
cut that.
undeniable during a
can't.
routine test involving a
Oh, here we
D-class
go.
subject.
Oh, this is what I'm saying.
Outfitted in a reinforced suit, the subject was instructed to approach SCP-307
Hello.
Oh,
with
he's
a
done.
thermal
He's
scanner.
done. He's just done.
As
Dead
soon
man
as they
walking.
entered the chamber, the plant's tendrils
GGs.
twitched, reacting to the heat signature.
They must have hated this D-class
Maintain
guy.
a 2-meter distance, the lead researcher warned over the intercom. But SCP-307 had other plans.
Like what?
A tendril
no
shot
dog.
out
Reaching
far
out and
beyond
grabbing
its
What do you guys
him.
think was
range,
gonna happen?
coiling around the D-class's arm. The suit, designed for protection, offered little
Oh my god.
resistance.
Oh my god, it didn't even
Thorns
work.
pierced
They
through
didn't
the
want to put him in
material,
stainless
delivering
steel.
It didn't
their
work for 2
paralyzing venom.
seconds.
The subject
They
screamed,
got right.
their
What,
body
what do they
jerking
put him in?
as the
Like
plant
rubber?
tightened its hold.
We're gonna put
blades.
you in plastic
The
wrap.
lead
You'll be
researcher
fine.
barked. The failsafe system activated immediately. Circular blades descended, slicing through the tendrils with mechanical precision. Severed sections of
Okay,
the
so it
vine
is working.
thrashed
There we go.
wildly, releasing the D-class, who crumpled to the floor, gasping.
Oh
for
my
breath.
gosh, they're gonna be able to run experiments on this guy.
Get him out of there.
Yeah, he's probably paralyzed
The
right
severed
now.
pieces of SCP-307
Oh,
began growing
crap.
autonomously, tendrils snaking across the chamber floor.
It's like a
and
hydra.
walls.
It's just growing
Their
back.
rapid expansion was unlike anything the team had observed
Oh my god, they're
before.
cooked.
Seal the room, came the urgent command.
Oh my gosh, wait, the D-class is still in
Doors
there
slammed
though.
shut as the
They
containment
do not
team
care.
scrambled to regain control.
Did they just hydro
The
press that
plant's
thing?
new growth shriveled under the
freaking
assault,
out.
curling inward as its predatory
Dude,
expansion was
flamethrower!
halted. By the time the room was officially declared
Wow.
safe, the
Oh,
D-class
crap.
subject lay motionless on the floor,
Dead
their
class.
bodies
Paralyzed.
grotesquely altered. An autopsy later revealed the horrifying extent of SCP-307's invasion.
Oh, he's dead.
Here we
A
go.
small breach near the faceplate of the insulating suit had allowed a tendril, labeled Vine B, to penetrate the subject's body. Inside, the results mirrored those of previous animal tests. The internal organs were gone, replaced by an intricate network of roots that extended throughout the skeletal
Ew.
structure. At the
Ew.
core of this network,
gosh.
a seed was
Oh,
discovered
oh my
lodged
god,
within the
the
sub-
seed.
It
I
plants
was
a
right.
seed inside
I
of
was
them and
right.
grows
Yep.
out.
The whole
Adam
time
knew.
I was right.
So that other guy has a seed in him, and he has no idea.
Bite me, Alec. Bite me.
Adam.
Okay.
Getting
He called me
feisty.
stupid. He called me dumb. This is exactly what he's doing to multiply.
Oh god.
He put the seed in him. He took him. He grabbed him. He touched him, and he put his seed in him.
And yep, yeah, now we have a parasitic thing that's just going around town.
subject's skull. Shoots had already begun to
Ew.
sprout toward the
Ew,
eye
ew,
sockets.
ew, ew,
The
ooey,
Ew, that's
ooey,
its eye
ooey,
socket.
gooey,
Cycle.
ooey, gooey, gooey,
The
ooey.
remains of the D-class subject
There
were
we go,
promptly
with the
incinerated,
flamethrower,
with
thank
grim
you.
findings reinforcing the plant's terrifying adaptability and the deadly consequences of any containment failure. SCP-307 has since been formally classified as
You
Keter.
don't say.
This anomaly was a stark reminder that even nature's simplest creations could become its most terrifying.
Why do we still watch these videos? They're horrifying every time.
I'm gonna go throw away my plant.
A man is lying in a hospital bed, and it is clear that he is not doing well. A group of doctors buzz around him performing various tests, checking his vital signs again and again. The man feels weak and a little disoriented, and the looks on the various doctors' faces tells him all he needs to know. Something is very wrong with him. Finally, there is a break in the commotion, and the doctors stop prodding at him and peering into his eyes with a bright, blinding light. All of the doctors and nurses leave the room except for one. The doctor steps towards the man and tells him that he has some bad news. You see, before the doctor can
Cancer.
finish, someone else emerges from the shadows in the corner of the room.
Where was
The
that guy?
foundation.
We're not gonna ask any questions where this guy came
Yeah,
from.
dude, that dude just in
going on here?
the dark corner the whole time?
Yeah, how long was
It's
he
like,
in there?
you know, it's like the Men in Black. They just like show up whenever.
And he just grabs his shoulder and whispers in his ear, I'll take it from here.
It's gonna be okay.
Leave him to me. Who are you, dude? How'd you get in here?
This. The man hadn't noticed this person, but he can see now that he's dressed in a suit, and unlike the doctors, he doesn't have any identifying items like a name tag or badge. Maybe he's some kind of professor, or a renowned surgeon who is going to tell him how they will make him better.
Nope.
The doctor steps back from the bed, but the man in the suit tells the doctor that it would be best if he and the patient could be left alone. Just for a moment, of course.
Are we serious?
The doctor nods in agreement and leaves the room.
Doctor.
The man in the suit waits until the door is closed behind him to continue. He tells the sick man that he has a rare condition, quite rare. So rare, in fact, that you're the only person to ever have it, the only recorded case in history. The man.
That would be the worst thing to hear from a doctor, by the way.
Yeah, it's like Lou Gehrig's disease. When he got that, he was probably devastated to hear that.
Pretty cool that they named it after him, though.
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah, I
is
guess
the
that's
one
something.
positive of getting a disease first.
Yeah.
So
Everything else is pretty bad.
I wonder whose name was AIDS.
The man in the suit sits down on the bed next to the man and takes his hand, lifting it up, examining it. The man's hand is an odd color. It has a slight green tint to it.
Ew.
and
It
the skin
looks like a
itself appears to be
tree
taking
branch.
on a fibrous
Looks like a
quality.
Slim Jim.
The sick
Sugar
man
cane.
feels very tired, but he manages to whisper, "Are you a doctor? Are you going to help me?" The man in the suit responds,
Nope.
"Yes, I'm a doctor.
He's lying.
Of sorts. A doctor and a researcher. I work for a very important organization,
and I specialize in cases just like yours. Well, not exactly like yours. You're unique. Quite special, in fact. The sick man offers a weak smile. I'm very lucky. Oh yes, very lucky indeed. Well, not because of your condition, of course, but because I am here. You see, if it's all right with you,
creeping me out.
we'd like for you to come with us, to come stay at one of our facilities for a while.
He doesn't even know his name.
We can't promise that
Yeah,
we'll be able
what?
to figure out exactly what's happening or why. But if we can, we have a much better chance of figuring out how to cure it. To cure you, so you can go back to a normal life.
This is not going to end well.
Do I have much of a choice? The sick man asks. Of course you do. It's completely up to you. I think this would be your best course of action, your best by far, in fact. But we can't force you to do anything you don't want to do. The sick man looks down at his greenish hand again.
He's turning into a
over
tree.
In front of his face,
Yeah, this is
examining
so
the small
weird.
growths that seem to be sprouting from his skin. When do we leave? Right now, the man in the suit tells him. The nurses will come get you ready, and then we'll be on our way. The man in the suit leaves the room and closes the door behind him. Standing next to the door in the hallway are a pair of men wearing tactical uniforms like a SWAT team.
Okay.
The man in the suit tells them that luckily they won't be needed today. This one is coming easy. The sick man lies on a bed, but now he is in a new room. This one is even more sterile than the hospital, with cold concrete walls and harsh fluorescent lights. Just like in the hospital, he's surrounded by a seemingly never-ending cast of doctors, nurses, and researchers. They too poke and prod at him, take samples, and administer all kinds of tests. As time goes on, the man's condition only grows worse. It seems there's nothing that they can do to stop his condition from advancing.
I feel like this SCP Foundation, so far, they've been pretty good about it, right? I feel like in other SCP videos, like the Foundation is, like, they would probably do harsher tests on this guy to make sure that, like, it's safe. Like, they would start, like, chopping him or, like, trying to burn him alive or, like, some other weird stuff. But I feel like they're being pretty nice.
Yeah, for now. I think that's because it's not, like, it doesn't seem to be hurting him at all. It's just making him a little sick. It's not, like, actually gonna seem like it's gonna kill him.
Well, and it's also not spreading. Like, I think if other people were in danger, they would probably treat this much differently. But since it's just this one guy, they're kind of just like, all right, let's try to figure it out for you.
My questions are, how did he get it? What's gonna happen when it's, like, fully grown on his body? And can he spread it?
Good
Hey,
questions,
yo.
Adam. You are now hired to the SCP Foundation.
The green color spreads
Last
across
question,
his
a little
body, and
sauce.
his skin soon becomes woody and stiff. If he sits in one place for too long without moving, tiny fibers emerge from his skin, like
They're
probing
roots.
looking for soil.
So he's basically
All
Groot.
the while, the man
Oh,
grows
origin
weaker
story of
and
Groot.
more fragile. Even the slightest movement seems to cause him great pain.
Never mind.
The doctor who originally brought the man to the
Groot.
facility gathers with a small group in the observation room next to the man's containment cell. They discuss the results of a recent test, which showed that much of the melanin in his skin has somehow been replaced with chlorophyll. The
Photosynthesis.
fibrous quality of his skin is being caused by the appearance of cellulose around his cells. In other words, he isn't just
Oh my.
starting to look like a plant. He's truly becoming a plant. And there doesn't seem to be anything they can do to stop
This
it.
is so
Try
weird.
as they might, they haven't found a single clue as to what is causing the man's condition.
could be a good
or
thing.
how to treat it. The man, though, seems strangely at peace with his fate. He's told that they're going to allow him to live, whether that be as a man or as a plant in containment, for as long as he can stay
Whatever he
alive.
identifies as.
He'll be well taken care of to make the whole process as comfortable.
Are they about to plant him in the ground?
Even though they failed to
I
find
think
a cure
they
for
are.
anomalous disease,
What?
They will do everything
This
in
is
their
so
power
weird.
to make sure he doesn't suffer.
So you know how trees, they breathe in CO2 and then they breathe out oxygen. So I wonder when
Right.
that change
Pretty
is going to
much.
start with him.
I guess, yeah.
like the
and
opposite of a
also,
human.
too, like, he's gonna start performing photosynthesis as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people, you know, they drop feces and they pee. At what point does that transition? When does he no
Yeah.
longer have a?
This is so
He's
weird.
He's just going to
Really?
start dropping
like a butt.
little blueberries out of the butt cheeks.
Wait, is that what blueberries are?
They're pretty
What?
much
Is that
tree
tree
feces.
poop? Bush poop?
No, it's like the fruit of the tree to spread the seeds.
Oh,
bush poop. Wait, that's even worse.
that's
Wait.
that might be even worse.
All right. I'm still going to eat them.
A tragic yet familiar tale for the SCP Foundation. A normal person is subjected to an abnormal situation that completely changes
What's up,
their
Dr.
life,
Bob?
and not for the better.
Does he have a
At
family?
least in this situation, the Foundation
Meh.
appears to have shown a rare glimpse of their own humanity. Opting to make this safe class anomaly's existence as painless as possible, rather than force it to endure a lifetime of painful tests and studies. Or at least that's what you've been led to believe. Unfortunately, everything you've just seen about SCP-5150 is a lie.
Wait a second.
Are you kidding me?
Dr. Bob!
What's the point of all of that then?
We got.
So
we
messed
got.
We don't have the clearance to hear the real story?
We've never
got
got before.
I just...
Dr. Bob!
He was an unreliable narrator.
It is pretty funny, though, that you kind of called it out, too, Jack. You were like, this SCP Foundation's being pretty nice about everything that's going on right now. And we were surprised it didn't spread and, like, no one else was in danger. No wonder it's all a lie.
Yeah, that's
probably way worse than what we were told.
I think it's a story that they tell the public. Now we're going to get the nitty-gritty. No, we're going to get the real story now. Look, this is level 3 clearance or higher required. Strictly enforced. Enter password.
Adam, password.
123 Oh, I'm getting a call for password clearance.
You gotta answer it.
Got it.
Did you just communicate through ringtone?
The password is
knocking. Oh, Alex, go!
Oh my gosh!
Alex got a pizza.
What is happening?
Alex got a pizza.
The SCP Pizza Man has returned. Adam is taking a quick power nap.
I open the door. Mako sprints out at the guy. He goes, whoa, whoa! Mako jumps on his leg. I'm like, Mako, get back in here. Mako runs back and I go, I'm sorry. He goes, no, it's okay. I'm dog lover. Like, hey, yeah, dude.
What?
Let him back out. all good, Adam?
Level 3 clearance, though, can learn the truth, which is that SCP-1500
The password is pizza.
is actually an extremely dangerous anomaly, whose true identity must be hidden from even the majority of the Foundation, for reasons you'll soon learn. SCP-1500 is not a man suffering from a condition that causes him to slowly transform into a plant-like being, but is actually a greenish-gray, smooth-skinned humanoid with no facial features at all. Its limbs are long and multi-jointed. And its abdomen is highly distended.
What?
The skin is exceptionally durable and tough, and though SCP-1500 has no visible sense organs like ears or nose, it still appears to possess senses that are roughly equivalent to an average human's. The entity is incapable of speech.
It looks like an alien.
Mouth, and it has not shown a need to eat, breathe, or sleep at all. In addition to
Because
the strange
photosynthesis.
appearance of SCP-1500, its primary anomalous effect is the impact it has on any human that comes within its line of sight, or rather,
I still can't believe we were lied to.
if it had any eyes. Those that do find that they will soon begin experiencing headaches, nausea, and an overwhelming sense of dread. These symptoms
Women
will
have the same
increase
effect
over
with
the
me.
next several minutes, with the headaches becoming more and more debilitating.
I wonder if it sends out some sort of like pheromone or some gas.
Why did you just turn Alabamian?
Pheromone.
I think he's getting some with the pheromones.
I think I'm getting hit with some of my own gas.
Shoot. Adam's cousin's hiding in the closet. Yeah, you might be onto something there. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the sight of a weird creature. I don't know.
With feelings of nausea and fear growing until eventually the subject passes out.
Okay, I thought that he was about to say they
Unconscious
died.
for roughly 15 seconds, after which they will awaken and claim to have no memory of ever being exposed to SCP-1500.
What?
But something else strange also happens to the subject after waking. When asked to describe the creature known as SCP-1500, they will no longer remark on its faceless head or long twisted limbs. Instead, they will describe the creature as being an average-looking Caucasian male. Even stranger is that to them, it now has a name, Zachary Callahan.
What?
Is that the name of the original guy, you think?
What? There is no
Probably
original
not.
guy because
There
that
was.
story
Lie.
was fake.
No, it was a lie.
It was a lie, Adam.
No, I thought the
None of
lie
that
part
was
was that
true.
it was just turned into a tree and then they planted it. I think the guy part was real, but when they took him, when they took the guy to the other SCP base, he turned into that monster, but they told everybody that was at the hospital that he turned into this loving tree that they planted so that they wouldn't get all freaked out.
That could be true. That could be true.
Why would, wait, hold on. Why would they, if they're gonna lie, why would they say that he turned into a tree? That would freak me out if I was a doctor.
'Cause
Like,
he
man
liked
turned
it.
into tree.
Because they said that he liked it, he felt no pain, and he just like he wanted to be a tree when identified as a tree. It was a happy ending.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe a word Dr. Bob is saying anymore. I believe Dr. Bob is a schizophrenic man and all of the SCPs are actually fake.
That is the dumbest thing you could ever said.
Further interviews with subjects exposed to SCP-5150, it became clear that many of their memories had been reshaped to now include the entity in its human-looking Zachary Callahan form. They would often describe him as a close friend from
What if
childhood
Alec
or
isn't even
early
real?
adulthood, and one that played a significant role in their lives.
Whoa.
They also claim that they are perfectly capable of communicating with Zachary Callahan,
What?
able to carry on conversations with him, while all the observing researchers will
Adam,
see
you say the
is an
same
apparently
thing about
one-sided
Alec.
conversation between the subject and the featureless gray-skinned creature. While Foundation personnel have found that they are able to remove the false memories from the subject's minds through the use of amnestics, they have yet to be able to reverse the effect that causes the subject to see SCP-1500 as a human being. And
That is so
everyone who has been
strange.
exposed continues to see the entity as Zachary Callahan forevermore. It is still unknown what kind of long-term effects this exposure may have, or how dangerous to their mental or physical health it will turn out to be. Even more concerning is that evidence
is
has
so
emerged
weird.
that SCP-1500 may be able to affect more than just those in its immediate presence. Recently,
So I think that it might, like, my version's right, because if the other version was true, that like this SCP always looked like this, then how would they have ever captured it? Because every time somebody looks at it or gets it in its presence, it thinks that it's the dude Zachary, and they can't even talk to it. You guys know?
Yeah. No, I think
It's because
I
of the
mean,
pheromones.
like some of the other SCPs, I feel like that the Foundation has extra tools at their disposal so that they don't have to maybe look right at it. They can like look at it through like mirrors or cameras or other things like that. Like that's how they were able to contain and capture it.
I don't know. I'm kind of on Team Adam now. I think just because like they don't have any backstory for this thing at all. Then it's just like, oh yeah, if the first part was not true at all, and it's only the second part, then why would they never explain to us the backstory of this thing, where they found it, where it comes from?
Well, I'm starting to think that maybe the entire thing isn't even about this. Maybe it's a double switch up, and the SCP is the lie of everything. Like we don't know what to believe.
Okay,
Oh.
now you're going bonkers.
It's like
You're
one of them.
bonkers.
It's like because it's something with the political election.
What?
Okay, I thought I was following Jack. You're not with me?
No.
Okay, never mind. Okay, scratch that from the record. Erase.
I'm gonna start calling you Zachary.
I just hit you guys with the pheromones. You guys should erase that from your memories.
I think you just farted yourself.
recently, a United States senator was giving a televised speech on a rather uninteresting topic. The speech started out normal enough, but then the senator began to relay an anecdote about a childhood fishing trip he had taken with a friend. You won't be surprised to learn that according to the senator, the friend's name was none other than Zachary Callahan.
Wait, whoa.
If this has to do with the political election, I'm gonna lose my mind.
There was no person by that name of the appropriate age in the area.
Nobody
where he grew
exists.
up. It was also discovered the senator had suffered an especially bad migraine at a dinner party the week before the speech.
So,
further
what?
research into SCP-1500's memory-altering effects have also revealed that they might just be more intrusive than first believed. Rather than simply appearing as an old friend, subjects exposed to 1500 have begun to report that Zachary Callahan actually played a much more prominent role in their lives, either as a close relative, a parental figure, or even a former lover.
Whoa, okay, Zach, you gotta chill. What? I think that the plant is using this for, like, to multiply somehow. Do you guys remember the episode from Rick and Morty where the alien creatures implant memories into the people's brains so that they can multiply into their lives? You remember?
Yeah.
It's reminding me of that. This SCP.
It's just,
I think it's using
implanting into their lives. Yeah.
I think it's doing that on purpose to multiply, but I don't know how it's multiplying right now. Maybe they're about to make that connection, but that's my prediction.
I never told you guys this, but I used to have a friend back in school. His name was Zach.
Yeah, right.
No, I swear. No, growing up, Zach was a part of my crew, like from 1st grade to 4th grade.
I don't remember.
And then he transferred to a different school.
Jack, you never had any friends through 1st to 4th grade.
Was he your lover?
No, I didn't. I was 10. No, I'm just saying. I don't know. Like, we don't know who this has affected, really. Like, who's real?
Didn't you just say you don't believe any of this? That it's a lie, you don't believe anything? And now you're saying that you're the one that got hit with it? Make up your mind.
I'm not saying I got hit, because Zachary was real. I know for a fact he's real. I can picture his face, but these people
can't. You can picture his lips.
No, what? No. I'm just saying that, like, if all of these people were affected,
how do we know who actually is affected and who's not?
You can picture your fingers going through his hair. I'm really stuck on this.
I don't know. I'm getting a little weirded out by it. That's all. If you guys have a friend named Zachary, double check.
In each of these cases, the subjects describe their feelings for
Double check
Zachary
what?
as one of adoration,
Double check
and
Zachary.
He made them feel protected and loved. Most troubling of all is a recent addendum to the SCP-1500 file, which describes the very latest research on the anomaly and its effects. It is now estimated that as many as 23,000 people all across the world have been affected by the creature.
There's multiple
With the
SCP.
idea
There's
of
gotta be.
Zachary Callahan implanted into their memories. It is unknown why it is trying to spread its influence so far and wide.
I told you, it's the multiply.
Its purpose is that it seems to be disproportionately targeting political and military figures, as
For
well
the
as
election!
SCP Foundation personnel. Following these new developments,
How'd you know,
classification
Adam?
of SCP-1500 to Keter was requested and granted. Due to the risk that SCP-1500 poses through its anomalous effects, and its powerful ability to influence those in positions of great power, it is permanently kept in a modified humanoid containment cell at Site-17. No personnel are allowed to enter into its containment chamber under any circumstances. nor are
Got
there
'em.
security
Yeah, keep that
cameras
thing
in the
locked
cell.
up.
A false containment document describing a human male with an anomalous plant-like effect. was
Oh,
placed
that's
in the
why they do
database
that.
In order to deter further investigation into the real SCP-1500.
Oh.
And any personnel who experience painful, persistent headaches are immediately transferred away from Site-17, while any who attempt to breach containment are immediately terminated. Is SCP-1500 planting the seeds for something big by infiltrating the minds of some of the most influential people on Earth? Or is it merely looking for a connection, as it takes on a form that it wishes it could have, in the only way it can, inside an imagination?
Adam's a genius.
Perhaps one day, we will know
We
the
don't
answer.
know.
Now
I
go
know.
Watch another entry from the files of Dr. Bob.
Adam, you are
I
a
can't believe I
genius.
sniped that. Oh my gosh, that was one of my boldest guesses. Wow.
That was good.
What's that?
Wait, what?
Like SCP-163, the old castaway, for
Wait,
another
what?
truly bizarre guest of the SCP Foundation.
What just happened?
Like
I think Bob's got.
SCP-1500, the story of me and my best friend Zach, and
What?
the time we rode motorcycles across Southeast Asia. Wait a second. I didn't do that with Zach. Like SCP-163, the old castaway, for another truly bizarre guest of the SCP Foundation, whose story you definitely won't forget. And
That was
make sure
weird.
you subscribe and
I'm
turn on
getting creeped out.
notifications.
I want to watch the end.
Don't miss a single anomaly as we delve further and further into the SCP Foundation's classified archives.
Okay, I was just seeing if there was something else weird happening there.
Jack is so dumb.
Anybody else got goosebumps? Because that was weird.
That creeped me out a lot.
I say a lot of dumb stuff, but I'm on the money today.
A blind nut finds a squirrel every once in a while.
Yep.
Good.
Squirrel gonna find a nut.